Hello, everybody. Good time of day. I'm joined by a great number of people for what's possibly going to be the ultimate Kingdom Rush YouTuber collab. I've got Cozynez here. Go ahead and say hello, buddy.
Hello.
All right, welcome in. I've got King Rexy here.
Hello there, guys. How's it going?
And I've got PolyxtheWise.
Hello, hello.
Yes, so I've got three people here, well, plus myself, so that's four total, and we're going to be looking at a fifth Kingdom Rush YouTube channel, DJ, at this moment. Now, this is probably going to be, possibly going to be utter chaos, which is part of the fun, in my opinion. Like, some of us may not get a word in for like 5 minutes straight, for all I know, but I think it's going to be really entertaining to like just jump straight into this and see where it takes us. I had a lot of fun the last time that I reacted to a DJ stream. Technically, last time it was like a coalition of all the worst possible content that you could have on YouTube. Like I had Logan Paul in the thumbnail. I was doing I was playing the worst of the Kingdom Rush Tower Defense games, although it was modded, and it was reaction content. But it ended up being some of the funniest stuff you could possibly do. Or like some of the funny stuff that I've ever experienced related to Kingdom Rush personally. So it was really fun for me. Now, I think that it should be mentioned that none of us here really have any ill will against DJ, at least as far as I know. I certainly don't. This is all in good fun. Yeah, we don't know the guy. He gives me the vibes that he's actually like a really like wholesome person. And so I would feel really, really bad if I genuinely hurt his feelings in any capacity here. So all of this is just meant to be us like pointing out stuff in his like wording in the video, or like disagreeing with his logic, if anything, but nothing that's personally against him itself. All of this is meant to be civil, but of course humor can toe the line in what's like too mean or too like edgy, I guess. So I just want to clarify that ahead of time. And let me make a quick announcement to everybody. By the way, have any of you guys actually seen this video ahead of time?
Nope.
No? All right.
Like before, I watched the stream where you watched the 3 videos of his. I'd only seen like 1 video of him, and that was one you shared, where he reviewed the board game.
Oh, the board game. Okay. Yeah,
so I have I have watched the videos, but they were so interesting that I had to go back and wipe my memory. so that I could walk into this with a fresh perspective.
Well, I've watched his video on ranking the Origins Towers, the Frontiers ones, and the Heroes and Vengeance, and that's where I drew the line because I needed a break afterwards.
Yeah, that Origins one was a bit yikes. That was rough. That hurt my soul.
It was a tough watch indeed.
Yep.
Like straight out of the gate with Forest Keepers at fucking number 8. Dude.
Uh-huh. He literally like hit so many memes unintentionally, because I'm pretty sure he's like kind of outside of the community itself, because he doesn't know what other people generally think. Like if he did, then I'm sure he might have made like a comment about the fact that he was putting the Necromancer at number 1 in the Frontiers one, because like it was such a meme in the polls, right? But he doesn't know that.
But maybe he's seen it all, and he's just a genius, you know. He's just like making comedy gold here for our entertainment, and this was always meant to be.
Yeah, he's making comedy gold. Yeah, like if nothing else, I'm getting a lot of entertainment value out of these videos. So, just to recap here for everybody here in the stream. Also, hello to everybody. We've got 27 people already, which is cool. What we're gonna do is just let DJ speak, so that way he can say his piece on all of the not all of the towers, but like each tower one by one. So after the first tower, I'll pause it, as I love to do, pausing, and then we'll all like discuss it. I won't try to do some sort of weird like you're at school sort of thing where everybody has to speak in an order. But just
Raise your
anybody.
hand.
Yeah, I was thinking actually, like, if somebody had something to say and they wanted to like interrupt, then they should just like have a buzzer. But I don't know how to do that other than just you verbally say beep, which I
It's
have
just
done before to great
respectful.
success in a Discord call. But we won't do that. I'm pretty sure that it will be funnier if everyone starts talking over each other. Yes, Pollux, you have something to say?
No, I just wanted to say it to be funny.
Or you just wanted to beep? All right, yeah, the masculine urge
Yep.
to beep. All right, I suppose we'll just get started right away, and then I'll pause it after either after I deem it necessary or after like the agreed upon time, which is after the first tower is talked about. Also, it's still fine to like shout out some reactions. I just need to still be able to hear DJ. He has the talking pillow. All right, let us begin.
Kingdom Rush. Vengeance.
Oh, it's lagging so much, but I can hear the audio fine, so...
Oh no.
Watch it on YouTube.
Okay, I can probably turn this up now.
Oh.
You turned it down.
All right, we gotta talk about this. What is with the Kingdom Rush games becoming more and more pay to win?
Oh, we're getting
Like the
political.
first game, sure, you could buy a few extra
Oh,
heroes
sh-
for reasonable, if not a little bit expensive prices. But now it's crazy. I had to spend $15 to get
Oh no, my own stream is lagging. Hold on a second. The swamp thing got stuck being built on my end.
Oh, really?
extra heroes for
Oh, no.
a little bit expensive prices. But now it's crazy. I had to spend $15 to get the rest of the towers in this game. It's ridiculous,
Also,
man.
what the hell was that
I already
comment
bought the
again?
game, and now to get the
Nobody
rest
gonna
of it, I
mention
have to
that?
spend more money. I get the point of DLC. But didn't some of these towers launch right beside the original game? That's just greedy. This is why I probably won't be ranking the heroes anytime soon. Just because I don't want to buy them. I don't want to encourage this greedy behavior from Ironhide, so I guess I won't be doing the heroes.
Needs to get it on
That being
Steam.
said,
How about you?
let me know what other Kingdom Rush videos you want to see. I'll be
That people are probably just gonna say that they want to see the heroes, and then he'll have to buy it anyways.
Exactly.
Probably.
It
And that's what's
genuinely
gonna happen.
shocks me. It has me worried that his biggest concern, it seems, is that the towers, like you have to pay for some of the towers. It doesn't bode well.
Also, I'm laughing right now because Mujtaba Omar just said, "This is a effing video."
Okay.
What a great comment. I don't know what that means. Oh well. Is he like disappointed? Like, this is a video. You should be playing a video game right now, not watching a video.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
making videos on Kingdom
okay.
Rush Legends when that comes out, but what else should I do? Kingdom Rush challenges maybe? Speedruns? Gameplays? Otherwise, there are some other games that could be pretty fun to do videos on. Bloons Tower Defense, anyone? Leave your suggestions
No.
Oh,
in the
gosh.
comments below. I'd love to hear your ideas.
Nah.
Okay, enough stalling. Let's do this thing. In Kingdom Rush Vengeance, there are a total of 19 towers. After my controversial Origins ranking, I decided to give myself lots of time to analyze the towers
Oh, he's
and
become
rate
the
my
skeptical
official
now?
ranking.
This hit
video,
miss
I
is
have all the upgrades
controversial.
turned on, and I will be ranking the towers based on their fully upgraded versions, though some footage might show weaker variants of the towers. This list is hard to make, they're all very close, yada yada yada. Alright,
What?
here we go. Number 9.
They're all very close. Oh, wait a
No.
minute. Wait a minute.
Please don't be the melting furnace.
What?
Please.
Okay,
It
well,
could be any one
it's-
of the three, or and one he
I'm
builds.
scared.
You don't know.
It could be any of the four, technically, but I doubt it's the Wicked Sisters. on the
Yeah,
right.
they're too far off shot.
Maybe he's gonna
Yeah, but
build
just-
another one.
It's either
We
good
just
ranks
need to point
or
out-
we could.
Before we continue, he did acknowledge that his Origins video was controversial, so he himself is aware of the fact that his videos are controversial. So
Yeah.
I'll give him a little bit of credit where credit's
Yeah.
due.
I'll commend him for that.
Yeah, I wonder what it feels like to have a tier list and be able to say it's controversial. Nobody has argued with me to the extent that they have with DJ about like any of the rankings that I've done in this series or franchise. Like with the hero thing, if somebody disagrees, they'll like write a big comment, but it's about one hero on that list out of the 57. Whereas like on his list, like people disagree with the whole thing, you know? Like it must be such a crazy feeling to have somebody like completely disagree with you, and like many people disagree with you. Like half of the comments I saw in the video were people disagreeing. But he's taking it in a good spirit.
Touch how on the screen here, you can see 3 different towers being displayed, but the number 19 isn't like centered on a specific one, so you don't even know which one it is. Great editing there, buddy.
Yeah, so let's figure out which one it is.
Team Gobbler Ranks. Oh boy,
Oh,
I'm
God.
sorry. Somebody had to be last. Gobbler Ranks is the most disappointing tower in the entire game. Its DPS is just
you kidding me?
horrible compared to all the other
Wait,
towers.
you guys disagree with this?
Tower is supposed to have
Yes.
this whole piercing damage
What?
thing going through.
100%.
Literally every
What
Oh,
Goblin Ranks are fucking trash?
No.
Really strong.
Are fucking garbage.
They're very underrated.
Alright,
Beep.
hang on. May I speak?
Yes, beep.
So I've never really thought about how to rank all of the towers. I'm just like, Goblin Ranks, they're somewhere at the bottom, so I'm fine with this. So that's like my thought process of this. Just so you know.
Not even
But-
close.
I am fine with Goblin Ranks being at the bottom. That could have been way worse.
Hey, I hate to interrupt. The real Morgan's saying, how do I join? We gotta get him in the Discord call.
Oh, great.
Trevor,
Okay.
Trevor, get him in the Discord
get
call.
him in there.
Somebody
Get
add
him
him.
in there. Hold on a second. We got the DJ Book Club. Where is the setting to
Is he
add
gonna be
somebody
here
into
for like
Hold
5
on, hold on,
minutes and
DM?
then leave?
I got him. Hold on. I'm setting
Hide
up an
that.
invite.
Wait,
Oh yeah.
how
that's
does
gonna be
There we
Hide
go.
chat.
I added him. Get your butt in the
He didn't
Discord.
get excluded,
Okay.
we just assumed he didn't have time.
Hey, let's go.
Good.
My children with me, so I'm gonna have to mute it periodically because they're crazy.
Father is here.
Let's go.
Nice too.
This is amazing. All right, the
Actually
Neo
not.
Corgan, will set Overlord. Now,
Real
Morgan.
Gorgon.
yeah, I love all the nicknames you've accumulated over time.
Real mortgage.
Yeah,
Real mortgage. That's my real life.
yeah. Okay, so what do you think of the Goblin Ranks then?
Nepotism.
Yeah, Trevor. So what do you think of the Goblin Ranks?
Oh,
I used to think they were terrible. Now I think they're pretty good. Basically.
like what is this Goblin Ranks renaissance that's been going on? I've not been a part
No,
of this.
you're sleeping on Goblin
Well,
Ranks.
I used to think that they were
Enlighten
like the worst, but if you put them in a good spot when they're hitting multiple enemies in a line, and if you can meet all those variables, yeah, they're doing a lot on paper, but it's like, I don't want there to be a barracks there. Frickin' Boneflingers can just do its own barracks and affect the whole level. So why not just use BF, man? That's basically it. All right, I'm going to mute it for a second.
All right. Yeah, so this was
Yeah.
interesting to me is that on paper, it sounds like it can be a good tower, but because of the trickling waves and vengeance, I feel like I just haven't noticed ways that I would want to use this tower myself. But then
Exactly.
again, like
Yeah, you
I
have a
haven't
good
done
point.
the challenges to like force the tower to come out and be useful. So it seems like the people that have actually used it in challenges have found it useful. So I'm gonna assume that they have more credibility speaking on it.
Absolutely.
MMOH has explained it pretty well. There's a couple people that can explain it, but yeah, but it's just like, I don't think that I always want to put a barracks right there and then have it so that the boomerang is specifically throwing back in a line, because that relates to level design too, because you can't do that on every level. And it's just stupid. It's too high maintenance for me.
Right?
Yeah, and also the bigger rang or whatever it's called. Now I sound like DK. The bigger rang, like the big attack, you know, it doesn't even out. It's not even worth getting because it doesn't do enough damage to justify the long like animation.
Oh yeah,
it's
it's like
completely useless.
it
It's a
lowers
waste
the
of gold.
DPS.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So just
Mhm.
don't get it.
I mean, the only
you
good
just don't
ability the
get it.
Goblin Ranks have
That's
is
like
the
one
middle
ability
one.
that's a complete L. What else do we got? Stun. That's on a chance. Okay, that's kind of nice if it actually
It is nice.
does anything. Then there's the beehive, all right, that's actually a good ability, but because of the wave design in Vengeance, it doesn't get to be useful nearly as often as it could.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not to mention it has normal targeting, which is extremely cursed.
Yeah.
Do you guys all know what that means, by the way?
So
Yeah,
No, I
let's
don't.
for it to do anything significant, there's the base attack,
So,
but that is kind of mediocre at best.
yeah, like the strengths of the tower are mediocre at best. Like I would say that at best it
Still
could
don't
be
think
like a
it's
medium
worse,
tier
though.
tower.
This
Like-
is
I mean,
not
that's
the worst
fair.
tower, though.
Yeah,
That's
I
fair.
don't think
Like,
it's
I don't know
the
what would
worst.
be the worst. I've never thought about it.
It's
Probably-
down there, but it's not quite the worst tower in the game.
Probably like
What?
Grim Cemetery or Rocket Riders, right? Rocket
Yes.
Riders for
Or Rotten Forest, even.
I would
think
agree with all
I
of
created a
this.
poll on my
I
community
haven't
tab.
played the game, but I'm with Cozynez. Thank you.
I created a poll asking like basically what's the worst tower of all time because I'm convinced that it's either Rocket Riders or Templars. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think that Rocket Riders probably take the cake because they're just too much gold. They do nothing.
Yeah.
Always outclassed. I think they're an official like F or D tier tower, whereas Templars could be more like D to C technically. What do you guys think?
Rocket Riders are 100% the worst.
Mm.
At least
Yeah.
Templars are cheap. They're affordable. You can kind of spam them. Rocket Riders are even more difficult to do that. And to get the abilities are just, they're stupid, too overpriced. I mean, it's
Templars
clear
you can
that
spam without
Templars-
abilities, you mean, right?
Exactly.
Because
Yeah,
without abilities, they're not that
there's always-
expensive. They're okay.
exactly. Exactly.
There's always the potential for Templars to be useful because they're barracks, because you can like micro cheese with them if
Right.
you are a person who does that. But I mean, it's kind of like you could say that about every barracks, so it's a bit iffy.
I would say
a
that,
bit of an iffy point. It only really works if you compare them. Well, it doesn't work if you compare them to other barracks.
Sorry, I'm laughing because of some of the cursed comments that are appearing now. Animatistic.
We're having a serious discussion, and you're laughing.
Yes.
Voduke, behave yourself.
We should just have a podcast once a week at this point.
This is the podcast at this point, especially
Yep.
considering the
Yeah,
length of it.
technically.
But
Technically it
Nerds
is.
United on a tiny game that nobody recognizes. Yeah, that's what it should be called.
Amen,
Oh
brother.
my god.
Mhm.
I have that, like, I physically can't read the pin comment. I'm having, like, a Voduke withdrawal or something.
technology moments.
Red Rocket Riders.
Anyways, though, what I was gonna say is that I still think, like as mentioned earlier, the Rotten Forest is probably still a bit worse. It's also like a game design L.
Oh yeah,
in
I
the
completely
game.
forgot about the Run
It's like-
Forest.
In the initial beta
Why is
test.
it so bad?
In the initial beta test of Kingdom Hearts Vengeance, people pointed out that it was like really underpowered looking, and then one of the like game developers said, "Really?" Because I tested it just right now, and it passed all of my tests. And his test was to place it in like that central spot in Oto Farmlands and win.
Oh my god.
So
Wow.
What the? You call that a test? God damn.
That's
yeah,
like,
in its
I
most
don't know,
optimal
come on, you
spot.
can do better
Those
than
are almost
this.
as bad as those pathetic quick tests that I do. Man, that's bad.
Yeah, the developer did a quick test.
Yeah,
I like
that's
how
how
we
you design a tower.
I like how we
Just one
unofficially
level.
agreed
Dumb.
that Auto Farmlands is just the beta testing level for just anything. That's what you did, Trevor, for most of your quick tests,
balance-oriented
right?
Ironhide employee.
I did it the dumbest way ever. I was just trying to eliminate variables and just be like, which one will last longer? And there's a lot of ties, believe it or not, because it's just hard to find good levels. And then like if you eliminate the variables too much, then it's like, well, you know, if any of the towers can control like 5 of the 40 enemies that are going to come there, then that basically means that like once you get to enemy 25, you lose no matter what tower you're using if you're comparing to. Do you know what I'm saying? I like to make it confusing.
No, I understand.
Mhm.
I mean, you did so many quick tests that it was very well analyzed already.
Yeah,
the
but
value of them.
It, even like the better way to compare those would obviously be like put like 2 level 1 barracks there to support an artillery tower, and that's it. But that's just completely dependent on the level, anyways. You know.
Mhm.
Okay, may I sound the bell and say it's time to actually hear his reasoning for Goblin Ranks?
Yeah, let's expedite this.
Yeah, we need to get.
We can
Alright.
discuss them more. when
One
we've
more
heard his
thing that I'll
point.
say before we resume is that we are at 46 viewers right now because of this.
Holy shit!
Nice. That's
Heck
cool.
yeah.
Massive.
That's like the whole global community. Dang.
Yeah, this is everyone who's left.
Yeah,
We've all
Everyone from
gathered
the
here
server.
today my fellow Americans.
Guys, tell your friends we gotta get the stream count up to 100. Let's go. We can do this.
All right.
I'm sure we can make it.
Let me. Which hockey is it? K, I think. Yes.
Sorry, somebody had to be last. Gobblerangs is the most disappointing tower in the entire game. Its DPS is just horrible compared to all the other towers. It's clear that the tower is supposed to have this whole piercing damage thing going for it, but it's rarely ever useful. In general, I don't see things getting hit twice by the boomerang either. They're just too fast. None of the abilities are
Somebody
really
ping
worth
DJ, get him in
mentioning
on this call.
either. You're probably gonna hear that a lot in this video. I just kind of feel bad. It's outclassed by every other ranged tower in the game, so there's kind of no point to use it. Sorry, Gobblerangs. Number 18, Wicked Sisters.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Go back. We're not talking about the Wicked Sisters.
Wow.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that.
There's so much to unravel here.
Okay.
So
I don't
okay.
know exactly if it's outclassed by every ranged tower. That seems a bit of a stretch. Maybe
Yeah, I know.
every other archer tower for sure.
I feel like I need to do the math on it to see whether or not it's actually outclassed.
No.
But like
I don't agree with
in
that.
theory, I would assume that it has worse single target DPS because obviously it's an AoE tower.
I mean, yeah, it's not really meant to have single target damage. It's better off against hordes of enemies because that's where it shines.
But by the way, something I completely forgot about the Gobblerangs, which makes them even worse, is the fact that the return damage is so minuscule. Dude, there's not even a point for it.
That's true.
Yeah, it's like 50% of the initial damage.
Yeah, and it does like nothing to begin with.
Yeah, it's really weird how they made it. Like, why not make the return damage 100%?
Like, it seems so half-baked, man.
Yeah, really weird like design for the tower. Okay, 52 views
Alright, so
now. Wow.
Alex, you're like the only one who is like, in favor
That's
of the
because-
Gobblerangs. Speak out.
That's because that's because I've used them quite frequently, and especially in Revengeance, just to prove a point, because Trevor said that they were shitty, I decided to literally just use the tower until I came across a level that basically forced me to use something else. And I hate to say it, but from the time that I started the Revengeance, back when it was like first released, to the point where I finished the main campaign, I really didn't end up using anything besides that and like Orc Warrior's Den, and then I switched over to Dark Knights and then Elite Harassers once I unlocked them. And here's the thing about what Trevor was saying earlier about like the Bone Flingers and how like you have to have a need for like barracks to install the tower. If you were to put, let's just say, a couple Gobblerangs near the front, you spam your Bone Flingers or whatever the heck else barracks you want at the back. That constant trickle stream of skeletons is going to form your quote-unquote choke point for you. So that's not really an issue. So your complaint is that it's too high maintenance, it requires too many other towers in order for the tower to quote-unquote be good by itself. And you're saying that that's not fun, correct me if I'm wrong?
I wouldn't say not fun. I would just say like I think it's just
weird.
Go with like the clearly outclassing thing. It's like the people who are trying to like simp for Big Bertha are saying like, well, in 1% of circumstances, if you have long range and it's way off to the side, you might want to use Bertha. Or if you stack 5 level 1 barracks all on top of each other, use Bertha. And it's like, okay, but in real life, Tesla's a win button. Like that's how Bone Flingers is. It's cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
Like the damage per gold is going to be insanely high, probably more than like almost any tower ever for a single target. But I personally, and this is the biggest bias, which is stupid and subjective, but this is what it is. I don't like using barracks in Vengeance. I haven't played vanilla Vengeance in forever, but I don't want a barracks because it just feels like a waste because it's like one of my 5 tower slots is just 3 guys that sit there that don't really do damage or anything. They just hold people up. I'd rather just use 5 DPS towers, yeah.
Quick interruption here. I just want to clear something up because Pollux, when you like said your piece about the Gobblerangs, you said you played Revengeance. Was that a mistake?
Well, yeah, I guess I should clarify. As far as like the vanilla gameplay experience is concerned, I've used them frequently there as well. It's not just Revengeance. I really should have specified that.
Like Revengeance doesn't count. We don't.
No. I
This is
understand.
vanilla.
That's what I'm saying. Yep. So as far as vanilla is concerned, I'll be honest, the wave composition in Vanilla Vengeance is so easy anyways that you can get away with pretty much using anything. I mean, I was able to beat freaking Bulgar's Throne just spamming Rotten Forest.
Yeah, but that doesn't
Pretty
prove
sure you can-
anything. Like, sure,
I mean-
the game is easy, you can beat it with pretty much anything. But it's like,
Yeah.
like, of course you can, but that doesn't prove anything about how useful the tower actually is, because it
I'm
doesn't
gonna-
matter.
I think
what
he's
you
trying
do.
to say like how is it as an archer tower?
Yeah, I'm gonna buzz
That's
in
all
here.
we're
I
trying to
would
figure
say
out.
I don't
Yeah.
classify it as purely an archer, though.
Let Voduke bust.
I don't know about that.
No,
Like,
buzz with 2 Z's. I'm
I
gonna,
thought you said you were gonna bust in.
no, I'm gonna buzz in here and say how I see it is that in some cases a tower is a bad choice, but in no cases is a tower necessarily the right choice. It's just a good choice, and that's on a spectrum of good. So what I would say here, sorry, I'm joking, or I'm laughing from seeing some of these comments. This Voduke is straight busting. But like the argument about the cost efficiency of bone flingers is like an example of how it's a much more good choice. But here's
Much
like a thought
gooder choice.
experiment for you, right? And I'll use the same like concept that I got from MMLH, because he's the one that came up with like this framework. Also, hello SA, thank you for $5. Wow. What is that comment?
I
I don't factor in.
But well, hold on. Let me make the point that MMLH was saying. If in the game there was a tower identical to the Tesla, except it dealt 10% less damage than the Tesla in game, should that be on the bottom of the list because it's completely replaceable, or should it be still somewhat high in the list because it's close to the Tesla in usefulness?
I mean, that's a
close
good
but
question.
outclassed, I guess, because like Big Bertha is still B or A tier or whatever. Like we're not putting it in F tier. We just prefer Tesla. So in its own game, you're basically always choosing Tesla because you almost never want Bertha. That's just the problem. But Bertha is still good.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
But
What's
okay,
going
but that's
on?
besides the point. What you
Yeah.
were saying earlier about the cost efficiency of a tower, I don't give two shits about that when I'm buying a tower. If
So
anything,
go ahead and max out your Templars, Pollux.
Wait. Guys,
for the record,
why is
I have.
Why is the 6 donations popping up like the same ones? Is that just a bug with me? Or are you actually getting donated like 6 times now?
No,
No,
it's just
I'm
Cozynez.
only seeing one.
Oops, I mean SA donating.
We're just gonna make $1
Yeah,
million
but his
this stream, guys.
donation just popped up like 6 times. Is that a bug?
He's that
What?
powerful. It must be.
If the dude streams long enough, he can
Goddamn.
pay off his college debt.
Alright. But shouldn't you read his message?
Oh, yeah,
You
okay,
own that
sure.
much.
You're not a real
He did.
Clardian, Slipping Duke. I can handle just fine. But Slipping Duke with as a Clardian is like a chimp with a machine gun. Great.
What is
I-
a Claudian?
That was
Uh,
an interesting comment.
a Clardian is like when you're Middle Eastern and like to troll, is as far as I understand the definition.
Okay.
I don't think that was a good explanation, but it's the best I've got. Anyways, though, I would say that like based on your answers to like that 10% less effective Tesla thing, like the Gobblerangs, how much less effective are they than spamming Bone Flingers? And that basically could help you with your list, like comparing it to the other archers. How close are they to mimicking a fraction of their power? Like they shouldn't be at the bottom of the list just because you can use better ones. They should be as close to the like better archers as they are if the archers weren't there at all. That's how I would put it.
I just don't think you guys know how to use them. Great end of story.
I mean, yeah,
There is a specific way to use them that makes them strong. That's true. I just don't like it, honestly.
No,
Yeah,
there
I
isn't a
guess,
specific
I
way
guess
to
it's
use
more
them.
of a subjective
wrong.
thing. People who know how to position them right know how OP they are. People who don't, they just refuse to use them because they don't
it's
see
similar-
success with them.
Yeah, it's similar to the problem of like why people think that like musketeers are bad. And it's like actually, if you place them in the right spot or on the right level, they can be incredible. They can be better than rangers a lot of the
Yeah.
time. Like they're better than rangers for killing Veznon, for instance.
Yeah.
But shouldn't we automatically
Yeah, I would
assume
agree.
that you use the tower optimally?
No.
Otherwise,
But
it's
some of us
unfair.
don't even know what optimally is.
Yeah,
You know,
for
like
real.
I didn't know
No.
what optimally was in Gobbler Ranks until like a year ago.
I'm gonna guess the average IQ of the Kingdom Hearts community viewer or gamer is probably
we are
close
like
to double
the
digits.
The average vanilla enjoyer is like double digits only for sure.
like we
Maybe
have higher
single.
standards here.
Wait, what?
We are not
Cozynez?
like DJ who just plays the game like once or twice and then ranks them based off of memory.
Yeah, we gotta
Okay.
keep playing Vengeance. Anyways,
Now we're playing Vanilla Vengeance.
I
Too
think
late
we-
for that.
I think we've got a bit off topic here. So all I would say is that like have you seen that meme? Look at what they need to mimic a fraction of our power. That's what
Yes.
these towers
Yes.
like lower on the list feel like. Like look at what Goblin
Mhm.
Ranks need to mimic a fraction of the Boneflinger's power. But how close are they to mimicking it, and how much do they need to do that? I think factors in. Like if it's not that much more expensive or that much less cost effective than the Boneflingers, then maybe they could get somewhat close. Of course, there's other things that prevent it from being a 1-to-1 comparison. Extra stuff factors in, so the Boneflingers would still be quite a bit further up than the Gobbler Ranks anyways.
Way higher up.
But yeah, it's part of it's stuff like this that makes it harder to get like a quote unquote definitive ranking. Because I think that when it comes to the heroes, it was so much easier to come up with rules that most people could agree on to judge them by. Whereas the towers, everybody has a different opinion on like how much you should factor in, like say star upgrades, like the split between like the story, I guess, or campaign versus the elite stages, and like replaceability compared to other towers. All that stuff is like where you want to draw the line is so subjective. But that's what makes this conversation interesting anyways, I would say. That being said, I don't think anyone's interested in talking about the Goblin Ranks now, right? we want to
No.
move on to number 18.
Yep.
Yeah, let's get
Talk is
going.
The
going to death
sisters.
At this point.
All right. Moving on.
Rip off. You're
Controversial
telling me
take.
I spent
Oh,
money
oops.
on this tower? Rip off. You're telling
well.
me I spent money on this tower? I get the Wicked Sisters have quite a bit of versatility in their kit, but I hardly even utilize it. The tower gives you ability to swap between poison and stunning attacks, and you can move the witch anywhere within this huge range. However, if you use the poison attack, you're a fool. Like, literally, the stun is so much stronger. And I don't want to move the witch that much. I just want to place it and then forget about it. I have other things to worry about. Their abilities are really nothing to write home about either. One literally just increases the witch's flying
Seriously?
range, which I don't use anyways. Another is a
Bruh.
frog polymorph, which, okay, it's alright. And finally, there's the spell silencing ability, but it isn't nearly enough to save this tower. Sure, the Wicked Sisters can be good, but you have to babysit them the whole game.
Okay, that... Oh,
Alright,
there's a little bit
so
more.
before
That
we
was a
start
gold
discussing,
mine of information. So he already openly admitted that he just wants to sit and do what the average casual gamer does, which is to just not think and play mindlessly. The whole
I
point
take
of
that
the
personally.
I know, and I'm sorry, but it's true. The whole point of the tower is that it's supposed to be microed like a barracks, and if you're not willing to micro it to get the most out of its DPS, then that is on you, 100%.
that's a fair point.
Yeah. And I mean, how can you disagree that the poison is bad? The poison is really good if you use it under the correct conditions.
Both of the
Reg-
attacks are good under the correct conditions.
Yeah,
and its
but-
abilities, while not amazing,
I like how-
are still very good for their price.
I love how he said the stun is really good, even though it only happens like 35% of the time. Like, bruh, don't you
Are we
know that
playing a
it's
different
RNG
game?
dependent?
No, because for me it happens way more frequently. I don't know if I just get lucky or not. I'm being serious. It happens for me so frequently, it's insane.
I mean, yeah, but the chance is only 35% across all levels. I don't think a mage upgrade's affected.
Bro,
I
but did you just read the chat? What White said about
Uh,
I've
I'm
read
not
some
reading
of
the
the
chat because it's cursed.
Let me see.
God.
I can't focus on microing the witches because I have more important things to do, like simping for a high elven mage. Oh, okay. That explains a lot. No wonder I'm so bad at micro as well. It's because I'm busy simping.
Oh god,
Hmm.
that's funny.
But
Anyways, back on topic.
I can't really speak on this tower because I never used the vanilla version.
Nice.
That's exactly what I was
okay.
gonna say. I don't even remember what it's like anymore. It's too painful.
Here's what I'm gonna say. That the broom ability, whatever it's called, broomstick 4000.
You can handle this broom.
Nimbus 4000. Yeah. That ability, I think he underrated it here for this list because one of the utilities of the Wicked Sisters is that you can put it in the bad tower spots to add onto your choke point, which I think already puts it in the upper half of towers because you have so few choke points in Vengeance that it's frequently beneficial to do this. But he's using
This
it
is definitely in the upper half. Yes.
Yeah.
I would say that they're in the upper half because their quotes are funny. And lewd.
The fact that they can still fire even if they get disabled is basically, it makes them kind of similar to like Battle Mecha in a sense. I understand they're two completely different towers, but like the fact that you can get disabled or, you know, affected by like the roots on like the Halloween levels and still be able to work and function. Although I think actually the roots doesn't matter for like towers' normal attacks in general.
No,
Either way.
Hold on, guys.
Like the freezing towers, like
Hang
Seville
on.
Druids.
Beep, beep, beep.
Seville Druids
I think
talent.
Voduke,
We're
we're gonna have to
yeah. We got an
we're gonna have to
important
make some sort of split the money up from these donations because I reckon it's gonna be a lot.
I guess so now. What the heck is this? This
I'll
is
be
actually a
humble and
charity
take it all.
stream. Look at this. Tom Aro says, W Voduke moment. I love your content. Little know how Toji beats Yuta and Rika at the same time. Long live Kingdom Rush. Hard eyes. That's a beautiful comment. I think,
That's
okay,
well done.
I may know this person in real life.
What?
So if
Oh,
so,
really?
if so, thank you, John. I appreciate that very much. I'm going to use that money to buy a Starbucks.
So
Okay,
is that
great.
like an inside joke why he's spelling like that?
I believe so because he's mentioning stuff from an anime that we've discussed before. But
Anime.
yeah, we do. Okay, this video is controversial enough. Let's not talk about anime.
Yeah, let's not get into that.
Unsubscribe.
Yep.
Just kidding. I like some
Friends.
but yeah. Anyways, so you guys would all
we
generally
reached the consensus on the Wicked Sisters, right?
I'd say
No.
it's like an A tier tower, probably.
Yeah, we pretty much agree
Somewhere
that
around
it
B
should
to
be
A tier.
in the
Yeah,
upper half.
B-Day. I used to think they were terrible until I woke up, and then I was like, oh, they're actually pretty good. I thought because their animations were missing attacks, that they were literally missing attacks, but their animations miss attacks all the time, just like we saw in his footage. It completely misses that wyvern, and its health bar still goes down. So I'm like, okay, if it's not missing and doing a ton of overkill, then this tower actually is really good, especially with, I think, the best thing with besides the Nimbus thing, like insta-killing frogs that happens very frequently, especially on frog levels or like the newer Dwarven campaign. That is like unbelievably powerful. What do you guys think of that?
I agree.
I would agree with that. It has the shortest cooldown of any insta-kill, so it's very useful.
Oh yeah, the insta kill. Yeah, that alone already puts it like very high. Yeah, it might.
The only
even be
problem
close
with
to
this
S tier.
tower is, in my opinion, the overkill damage. Usually, I find it overkilling
Yeah.
enemies all the time. If it had more consistent damage, I think it will be a little bit upper into the A tier. But for me, due to its overkilling, I think I'm gonna put it in B.
Am I the only one who never considers that kind of thing to be a problem? Because I really
Overkill?
don't care about it.
Why does Pollux
It's about
always have a hot
efficiency.
take?
Why does what?
Why does Pollux always have a hot take?
Well, it's
Because
part of
he's
the picture.
different.
You know,
Pollux
likes
is
to
the
be
most
different.
brave of us all. Pollux the brave.
Alex the
Pollux is a
controversial.
dictator.
Yeah, he doesn't care. He thinks what he
Yeah.
thinks. Now, I would
is
say
true.
that overkill is only how would I put this? I only use overkill when I mean it in a negative connotation, but it doesn't necessarily have to be bad if a tower is just so overpowered. But like the reason why it would be bad is because of the cooldown rate of the tower, right? So for the Wicked Sisters, they are kind of slow in Vanilla Vengeance, so overkilling is a bit of a problem. It means that the overall DPS is not that good. But if I'm guessing what Pollux's argument is going to be is that overkill means that you're doing more than you even need to do to win, right? So it's not really a problem.
I don't think there's that much overkill. I personally might have influenced, a lot of this stuff because I gave so many opinions on it years ago. But if a lot of enemies are having 200 or more health and then it's doing 200 in an attack, it's like, who cares if there's overkill? Because overall, it's a consistent tower that can move far and do insta kills and good base attack. So the overkill isn't that often, basically, and it's a mid-A tower, probably.
Wait, I actually just realized that, like, from reading Shadow's comment, that the only reason I never really played with this tower might be because you, Trevor, you said it was trash, so I was just like, I didn't bother.
Yeah, I've misled some people, but I was only playing for a certain point at that point,
Because like I just always assumed it was like trash but I can't remember where I got that.
I also compare it to the best towers, so that was one thing. It was probably my Wicked Sisters challenge video. I was like, these guys suck, and all the cackling. Because I was always just comparing it to Blazing Gem, which if that's like an S or S plus tower, then it's like, who cares about like a B or A tier tower? Why would you use that?
What I will say about that video is that your witch impression is way better than the actual witch's voice in the game. They don't sound like witches at all.
Yeah.
Like that.
That was a great sound.
It's beautiful.
That vacuum cleaner.
A vacuum cleaner.
Vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, you're
a haunted vacuum cleaner.
You're almost like cutting out.
Wicked vacuum cleaners.
It's so loud that I think it cut out.
Yeah.
A little.
Probably.
Your impression was too good.
Well, anyways, let's see. Could you maybe discuss more about the relative ranking compared to other towers instead of this tower is so good? Now, this is specifically just for me. I don't know about other people, but I kind of need to remember what all the towers in Vengeance are. I know I was playing Revengeance, but I just don't know the game like the back of my hand, like I would for the first three. So I need to see the other towers again and remember where they stand before I can talk about that. But I do want to. I think it's good to do kind of what I did with other rankings, where first you go through all the towers, give them like an arbitrary score out of 10, or maybe like a letter ranking, and then put all of those with a letter ranking together and then rank them within that category. So like we'll put all the A tier towers together and then say which one's the best of those. And then we'll reassign rankings as necessary. Wait a minute, is everyone still here?
Yeah.
No,
okay.
Sure.
Yeah, we're still here.
I just hope that made sense.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, here, I'll give you an example then. Basically, what I did for the heroes is I went through every single one of them. Like Gerald, I'll give him like an 8 out of 10, maybe a 9 out of 10. Illyria, 2 out of 10, maybe 1 out of 10. And so on and so forth, right? For all the heroes. And then I looked at all the 1 out of 10s, put them in a list. So I had Bolin, Illyria, Varrock, etc. And then I ranked them within the 1 out of 10 category. That's how I started making my hero tier list. Yes. Same thing for this, right? We should look at like the Wicked Sisters and say, okay, we can average out to about an A tier. And then once we've gone through the list and have all the other A tier towers, then we can rank them within the A tiers. So if we also put, I don't know, Deep Devil's Reef in the A tier, then we can argue about whether or not that should be below or above the Wicked Sisters. So as we proceed in the list, we can start making more relative comparisons. But right now, we literally only have 2 towers. And It's been almost an hour.
Mm-hmm. Wait, Voduke, did you see Selena's comment?
Where are we at? So Wicked being low on the list is okay with me. You said sure you can manage that broom.
No, she deleted the comment. I just asked if you saw it before she did.
No! What the heck? It should say message retracted.
What? Yeah. Isn't that down?
No, I guess because she's a moderator, she's able to delete stuff.
It was simping for me. That's all you need to know.
That's all I need to know? Okay, sure. I'm sure she'll tell me what she said later.
PvP for a moment. Shall we continue?
I just wanted to let you know you have competition here.
Selena, what the F? Oh God, I'm quite afraid of what that was. let's just go on then. I think we've all come to a conclusion.
Yeah, avoid the chat for now. Let's get back to the video.
Don't show Pollux.
Plus,
Wait, is
their
Pollux
voice
in
lines
on
make me
the
want to screw.
What?
simping as well? What the hell?
No. Selena just likes to flirt with every single person that shows up as a collaborator. Sophia just did ... Okay, anyways, proceeding to number 17.
Maybe we should try to keep
17.
it from like 3 to
Melting
5
furnace.
minutes a piece or
I
something.
really like the idea of this tower.
I like
You
that idea.
guys know how I'm a sucker for towers that can hit everything in their range. But God, it's
So
too
far.
slow, man. And it's not even that much damage.
So far, so good.
It hardly ever gets kills. And down the line, there are towers that are so much better at assisting like this. So it pretty much becomes obsolete. I like the ability to increase attack damage of surrounding towers, but I think the towers have to be a lot closer now to get the buff than back in the Frontier days with the Crow upgrade on the crossbow fort. Overall, Melting Furnace has lackluster abilities and an attack that just isn't quite enough.
Wait, I just realized where the fuck he hasn't put the Rotten Forest yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Run for it, OP.
Wait, that means that he puts rocket runners over this tower? Ain't no way. Okay.
Yeah, that too.
What the
I just
hell?
realized that as well.
And he did. Okay, like he didn't even talk about the abilities. He just said, "Oh, the damage boosting is nice." I would agree with that. Like that's the only thing that I agree with. The range of the melting furnace is a problem because it's really hard to utilize it since there's so many. Well, there's actually very few choke points in Vengeance, so it's really difficult to make it so you can use the bonus efficiently. But he didn't even talk about the rest of the abilities. Like talk about the white hot coast, talk about the burning fuel. You know, he didn't even mention it. He just said mediocre abilities. Like, come on, at least go a little bit of detail, man.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
burning coals, like
Yeah,
that's another thing. They miss half of the time.
Yeah, because
AoE is so
the,
small.
they affect only one sub lane. That's the problem with them. They don't have enough AoE.
I think the nearby tower damage boost actually, as like Merglin's passive ability, and then that for this tower, I have an idea that like something being permanently increased to like 20 or 30% more damage over the whole stage could do so much damage that is a super underrated ability. In my opinion, that's actually the best thing about Merglin, is that she can just sit there and like have all of her insane AoE, insta-kill, and all this like insane DPS, and it's like, yeah, that's incredible, and that's all S tier, but it's like just boosting, you know, maybe 4 towers at times to be 30% stronger for an entire stage. Like, does anybody else think that is insanely broken, and that kind of factors into like why this tower might be better than most people think?
For Merglin, yes. For the Melted Furnace, no. Because if it's like, what is it, 15 and then 30% boost?
Yeah,
You need more
it's up
than
to 30%.
you need more than 3 towers that like are also cheaper than the Melting Furnace for this to be cost effective to all be buffed by it, as opposed to like
with the Vengeance placements, you can only really buff like 2 towers at most, I find, in like
That's
most
true.
levels.
A lot of the time,
and
yeah, you're
maybe
right.
maybe you
So,
could
it's
It's
agree.
really
Depending.
compromising position. Like you can't even utilize the melting furnace itself because it's in such a bad spot and the range is so small. So it's most likely going to be in like a straight path instead of like in an on a corner or whatever you want to call it.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would agree. That's another
I would
problem
just
with
like
the
to
melting
point
furnace.
out somebody made a very good comment as far as he didn't give a lot of detail as far as why the abilities were just mediocre. I can understand a tier list or whatever ranking list you want to call this thing being subjective, but at least provide some detail.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Like you can complain about this being very, very long, but I think the detail's more interesting anyways. Like I've said this
Exactly.
before, but like some people just like hearing detail about Kingdom Rush. Like if if I made a video where I read the encyclopedia or the wiki, like there would be a lot of people that genuinely enjoy that because it's just like hearing somebody say stuff about a thing they like. But at least for a tier list, you should say that stuff to serve the greater purpose of supporting your opinion. If I could go like one by one for all the abilities, Red Hot Coals, very, very bad because of the sublane thing, as King Rexy put it. We already talked about Abrasive Heat. The only really good thing about it, if you're using this tower for attacking, is the log fuel that makes it attack faster. And even then, like the only times that you really want this are if you get like a good curve, like some of the stages have, or for the stunning effect that the tower has on its basic attack, because then you can stun consistently. It has a very niche use case against infusers because it prevents them from casting their bubble spell on the what's it called, wardens. So it's really useful in the Anurian stages for that reason. Otherwise, I'd say this tower is kind of mid or below, and that's with like the relativity in mind. Like I would say that there's quite a couple of towers better than this one, even though it's not
like low
super
B
bad.
tier, somewhere around there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like on paper, I would say it's like a B- tower, but there's a lot of
that's
towers
exactly what
above
I
a
was
B-.
thinking.
Yeah,
I would say that it's honestly a really bad tower, but there are worse towers than that. That's kind of what it boils down to.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. There's still like at least 5 or 6 towers that are worse than this one, if not more.
It's in an ugly spot.
Yeah, I would
sure.
say that.
Anybody want to throw some predictions out for the next one?
No. I don't even want to know at this point.
I think I
can't
saw what it was, and it's going to be the most triggering placement so far.
Oh no, then I can't even hazard a guess at that.
Oh no. Just play it, roll it.
All right,
Is it gonna be bone flingers?
Get ready, boys.
Gem, F tier.
Oh
no.
Just isn't quite enough. Number 16, Elite Harassers.
What?
This is our first barracks tower on the list. And no way is this tower weak. It just
Wiggle, what?
Dude,
Yeah. Everyone, get triggered.
Right.
Let's hear him out.
Okay.
Rotten Forest? Hello?
Just let him speak.
DJ has the
Okay.
talking pillow.
This is our first barracks tower on the list, and in no way is this tower weak. It just doesn't quite stack up. First of all, good damage. This barracks tower you want to be placing near the entrances rather than the end of the path.
He's letting
Their
him
houses
melee.
don't have any
Probably one.
Okay, sorry, I have to pause for that.
Near the entrance? Near the entrance!
What? Does he have a vendetta against fucking barracks with 2 units? It makes no sense. He put
I'm
them
gonna have a granny
at
aneurysm.
number 6.
What the hell?
What is
Rotten
that?
Forest is better than this? Grim
He just put like
Cemetery?
a basically S tier tower in like D
Fucking
tier
orc
for some
shamans,
reason.
Rocket Riders is above this. I just want this to be clear. Rocket Riders is technically still above this according to his list. What the hell?
What? Yeah.
All right, I mean, Rocket Riders and Rotten Forest and other towers aside, I vehemently disagree with the logic of putting them at the front of the map. Like that is
Yeah.
definitely using the tower wrong. But
Dude.
let me see if he has an explanation as to why that's the case. I suspect it might be something to do with their abilities, like the dodge and the like death thing. Like he's trying to get them killed so they can spawn the like whatever that's called. You know what I'm talking about,
Dude.
right?
I think he's
Yeah,
putting the
yeah.
Orc Warriors then above the Dark Knights because Dark Knights is only 2 units.
Yeah, in
Eternal
fact,
Fury.
he's probably gonna put the zombies at the number 1 barrack spot, right?
Oh.
Because that's the most units.
Oh
I'm gonna
no!
have a meltdown.
All right, let me hear his explanation.
It just doesn't quite stack up. First of all, good damage. This barracks tower you want to be placing near the entrances rather than the end of the path. Their houses don't have anything in terms of armor, and they can die pretty fast if nothing's healing them. I do quite like their arrow
Variants.
ability though. It's a lot of damage and can hit at a decent range. The Fury of Twilight ability is just bad. It takes the
never mind.
Harasser's ability to hit ranged targets away, and it makes the unit respawn slower. Because the Harassers
Okay,
die
fair.
quickest out of any other barracks tower, I pretty much always go for a different one. Not that bad, but not that good
Oh,
either.
okay, perfect timing.
Wow.
Wow.
So yeah, that's
ignore
Not that bad, but not-
Eurostorm, which is like the highest DPS attack in the entire game, I think.
That is absolutely mad.
Bro just said that because these guys die quicker. So wait a minute, because Dark Knights die slower than Elite Harassers. That's his logic.
well.
Makes sense.
Therefore, Templars are the best tower.
Yeah, really? Oh my god.
Well, no, that doesn't mean
Yeah.
respawn. It means like they die more frequently, as in like it takes less damage to get them killed. If
Yeah,
you put them
Yeah,
in melee
just
combat.
70% of attacks. There's that.
Yeah, he does. Does he even know about the passive dodge chance? Probably not.
He's
I mean-
probably never upgraded it.
Doesn't the dodge
should,
lower
yeah.
their DPS anyways? Like you want them to be in range combat at all times, anyways.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. You just like
Micro
in range combat.
With that, it's really important to stop. Let them unleash their ranged attack. That's what they're used for. They're basically like an archer.
That's why they're like good. Besides the what is it, Fury of the Twilight? That's trash. But like they can block really well because they can dodge, but then you can pull them out and they can deal a shit ton of damage.
Everybody in the chat, I want you all to tell me right now, how many of y'all are rallying your barracks to the very front entrance of a map? Let's be straight up honest here. We're not going to judge you. We might disown you from the Kingdom Rush community if you say yes, but it's okay.
Shadow
We just
using
wanna
assassins
know.
at the front of the map. I mean, that's a genuine use for them.
Well, I meant as far as harassers were concerned. I guess I should have clarified.
Okay,
Well, I mean,
JPRT. I'm
Other
gonna
people-
disagree with that. Oh, also now the chat's being spammed. Let me just pin his message. No, that's Red Warrior. Also, we're back to 60 people basically. But you see what
Getting close
JPRT
to
is saying?
100.
The community
Yes.
is busting right now.
Yeah, he doesn't want a micro. We know. That was already
Yeah.
very apparent.
Oh my god.
But like, how do we want to factor in like what you want to do as a playstyle into judging towers?
Who cares what you want to do?
I,
Judging them
I get
should
it.
be as
Oh my
objective
God.
as possible, looking at like DPS and stuff like that.
Yeah, like there's plenty of towers that I don't want to use, anyways, like in Vengeance, right? Because I don't want to play Vengeance. But like in order to judge them well, you have to just try to use them right. Again, same thing with the hero tier list. There are lots of heroes that I didn't want to use either. Like Deirdre's really not my playstyle, but like I had to give her merits and use her as if like she was the main hero or like the only hero that I have to use. So I had to use her to my best ability. If you're using the harassers to the best of your ability, then they can perform so well. Like micro, I think is worth taking into account here. Otherwise, like Durex is bad. Otherwise, assassins are bad.
Yeah.
So yeah, okay.
Exactly.
I guess we all agree on that. That's not controversial.
Yeah.
No.
No, not at all. Not at all controversial.
First non-controversial thing in a DJ video be like.
Well, that's not his opinion though. This is my reaction.
True.
Yeah, in fact, me vehemently
work.
disagreeing with him 100% is the non-controversial thing, which just shows how controversial he is.
Yep. All right.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's
Okay, let's
continue. I'd say a harasser's probably S tier, right? We can agree on that.
Probably. I mean, the Fury of the Twilight does hold them
high
back a little bit.
Lowest tier,
High
but
tier.
yes,
High
maybe
A tier,
not.
I would settle with that. That's fine. But like,
Yeah, high A tier, low
besides
S.
the
S.
Dark Obelisk,
This means like
wait, that's not
beyond.
what it's called.
Wait, what? Hold on.
Sorry, go ahead.
Besides the Dark Obelisk, which is not what it's called Blazing Gem. They pretty much like have the highest DPS. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Doesn't
the
that sound
physical
about right?
equivalent.
Like they literally obliterate bosses. Like it's absolutely stupid.
Yeah,
Do
they are.
elite harassers have higher DPS against bosses? Because I've seen speed runs where people. Sorry, hold on. My frickin' family needs me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's all good. They just spam the arrow storm, and yes, it's a very good way to get
I
immediate.
don't think they have. They don't. Like they deal a shit ton of damage against the what are they called?
Paragons.
They're like slow. No. In the Anurian stages, they're like slow.
Oh,
Crystal,
purple. The pink guy.
Oh yeah, the
Apes.
demolishers. The demolishers.
Demolishers, yeah, they absolutely annihilate them.
No,
That's also what they're really good for. Yep.
Yeah, I
They
think
just-
the reason why they're used in speedruns is because of the burst damage. Because like you're waiting for the boss to spawn because Vengeance cutscenes, and so the ability's charged by then, so they all blast them down with the arrows. So if you can one
Yeah,
shot
if
them,
you have 4 or 5 do it all at once, it'll basically kill any boss in like one hit, I think.
yeah, if you have enough of them,
Or
whereas
close
the-
to it.
I've seen speed runs, dude. Like, I think it was Shadow 1923 or somebody else who, like, I thought that, like, 4 blazing gems on any of the bosses would be the fastest thing. But due to the charge up, it's like, well, that might take 10 seconds to melt the boss. But if you get all of that burst damage that doesn't have to charge up, they can all hit at once. And you can have more towers that are rallying and then shooting a distance. So you could have, like, 6 of those all doing their arrow storm at the same time, rather than, like, maybe 3 or 4 blazing gems all trying to power up. That's why it's faster, basically.
I remember I was so excited when I was doing my barracks only challenge in Kingdom Rush because the bosses were like so easy in the vanilla game, like much easier than I expected. So I was really excited to do the only barracks because then I was like, then the bosses are actually going to be difficult now. But the harassers it turned out to be even easier with like harassers.
Yeah.
It was so anticlimactic.
The bosses really need a buff in this series. Like overall, there's like pretty much no bosses that are actually hard. I'd say Green Muck is probably the hardest one because like he's the most punishing if you try to do a challenge. But like but anyways, for the harassers, like first of all, the rally point gives them an advantage over the Blazing Gem in some cases. I would also disagree with what Bladesinger Lover just said, is that they're bad in the Anurian stages. They're really not. Like because of the arrows, they're really, really good against the Amphitheaters, which is a serious problem in like all of the levels.
Yeah, and Demolishers.
And Demolishers, as you said. But like for
in the first level they aren't that good. I can testify to that. Because there's like only armored enemies in that pretty much. But there are the infusers, but like
well, like
you might as well just use Dark Knights to like block them at the entrance and kill them.
Azra is pretty good for wearing down the armored units so that harassers can deal with them. I actually did a challenge where I beat the Anurian Plaza with 20 hearts on impossible mode with just her and the harassers, and I think I used a couple Dark Knights here and there, but mostly harassers. But yes, harassers are incredibly good.
But don't remind us. That actually makes me depressed.
Yeah, I know. That challenge. But anyways.
Okay. Last thing I'll say though is that this is a problem that a lot of towers have. I'm gonna call this Archmage syndrome, where the base tower.
Slow attacking effect.
Wait, what?
Slow attacking effect.
The slow attacking effect? No, not that. Not that. Actually, maybe that's not even the best tower to use as an example, but it's one of them. Maybe the Necromancer as well, where the base tower is quite good, but some of the abilities are just not worth upgrading, and the tower is more cost effective if you don't get it. Harassers is a perfect example of that. Like, I feel like if you just skip out on upgrading the dodge chance and the Fury of the Twilight, and just focus on the Arrow Storm, or even just base Twilight harassers, then you'll get a lot of value out of the tower, and that's what makes it an S tier tower, because it's still, I'd say that it's still like costly enough and putting out enough power for the one strategic point that it's using up, since that's also a valuable resource, that it's like good enough. Whereas a tower that's really cheap and doesn't have any good abilities to make use out of would rank much lower, if that makes sense. Like the Orc Shaman, for example, which that should also have been lower on the list, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
So basically, to sum it up, the harassers are the barbarians on crack with the added dodge chance from the assassins. Like, what's not to like?
Yes.
They're very good. I don't understand how he could have put them this low, but I'm scared to see what the next thing
He
is.
likes the barbarians. What the fuck? DJ. Come on, man.
Well, he's putting him at the beginning of the map, clearly.
He likes barracks less and less as the games go on.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to proceed now.
Number 15, Orc Warrior Death. The orcs just barely beat out the harassers for me. Honestly, it was so close.
Okay.
Orcs do much less damage than the harassers, and they have slightly less health. But
I mean, it's
they have that armor, man. Personally, I like their abilities much more than harassers. The Rage one to do more damage is alright. The Orc Captain one is pretty good, but the best one by far is the Orc Healing, which regenerates 10 HP per second. At the
Seriously?
The damage boost.
Plus the fact that there's 2 of them to block more enemies on the path, which is always something to keep in mind. That doesn't mean the orcs are great, they're just barely better than the harassers.
Whoa, okay. Going back.
Whoa. So, DJ, when does free blockers?
For a moment.
So, okay. First of all, the damage ability, I believe it works now, but it used to be a Vengeance L that damage, like melee damage boosts couldn't work when you bought them. Unless they were like a whole number value, so it would have to be a 100% boost for it to actually apply to the orcs, but it would show up on the tower as more damage anyways when it wasn't working. But I believe that works now. I actually agree with DJ that the healing, the regen is their best ability.
Are you serious?
I do.
Come on,
The
really?
regen is
No.
horse poop.
The regen?
Yeah.
Okay.
NHP is just not enough.
10 per second when they're taking like 50 or 100 per
Yeah,
second
no.
or more is nothing.
No.
It's
Yeah,
not enough to
the
keep them alive
self-sustain is
ever.
not high enough.
I can't
No.
remember the
Yeah, I would
cost of
say-
it.
Maybe if it was like 25
Is it-
HP, I would agree, but 10 is just way too low.
Wait,
Mark
is it,
Captain,
what's the
and
cost
then
of it? Is it 120 or 180?
I think it's...
Um,
Isn't it discounted at like 108 if you have max soul upgrades? Something like that. It's like 108,
somewhere in there.
Duke just made an oops.
Oh no, it might be 102. 108 or 102, one of the two.
Of a doopsie.
One of the two.
All right, let's hear you out, Voduke. Why is the healing better?
All right. The reason why I like the healing is because with all barracks, or I guess with any unit that has healing over time, it puts like a... Have you ever seen at a theme park or an amusement park where it says you must be this tall to ride? I have to deal with those a lot. It's basically saying your DPS must be this high to pass. So it allows the orcs to be useful against like weak fodder enemies, so that you can isolate that like niche for them. Now, obviously, it's not going to be nearly as good as the paladins, because the paladins have armor and stronger healing. But
They're
because
already good against weak tier enemies, though.
Mm-hmm.
Anything can kill a weak tier enemy in Vengeance. I mean, a freaking
No,
Goblin
Their
Ring.
healing is only good when there's a break of enemies. Like mid combat, 10 per second is going to do
Oh,
nothing
you know
basically. But if the 3 enemies get to them and then they have like 5 seconds to heal, it's like they can at least get that back without having to respawn. I
Yeah.
suppose. I don't know.
That's
Maybe
the
you
only-
do want them to respawn instead, because then they're full health anyways.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
actually gonna check how much that ability costs because I can't remember. If
Yeah.
it's 180, then it's actually dog shit.
make sure to discount it with
I
the star upgrades, soul point. I mean.
Wait, no, I have Revengeance installed. I can't check it.
Here, I got you.
Check the
homie.
wiki.
I got you. I'm pulling up the wiki right now.
Gotcha.
Mhm.
Alright, let's see how much it
Got
I'll
you.
pull
costs.
up the wiki.
I got you, fam. All right.
But
hold on.
anyways,
Let me-
like, so you said that they're already good against weak enemies, right?
yeah.
But the like how weak the enemy has to be for the orcs to be good against is really significant until
What
you
is
get
your
high-
definition of a weak enemy in Vengeance?
like basic fodder.
Yeah, most.
Like-
All of them except Enorians and
Literally.
beefy dwarves.
Yeah.
Okay, Cozynez, I
good.
was right. It's 120 normally and 102 if discounted with the
Oh,
soul
okay.
upgrade. Yeah, so I was right on the 102.
I just saw Red Warrior was like really mad at me because somebody wrote it in the chat where I'm like, there's too much discussing going on. I can't look at the channel. So
Yeah, that's so much to say. Why do DJ kind of look like ANR or whatever?
Okay, but that's actually not that bad then. Then that's actually I mean, it isn't. It's a pretty meh ability,
not
but at
that
least it doesn't cost that much.
It's not that it's like an expensive ability that doesn't do much of anything. It's just that as far as it being the best ability is concerned, I just don't agree with that because, like you said, Voduke, they did fix that bug where the damage boost value wasn't working properly. So now that it's fixed, there's all the more reason to use it. And as far as the Orc Captain is concerned, you buy that thing in a pinch, and all of a sudden, even if one of your units falls, at least the other two are going to survive a little bit longer.
Okay, but let's clarify something here. Didn't he make this list when that ability was still bugged?
Good
That
question.
is a fair point. That is a fair
I'm
point.
not sure.
Because
I did not think of that.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't fixed when he made this.
28.
I have no idea
That's a fair.
when this
I don't
happened.
know.
Like it came out with the
Yeah.
Primal Ravage
Mhm.
update.
Let me think here. Kingdom Rush.
So when did Primal Ravage come out?
Does he review
Yes.
Ignis Altar?
That's a good question. I don't know if he has.
Oh, okay. It was before, I guess, because the update was here on the 28th.
Okay.
Okay,
Nice.
Then that answers that.
so they're bugged. Did he even say anything about the damage boost? Because if he actually said it was good, then I would. Then
I don't think he
actually
said
be
anything.
kinda funny.
I don't think he said anything about the Orc Captain either, which is kind
No,
of
because
sad.
I was,
I
like,
think he
listening for
mentioned
him.
it. I think he mentioned it earlier.
I don't know. Maybe somebody was talking and I didn't hear it.
Hmm.
Because I was listening intently for him to praise that ability.
Yeah, here. Let's just listen to it again. It's 1 minute. No, it's like 30 seconds.
Orcs just barely
Jesus
beat out the
Christ.
harassers for me. Honestly, it was so close. Orcs do much less damage than the harassers, and they have slightly less health. But they have that armor, man. Personally, I like their abilities much more than the harassers. The Rage one to do more damage is alright. The Orc Captain one is pretty good, but the best one by far is the Orc Healing.
Okay, can I just say it's really, really funny for him to say it's all right, meaning that like he couldn't notice it doing anything, but that meant like that was because it literally wasn't doing anything.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's quite funny.
Like, he admitted that the harassers did a lot of damage. Like, I feel like he knows that harassers are better, but he still put the Orc Warriors then above them because he likes those 3 fucking units instead of 2.
But the harassers can hit air.
Highest tier list.
Like he likes 3 units more than he likes when a tower can hit air. That's what we've decided from this.
Yep. Just develop
decision.
But okay. I would still say that like just the idea of regen is really nice to me on a barracks. Like for units, I just like the fact that it keeps them protected against enemies and it scales with how powerful the enemy is. But like you can see a bunch of examples of medium tier enemies here that they're fighting that are also like capable of being tanked permanently by the orcs. Whereas if you didn't have that ability upgraded, that wouldn't be the case.
Yeah, but he's probably playing on casual.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, possibly. I saw them doing a lot of damage to these guys. That's another thing, too, that I wondered about the other tier lists. Because I felt like he wasn't playing on veteran. Or, like, any of them, really.
Yeah, we have no idea. Like, if he's playing on veteran, what he's doing.
Oh, well.
Most people play on normal. That's what I would assume.
I don't know about that. That's a good poll that we should post to our viewers.
Normal in Vengeance is basically casual.
Yeah,
what difficulty do you guys play on?
Yeah, I would say, here, you know what? I'm just going to do it right now. Make a poll right now. That's what this is cause a problem. But I'm going to ask what people played the first time they played the Kingdom Rush games. So
why do DJ kind of look like Aeon Air? What?
I don't know who that is,
like him at all.
But that name is really funny.
When did DJ comment in the stream?
He commented in the stream?
Somebody said he did. Lewis said he did. Oh, he did. He said, who that?
Who that?
Hey, no way.
DJ didn't get noticed.
He actually came in.
Hi, DJ.
Okay, yeah, DJ, quick question. When you played,
DJ?
or well, I guess we have many questions, but when you like played the games and wanted to like make these tier lists, did you play them on, or what difficulty did you play them on? That's what I mean to ask.
Can he join our phone call on Discord?
Yeah, do you have
That would be
Discord?
nice.
Ooh.
I thought you said he did.
I only know that he has like an email that I can contact.
DJ getting the call.
This event keeps on expanding. What the hell?
Yeah, it's getting
Eventually
better.
we're gonna have like.
Is this a crossover episode?
I wish War Champion would get in the call. I don't know what.
Yeah. It's probably the hardest one to get a hold of.
I'll just do it like this.
I don't know that he's online all that much,
I
unfortunately.
love what KM5 said. DJ, I'm your biggest fan. I love High Open Day so much. Damn.
Okay, I need a 4th tier for like people that don't want to answer and they want to see the results. So what's like a random meme thing that I can put on here?
Why not just put impossible difficulty?
Because it's literally impossible.
You can have one that just is called C result.
Yeah, that's normally what you would put. I just like to put something.
Oh, you're saying Kingdom Rush 1.
as a
Why not
meme.
just say any Kingdom Rush game?
Because it might
Yeah,
be different.
just-
Like you might have played Kingdom Rush 1
And
on
this is
normal.
the first time that you play it, because this was DJ's first time playing Vengeance, right? And when you jump into a game, you might be apprehensive, you know? I'm impatient when I jump in and replay a new file. Sometimes I'll play on easier
I was being
difficulties.
difficult.
All right.
Actually, that's another
Thanks-
post
thanks,
I'm going to
Selena.
make myself.
Okay, yeah, everybody make posts while we're doing this.
I woke up. Come on, man. You should have.
Oh, Jason's here, yo.
Wait, who's that? Is it
Ultra
Jason?
Young
Oh.
Thief suggested.
Jason Brody.
Alright. Hello there.
I just thought DJ joined. I was like, holy shit.
Oh, Jason's here. Okay, good. Now we have even more people to talk over each other.
Voduke.
Guys.
You should've put-
Everybody start talking
was
at the
Steve.
same time.
I was
Chaos
being
mode.
difficult.
Everybody, welcome. It's the real Gorgon.
Yeah.
Alright.
And still no
Alright.
DJ. Anyways, did we really reach an agreement here on the orcs? Like,
Yeah.
what do we?
Yeah, they're like
Yeah,
C
I think
tier.
we
The only
arrived at
little-
a conclusion.
Yeah, they're
The
just.
only
Easier-
little, I guess,
easier-
grain in the like grain of sand in my trousers is you saying the healing abilities kind of slaps.
I'd say the healing ability is pretty good, but the damage ability is awful. And
No, not you. Voduke said that
mhm.
before you joined.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the champion's okay.
Yeah, it's
I'd
just okay. Like,
say C tier.
Mm.
Mhm.
okay, cool. Look at how civil everything became as soon as Jason started speaking. He like pacified
I-
everyone.
Exactly.
Well, we just-
I'm a force of order.
Yes, as the avatar of wrath, you're a force of order.
We just have manners. It's just like because we
Old Dark Order.
all the people we find we've like talked before, so we just like talk over each other because we like know each other. So like I don't know Jason, so
Oh,
I don't
true.
know. You get to talk.
I want to
over
be
me.
respectful.
Shall we continue the video watching?
Yeah, okay, let's see what the next tower is here.
That's,
Has
Which
DJ
is
responded?
I bet it's Rocket Riders.
That doesn't mean the orcs are great, they're just
Brace
barely
yourselves.
better than the harassers. Number 14, Rocket Riders.
Oh shit!
I called it!
Oh
Wow.
fucking god!
It costs
Nice.
too much. It's pretty fast for an artillery tower, dealing quite a bit of damage and handling crowds
Fast?
fairly well.
Fast.
Other than its main attack, I don't really
2.8
care for any of its
second
abilities.
attack.
The main attack
Way
is
too
good.
overpriced,
Mm.
and frankly,
Wait, hold on,
not
hold on.
really-
Large.
That's a
Other
bit
than
too much
its
talking
main
over the video.
Too much. It's pretty
Oh,
fast
yeah,
for
he
an
agrees.
artillery tower, dealing quite a bit of damage and handling crowds fairly well. But other than its main attack, I don't
Fairly well.
care
Mhm.
for any of its abilities. They're way too overpriced and frankly not really worth
Okay.
it. None of them deal enough damage and they all feel the same to me. I don't have that much to say about this tower. I mean,
Well, I mean, that's about as much as the other
Hmm.
towers, right?
Once again, the same argument.
I like the basic attack, I guess.
No, 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 wait, dang it!
Okay.
No!
What?
I had it right the first time and I double clicked. I can't even micro a YouTube
Nearly
video.
perfect.
You don't even know what he's gonna say because there's like 3 towers on screen anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true.
it's hard to tell which one it is.
I think I have an idea of which
It
one the
can't be
next
the
one
Blazing
was.
Gem. It can't be.
But,
Maybe it is.
What?
Watch it be the Blazing Gem.
I don't think he's that stupid to put Blazing
I
Gems
was
so
high on
low.
this hill.
Although
Wild
that
one
being,
forest.
well, now hold on a minute. This is DJ we're talking about here.
Yeah, watch it be Blazing
mean-
Gem.
I mean, the one thing that I
Elven
achieved.
Mage at number 1, guys. Shit is gonna
Yeah.
be bad.
I would okay. For Rocket Riders, I actually agree that the abilities are mostly bad, but the Nitro Rocket is okay. Like it's the only thing that's worth buying on
Yeah.
the tower.
Yeah, I would agree on
It's
that.
the only good ability.
It's decent.
Hey,
But
counter
the extra
argument.
range
What
is
is
really
he talking
helpful.
about with every
Counter-
ability being the same? What?
Counter
No.
argument.
Yeah.
Hold on,
No,
hold on.
mines
Dude,
don't exist.
counter argument to what you said earlier about the ability being useful to buy for the tower. My counter argument is just don't buy the tower.
Yeah, like before
Just don't buy the tower at all.
before you have alternatives,
Ignore its
this
existence.
is your area damage. And so like if you're forced to use this, again, the same thing as the 10% weaker Tesla, right?
Yeah.
Like-
Area damage is bad in Vengeance, that's how little enemies there are.
Yeah.
Yeah, the enemies are not grouped enough for this tower to be efficient.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not even worth it.
Well, wouldn't you say the same thing about the Goblin Rings?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the Goblin Runs are also kind of bad.
Uh-huh.
No, I would not say the same thing about that.
Slightly
Yeah,
bad.
they're a little bit more efficient than the
Seems that
Rocket
you are-
Riders.
A
Slightly
little.
better.
Outnumbered here.
A little.
The goblins
I mean,
are
it-
way better than
they're-
freaking Rocket Riders. That's
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
they're cheaper and they have stun chance, which is pretty nice.
Way
Mhm.
cheaper. Infinitely cheaper.
Yes. That
Yeah,
is
the-
true.
The main
Cheaper
point is
than-
Rocket Riders are too overpriced for what they do.
The point
If
is,
they were
you're gonna buy
20-30%
some trash, it might as
cheaper,
well be cheap.
I think one of the main reasons like the Goblin Ranks don't have the same problems as the Rocket Riders, or at least not to the same extent, is that the path that the Boomerang follows gives it technically a bigger AoE, so it's not as hampered by needing enemies to be grouped up.
Where do you
Yeah.
put Godberangs?
Where would I
Or
put
is
them?
it coming up?
Number
Uh,
19.
He put
Very
them at the
last
bottom of the
place.
list. He put them as the worst tower. And we
That's funny. That's really funny.
we have yet to see Rotten Forest.
But I don't know, like, how
Oh.
is there such like, how is it putting Rocket Riders this much higher than the Goblet ranks if you don't like them? It's they both have like the same problems. I feel like they're both like, I mean, one is an archer and one is an artillery, but like they're both like bad in the same ways, like the bad area damage.
Yeah, but Goblin ranks can hit flying.
Yeah, that's another positive.
What?
Another W for the Goblin ranks.
Wait, is Trevor here? Because I think he should read Polyx's comment that he wrote.
Oh yeah, I'm here. I don't have the YouTube app open though because
It's okay.
I'm here
No.
two things
I'll
at
read it.
once.
I'll read it for you in your voice. In a world where DJ makes a controversial ranking video, 6 nerds band together to put him in his place. Metaphorically speaking, of course.
That was actually so spot on. What the hell?
Yeah. Good
You
impersonation.
don't know this, but I'm actually Trevor,
Awesome.
and Trevor is me today. We're using voice changers, and we swap places. I'm actually
Ah,
at this
yes,
place.
indeed.
He's at my place.
Oh, okay. So Pollux, you were just pretending to have a family then.
Yes, yes, yeah. Oh, that
Don't
hurts.
think too deeply
That
about it.
Yes, that is true. Oh, that hurts.
I'm
We all
sorry.
have
It's so
families,
gross,
but
man.
only one of us has reproduced successfully.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm not coming back with that one. I'm not coming back.
All right. Anyways, I suppose we should move on now.
I suppose. What should we play, Baby
Wait,
Jam?
hang on. How can you not distinct the abilities? It's literal cluster bombs and rocket
Yeah, and also nothing.
and mines.
And also nothing.
I mean, nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing.
mines don't exist. The ability is so bad it needs to be abolished.
Ironhide can't make a good mines ability ever.
No.
Yeah.
Look at Bolin.
But the mines have Bolin syndrome.
Yeah.
Only core drill from Dwarf. That's the only good one.
Shall we continue?
Quadro's overpriced in my opinion. Shall we?
Yeah. Let's not talk about Cordrill.
I like the
Yeah.
basic attack, I guess.
Let's
Brace
move on.
yourselves.
Number 13, Orc Shaman. It's good, but
Oh, okay.
Well, he should have been way lower,
I'm
but
pretty sure this is the most
least better
expensive
late than
tower
never.
for-
At least not Blazing Gem.
I actually agree with where he put this overall. I think it's in a fair spot. It
new
has
hot
its
take?
points where
wait.
yes, I'm saying.
Hello.
What are you
Okay,
seeing?
Cozynez, listen, man,
It's
I know you
literally just
thrown them
Infernal
in the-
Mage, but even worse.
No, I would argue that Infernal Mage is
Yes.
actually worse. It's worse than Infernal
What do you
Mage.
mean? The Infernal Mage is decent. It's not
No,
bad.
it's not.
The
Infernal Mage is
variance on this tower's
vanilla.
attacks.
Okay,
Mate,
it's good if you spam it all at level 3, apparently. That's what they
There's
say.
a 6-fold variance. God, it's so bad.
Go ahead, continue. Just
Okay, yeah, let's
The attack variation
Yeah,
is
let's
too
hear
high.
what he has to say first.
first
okay.
we've attacked the tower a little bit. Now we have to attack TJ. Ooh, new
Yeah.
record, 65 viewers. Let me screenshot that.
way too expensive. I'm pretty sure this is the most expensive tower for its DPS. Also, the range of damage is so wide. At fully upgraded, it can either do 38 damage or 210. So maybe it outright kills the thing, or does basically no damage. That being said, I do
Yeah.
really like
Okay.
Orc Shaman's abilities. There's the healing
What?
bomb,
You can't-
which is
what?
great for
What?
the meteorite
Excuse
ability,
me?
which is great for crowd control, and the static shock ability, which is also great for crowd control.
Oh, wait, no, it's not over
The
yet.
thing is, a lot of this tower depends
Dude.
on its placement. If you put them in a good spot,
Already
you're golden. A bad one, and you just wasted a lot of money. Number 12.
Okay.
wait.
Okay, so basically, you just shit all over the tower and said that the base attack correctly, it's dog shit, and then he says the abilities are kind of good, and then that's it.
Yeah.
I don't
Actually,
understand the abilities.
You see what he
I'll
said at the
disagree
end?
on that.
Did you see what he said at the end? Did you see what he said at the end? He goes, if you put it in a bad spot, it's gonna do bad. No shit.
Yeah, that's how every tower works.
according to my calculations. Yeah, but
According to my calculations, you need to put this tower in this position, otherwise it's not
Then
going to
there's
do any
nothing
damage.
furnace where you have to put it in a bad spot.
yeah, okay. Where to begin with this? First of all, slow attacker effect. This thing suffers from it more than any other tower because it automatically makes itself prone to overkill because of the massive variance, right? But also like
Yes.
rolling
Yeah,
low,
what the hell?
like rolling low is automatically the same like outcome as a slow attacker effect, right? Because whether or not it's overkill or it's just a low roll, you're dealing really low damage and then not getting another attack again. and there's so many enemies.
You're not gonna be
Like,
Yes,
by
it
the
is the
law
same effect.
of the slow attacking effect, he should have put this at the bottom. Like, what the hell?
I don't like this tower specifically because how it rolls. The
Yeah.
abilities, I don't think they're that strong as well. Like how he overhypes them. The healing is pretty non-existent. The rocks are okay, I guess.
I would say actually the healing is quite strong. Like, or am I thinking of the Revengeance one? I might be,
You're thinking of
Probably.
revamping.
Probably.
because I remember it being like nothing can die in the circle, but the circle is real small. But maybe I'm mixing the two abilities.
Oh
up
no,
now.
it's even worse. The circle is still small, and I think it has 3 Ls total. Small AoE,
I think
not
I'm-
enough healing to do anything, and it also requires 2 targets, I believe, for it to trigger at all.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
you're
remember
right. I was
that.
thinking of the Revengeance one. I was just like, wait, hang on, it's actually kind of good.
Yeah,
Well, in base game, it's non-existent. I remember it being.
yeah. So it's really expensive. So I'd say that already puts it in close to the bottom tier. The RNG and like expensiveness is just so bad, and then it has no abilities going for it at all. Literally the best thing that it has is the rainstorm, which is not
The
good.
meteors.
Yeah, the meteors.
Meteors are not even that good.
Close.
Okay.
Like, this
Yeah.
is
One of the worst
rank-
towers
I
in
mean,
the
it's
whole
AoE
game,
magic
easily.
damage,
Yeah.
so it's
This is
fine.
just like Rocket Riders and Grim Cemetery and stuff. It's bad.
This
Yeah, it's
one,
so
I would
worse than.
I would
Better-
put this
better
Keep that in
one.
than
mind, though. He thinks that Grim Cemetery is better than this tower. That's kind of sad.
I mean, I would say Grim Cemetery is probably better.
It's
You have
all
enough,
about
like-
the units, man.
No, because-
50 units, yeah.
But okay, here,
Mhm.
because of the trickling waves in Vengeance, having just like a big amount of HP for them to chew through from the zombies is at least a little bit more effective than what the Orc Shaman does. So I would say that the Grim Cemetery is probably like the 3rd or 4th worst, and Rotten Forest and
Yeah.
Orc Shaman are the bottom 2.
Mm.
Like
I mean, if
I
I were to
disagree.
rank
I
these
disagree
towers, I
with
would
that.
put the. Well, I don't know. I would probably put the Infernal Mage and Orc Shaman pretty close together, but the Orc Shaman at the bottom, because like they're so similar.
Yeah.
I
But like I don't really know. Like they both
Period.
seem so trash.
but I feel like the variance.
The Infernal Mage is a little bit more focused. It does like the variance is less, and the area of effect is actually okay. So, but like everything else about it is trash.
Because the meteors are so much worse than the AoE ability of the Infernal Mage. Like that already is a difference. And then Affliction is actually pretty good. So I'd say it's like quite a bit ahead.
Affliction
of the
is
Orc Shaman.
good. What are you smoking, dude?
Affliction.
no.
Wait, what ability is that?
Affliction's not good.
It reduces their the enemy's resistances in an AoE by 50%.
Oh, I've never used that.
Yeah,
I was just
no.
like,
Hey, I have
The
never
problem
used
is it
that.
doesn't happen
like,
often
I'm not
enough.
interested.
Maybe you would use that on the frog levels, and that's it. I would never buy that.
I don't
ever.
even use them.
Yeah, outside of the Anurian levels, the disability is pretty bad.
I mean, it's really cheap.
Not just Infernal Rave, which but worse.
Cheap doesn't mean it's good. The healing is cheap too. That doesn't make it a good ability.
I just
Yeah.
find that every time I try and buy it, I just lose because there's something else I need to buy instead. Like there's just so much else that takes
I would rather
priority
get a
that I just never
damage
use it.
tower.
No, like here's the thing though, that the healing roots really isn't doing anything. The Affliction might do something, so if you have the gold to spend, you can get that and get
Might.
something out of it.
I mean that's true. Like we're pretty much all in agreement that the Orc Shaman is below the Infernal Mage, right?
Uh-huh.
No.
What's the cooldown
Yeah, I do not
for
agree
the
with that.
for the
God.
curse?
I would agree. Infernal Mage is better.
I am in agreement.
Why
Right.
are you not in agreement?
Because
Come on, Pollux.
I've
Does
used,
what?
I've used both the towers
Get it out.
extensively, and I don't find the Infernal Mage's abilities to be useful for a couple of reasons. One, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, that the Orc Shaman's abilities, at least concerning the lightning and the meteors, they're relatively cheaper than the Infernal Mage's abilities, are they not? Actually, I should say all three of them are relatively cheaper.
Pretty sure the
You're not
meteor
buying the
and
Orc.
meteors are
Let
incredibly
me put it this
expensive.
way: you are not. Yes, it is a very high investment tower, but you are not buying the Orc Shaman for its main attack. You're not buying it for that. You're buying it for the stun utility, so that it
I'm not
gives.
buying it for anything. It has
Yeah, just don't
exactly.
buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not melting furnace if you want
2,000 gold.
stunning.
Look, I'm just saying. Here's what I'm saying about the Orc Shaman in general. I agree with where he put it on the list as far as it being on the lower end, but I definitely don't think it's the worst tower. I'm sorry, I just don't.
Oh well, I think it's one of the worst.
I think it's one of the worst.
It is
Yeah,
one
I
of the
think
worst,
it's
but it's not the worst.
I think this tower.
Okay, so
Okay, maybe not the worst, but it's definitely up there with the worst towers.
Really? I mean, like, what is worse than this tower? Like, even Templars are
Group
better than this
Cemetery.
tower. I would
I would
rather.
say Group
hang on,
Cemetery-
Yeah, the forest, most likely.
hang on. You just made the argument that the Infernal Mage was worse than this one.
Yeah, I would say that. 100%.
How?
It's
The variance is less on the base attack. The area of effect is actually okay compared to the meteors being way too expensive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't
And then
I don't
like the two
Infernal
other
Mage is-
abilities, they overlap so much that they're basically the same.
Yeah. This tower might do more because it simply is more expensive than the base tower, but Infernal Mage is easier to get, lower investment.
Yeah, the single
For
target slow
damage.
stun really doesn't feel worth it to me at all. It doesn't. It
Mhm.
doesn't.
I guess that's just
Yeah,
a matter
it's
of
not
play
needed.
style. You the point is you play the game differently.
Oh, that's
That's
true,
not-
huh? If you do a Polyx strategy with like all orc shamans, then the stun can add up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you're
suppose if you
basically-
spam the shit out of that
Like in a
tower.
real run,
And who
you'd only really have money to spare to get like one or two of these guys, and the stun just ain't doing. It ain't cutting it. It ain't it, chief.
No, okay. In theory,
Pair it with the Dragon Hero, though.
a
It's
bunch
so
of
goddamn expensive.
a bunch of tier 1 orc shamans might have like decent stun, I guess. But like, how is that going to build into a better strategy after?
Ooh,
that?
waste
but
like
it's like
1,000
5
gold
spots.
just so you
Maybe
have
if you get
lower
like
speed.
All right, but like, hear me out here. There's like 5 spots in levels and vengeance. Are you really gonna use 2 of those up on like, or like a couple of those up on tier 1 on shamans? Like, there's barely any tower spots.
AoE
This
stun
guy's
is
funny,
better
right?
than
He's
single
talking
target
about
stun,
how he
too.
hates the
Answer
attack,
the question,
but he
yes,
likes
I
the
would.
abilities. But like, the best strat of this tower is to spam the tier 3, or like just knock it to tier 4. That's so funny.
I don't know. Maybe getting like a couple low level orc shamans might be decent because you can stun more targets. But at this point, just buy a melting furnace. It's more efficient.
Yeah, at this point,
Yeah, the barracks.
Yeah, you don't need to sacrifice tower spots, and you're saving your gold.
You guys ready to move on to the next tower? I am.
Now let's
Just
move on.
want to
Yeah, I think with this
Yeah.
tower it would be enough.
I guess we agree to disagree.
nature.
Electrifying.
Rip off Oben.
Now let's see what's next.
Alright.
You're golden. A bad one,
Okay, whatever you say.
and you
without
just
it.
wasted a lot.
Watch me, Blazing
Number
Gem.
12, Shadow Archers. This
Ah.
is the
Oh, I
definition
disagree.
of an average tower. Good
Ah,
solid damage
no.
with fast attack and good range. Lame ability.
I don't know where I
The
stand on
crow
this
is
one.
not worth it. I mean, 2 damage at max level? Come on. The extra damage
That's the first thing he
doesn't-
said.
Okay, first correct opinion.
Uh-huh.
The only one really worth it is the backstab ability. It's actually not based on RNG.
Another W opinion.
But it
Mhm.
rarely
Okay.
ever happens, and when it does, it always seems to insta-kill the super weak guy instead of the really strong guy next to him.
Oh
like
my
I said
God.
before,
Skill issue.
Dude, it's like every
the
Skill.
abilities are really lacking. Number
That's
12.
just vengeance.
Okay, actually, I agree with
Abilities
everything
are
you said,
lacking.
and
Yeah.
I changed my mind. I would probably put it like in the middle as well. It's just that the only part of
Yeah.
it that I disagree with is that I haven't seen like the worst towers like before it.
I agree with that.
All right, but
Yeah.
I like his argument about the insticle being bad because he said a lot of the time it's just going to be used on the guy who has like the least HP, but that's like
It's a vengeance elf.
Oh,
Yeah,
He
because of the
actually went
normal
into detail
targeting.
about this tower. He
Yeah.
actually
That's
gave, like,
smart
a-
targeting, maybe.
No, well, okay. In Vengeance, you have like trickling waves, right? So it should be a little bit easier to stall the bad guys at the front and then let the bigger
Yeah.
tank pass. In theory.
Yeah, definitely.
Theoretically,
I've
yeah.
done that and made this guy work before.
Guys, this tower has a crow on it. Come on, S tier.
yeah.
No,
Oh,
there,
Lord and Savior, good
Well,
crow.
it's actually
detail
the best tower in the
here.
game.
there were
It has the crow.
there were legitimately
anyone
people. Oh yeah.
Does anyone have like a bit of experience with the what is
Excuse
it,
me?
Shadow Mark ability? I
Yeah,
guess.
Polyx does.
Ask Pollux. He played
Ah.
this like crazy on a
I
challenge.
played. Okay,
Is that
So to
even
get-
good? Because I can't
no.
remember.
Listen. I did a challenge where I spent a year and a half on 2 freaking levels.
Oh no,
Yeah, it's also
PTSD.
bad.
I would
Was
say
one a winter level? What 2 levels were they?
They were both
Dragon's
winter.
Boneyard.
Right next to-
Dun dun dun.
Dragon's Boneyard.
Okay, I remember watching some of that pain.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was there too. It was painful to watch.
The crow sucked. The Shadow Mark, to answer your question, is for its price, it's good. If you have the soul upgrades to discount it, the backstab is the best ability by far, 100%.
Yes.
It's the only thing that got me through that challenge, along with Mortimus carrying me on those 2 levels. But I again reiterate what I said earlier. I actually agree with almost everything that DJ said about this tower. And I like his placement. Although I agree with Voduke as far as everything else that should have been behind it, that I also agree with. That's the
Where
only
would you
thing
put it? Like high C, low B, or somewhere
that
around
is-
C is where I'm at.
It is.
kinda.
I believe that is where I put it on my tower tier list.
And a lot of that is just from the insta kill, honestly. Because if you spam insta kills on the PolyxtheWise boss level boss fight, like those insta kills will just wipe out everything. I also think that it makes it a very broken tower in Revengeance, and you can see its feature exaggerated there. Because it's just
it's
phenomenal
amazing in
everywhere on
Revengeance.
every level, always. Like it's S tier in Revengeance. Easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a C tier in my opinion as well. So
But yeah, I think we're pretty much like all in agreement. It's like, middle of the road, kind of mid tower. It's a
Under the
mixed
next
bag.
all in favor.
No, actually, I have something to show us first. I just
Okay.
I thought of this meme while we were
What's that third
discussing.
video? That's hella good, man.
This is
That's
sorry.
a good meme.
Also, thanks to everybody that's DMing me while we're trying to do this.
No, my team is blowing up.
Okay, let me pull up the chat again, and let's proceed.
Kill the super weak guy instead of the really strong guy next to him. Like I said
Heck.
before, good base attack, but the abilities are really lacking. Number 11, Dark Knights. These are one of my
my
favorite
base
towers
attack is
in
good.
the game. You
Wait,
couldn't
hang on,
kill
hang
these
on,
guys
hang on.
if you tried.
Yeah,
Hang on.
I'm
The
hanging
base
on.
attack is the best part about the Shadow Archers. What? The fuck?
Oh wait, did he say that?
I thought he was talking about the Dark Knights.
Like, did he
He
say
does have a good point. Their base damage is pretty decent.
Yeah,
Go
but
back
you
and
just
replay
said
it.
the
Go back and
fucking
replay it.
abilities suck, and the base attack was the only thing saving it. What?
Go back.
No,
Go back
don't
and
they
read it.
Yeah, that's
slowly though.
kind of
How slow do they attack?
See,
Because
like
it doesn't
one
matter if the
point two
damage is high.
1.2 seconds, if I remember correctly.
Oh, that's pretty
It was
good.
that low.
Them reflecting damage would be way more than their base attack, I guarantee that.
Yeah, 100%.
Favorite towers in the game. You couldn't kill these guys if you tried. They've got crazy armor with great health. Oh, and
Crazy.
their abilities.
Oh my god,
their
guys, this
abilities
is
are so
crazy.
good. You've got the Thorns ability, where enemies take damage for every piece of damage the knights get inflicted. You've got the Shield ability, where the
Wait.
knights become
Oh,
Why is he saying the shield ability is good?
He said it wrong.
Oh
The
gosh.
shield is good.
oh my
So-
god, the
Completely
zombies
random,
above
but
the
just
Dark
this
Knights.
screenshot of this setup right here is just like, why? Why do you have a Shadow Archer in the back?
Yeah, that's kind of cursed.
What is this setup?
Like,
You know,
Forget-
just
you know
click
what?
the Shadow
Forget the
Archer
ranking
as well.
video. Let's just roast his setup.
Can we talk about the melting furnace in the top
randomly.
right?
the vertex for this spot is perfect though.
But that's not in the choke point
Sitting there
without
in the
troops as
corner.
well. Yep.
Okay, I'm
That's a build. That's amazing.
I'm just curious to see what he has to say about the Dark Knights first.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But hang on,
Oh, they're
let
I
me
want to
just
hear him
hammer
praise the
in.
shield.
The zombies are above the Dark Knights.
Yes. We'll
Apparently they are.
we can mention that
The-
after as well.
Okay, okay.
Whatever the hell the Dark Knights actually called.
abilities are so good. You've got the Thorns ability, where enemies take damage for every piece of damage the knights get inflicted. You've got the Shield ability, where the knights become invincible for a short period of time. That one's almost necessary for that Bulgar's King level. You know the guy with all the
No,
gold around him.
Excuse
No.
me?
But
You don't need it at all.
this is a pretty big but.
No.
There's only 2 of them. Ugh.
Here we go again. Here we go
I-
again with the same
I
argument.
love how dramatic that
I
is.
think
Wait a
it
minute.
matters. I think it matters too, but it's not as big of an L
You
as he
think they
thinks.
should have 3?
It's every time.
They could have 3 and then just be more expensive. I would prefer that because I want a barracks to block enemies. Period.
That's
These
hold on.
guys already block enemies, and they do it very well, though.
I need to hear this.
But,
Okay.
and this is a pretty big but, there's only 2 of them. Ugh. Yeah.
I love it.
Still pretty good, though. Number
But
10.
you were-
Just disgusted.
DJ when there's only 2.
Not talking about the insta-kill
The fact
apparently.
that there's only 2.
Did you
Yeah,
forget
okay.
the fact that they have an insta-kill?
So
I think I forgot to mention it.
let's all agree right now.
Rewind.
Shield bad. No one likes impervious.
Showed bad.
Yeah, shield
Yeah.
bad.
Is
Do not buy
impervious when
this.
people
It's
walk right by them?
Yes, that's what it
Yeah,
does.
Okay,
That's the
that's
problem with
terrible.
I did that in my short test.
Wait, did he even mention that ability? I don't
Yeah,
think
he
so.
did.
He
He
didn't
called it good
He mentioned it.
and said it was
What?
necessary against Bulgur.
Oh my god, I didn't hear that. Oh my god, no.
He said it's the best ability you need to get on it. I don't
Yeah.
What?
It's
I
not like
didn't
hero
even-
micro exists. It's not like reinforcements exist. No, you just buy disability.
So enemies will walk right by. Yes.
Yeah, it's
What
it's
the
literally like the
At
Steam
least
moment.
praise the phones, though.
It literally it gives the Dark Knights a Steam moment that lasts for like 6 seconds or however long the ability is.
Team moment.
You effectively make 2 units, like 1 unit. Or like
Or
1.5.
0.
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
Wait, I don't even.
And
like,
then
I
he
think-
proceeds to complain about the amount of units.
Yeah, it also is such an L in terms of synergy because if they're stuck blocking, then that means that they're not trying for the 6% insta kill chance by attacking.
Yeah.
So it's just
Yeah.
He just
so
forgot to
terrible.
mention the insta-kill, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm really curious what he thinks of the insta kill chance because like he didn't comment on it for the assassin, so I assume that he just didn't know of it.
Dude, I'm
Yeah.
seriously like, I'm puzzled by this. Like, how can he not notice all the downsides to the impervious skill? Like, he bought it once and was like, oh yeah, that's cool.
That's
Oh, what?
really
I
cool.
don't get it.
Oh my god. That's
Unpopular
really
Like,
opinion.
I
just
bought
didn't
that
look
thing once
closely
or
enough.
twice, and then I was like, okay, my guys are stuck in the ground, not doing anything. What the hell?
He just saw invulnerable and was like, ooh, yes, indeed.
Indeed.
Shall we continue?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess
Yes.
we're all.
I suppose we can go
Okay,
on.
classic DJ liking things for the wrong reasons.
Would we say that Dark Knights are like in the same tier though, like above, like right above Shadow Archer?
Same tier, but not for the same abilities.
Yeah,
I'd
same
say they're
tier,
like in the
opposite
same
reasons.
tier as Shadow Archers, to be honest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think the
somewhere
placement's
around
kind of-
C.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would say they're just a bit too expensive to be like to be ranked better.
Yeah.
True to that.
But there's
And there's
only
only
2
2 of them.
Ugh. Yeah.
And they can't attack air.
His voice.
Number 10. Infernal Mage. Oh man, this is
Oh
one of
my
the
God.
highest
Ooh.
in the game. Its basic attack alone
really.
makes it a worthy tower. Decent speed with a
Oh.
pretty good attack.
Okay.
The abilities are so-so. I like the Seismic Quake one, though it's pretty rare. The teleporting one is whatever.
Wait, my spot.
And Lose Your Resistances one is good sometimes, but mostly not. The best part about
Okay,
this
we-
tower,
What a
like
bomb
the
there.
Shadow Archers, is the basic attack. And I guess that's kind of all you need if you can dish out that much damage.
Oh, okay, good. I predicted
I
it.
like his
Wait, can we
opinions,
rewind?
but the
Like,
placement I don't
I
agree with.
accidentally started my Spotify, and I was just like puzzled. Like, why is the death metal playing all of a sudden?
The Infernal Mage.
Yeah.
I thought he was doing something like epic. You know, this tower is so good.
Yeah,
Oh, so cool.
we're in the top 10. All right. No, I'll just play it again
We're
then.
making it out of the top 10, baby.
This is one of the highest DPSs in the game. Its basic
Oh,
attack
he actually
alone
said
makes
that
it a
one.
worthy tower.
Wow.
Decent speed with a pretty good attack. The abilities are so-so. I like the Seismic Quake one, though it's pretty rare. The teleporting one is whatever. And Lose Your Resistances one is good sometimes, but mostly not. The best part about this tower, like the Shadow Archers, is the basic attack. And I guess that's kind of all you need if you can dish out that much damage.
Yeah, so I would
What?
actually agree with this mostly. Like, I think that the like Infernal Eruption or whatever it's called is like okay. It's like the best ability out of the
Mhm.
3, but it doesn't make it like super good. But when you actually want to have magic damage, this one is pretty dependable. It's just like How would I put
Yeah,
it?
it is.
It's
All you need is the base attack. It's like
Yeah,
Archmage,
just-
kind of. But
Yeah,
like,
just
I
get
agree with his opinions, but I don't agree with the placement. How like some towers are above it.
yeah,
it
no,
makes
no.
sense.
Yeah, neither do I.
Basically, like, just said this. Well, he said it has one of the highest DPS, which is complete crap.
No,
Yeah,
that's
that's
not
well-
true at all.
No, place
I
a gem.
mean, the damage is fine, but it's not like super high or anything.
Well, here's how I would put
No.
it. Against enemies with no resistances, I would not use this tower or even consider it. But against enemies with armor, then I would default to this or like, you know, one of the other two mages that are far better
Mm-hmm.
versus
I'll just use
like-
mausoleum.
yeah, like on Bulger's Throne, you can spam level 3 versions of these guys, and yeah, it'll do really well.
Yeah, but that's like only because you have nothing else, you know.
Yeah, it's your only option at that time.
yeah, like if I want the magic damage, then this is something that I can get for that. But if I just want damage, then the harassers or the bone flingers will just always be a much better choice. That's how I see
Yeah,
it. But
oh,
like
yeah.
the necessity of dealing magic damage to frozen souls and ghosts and like highly armored Anurian wardens and such is what like allows this to stand out and like be useful. It's just not a good tower. It's so strange
No.
to say that. It's like one of the only towers I can
Yeah.
say that about.
If the abilities were a little bit better, I think the tower would have been slightly more efficient.
There's
It just
two
has too long
things about
cooldown.
his rank. Wait, hang on. I'll let anyone finish.
Is anyone talking?
No one's finishing.
Anyone,
I'm in agreement.
anyone already
Not
finished.
really.
Yeah, we all
Alright.
finished.
So I just felt like I interrupted Rexy and I felt bad.
Nah, it's fine. I already finished my statement.
Alright, so there's two things about this that's really puzzling. He mentioned with the Orc Shaman that it has a 6-fold variant. Like, he's aware of the slow attacking effect coming in big time, but not in this tower for some reason. Like, he should have at least mentioned that. Like, it's not as bad, I get it, but he just praised the DPS and just moved on. What the hell? Second of all, he really likes the Totem of Spirits, but he doesn't like the Affliction. Is that what it's called? Which is kind of strange. Like,
The affliction is worse than Hope Spirits, yeah, but
yeah, it is.
yeah,
but I
it's
just
funny
don't
that his
understand his
mindset,
logic.
yeah.
Affliction barely
It's
adds
so all over the
damage.
place.
The logic of low expectations is kind of not working. I see your point here.
Mhm.
Like, his
It's funny.
takes aren't even consistent. They're just all over the place.
Yes.
Maybe it's ChatGPT, you know. Maybe the AI generated.
You know what? This does
Oh,
kind of
mistakes.
this does kind of feel like a ChatGPT script. Now that-
Yeah.
Honestly, the whole game feels like it was made by ChatGPT with how well it's balanced.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean,
They avenged
maybe
himself.
his opinions has changed over time. That's also a possibility, like what he values.
Quite true.
Maybe.
Okay.
It doesn't
Also,
matter
what-
about what's now. We're only caring about what he posted that
The,
back
the-
then.
the AI has more
It's like
data
it's
to
gotten
train on.
worse.
All right. What's next? Let's move on.
This is a long one too.
Let's
so
see.
okay, let's see if we can make it
Ooh,
1
he's
minute
making a
without talking.
point. I like it.
Oh god.
Ooh, spicy.
Number 9. Spectre Mausoleum. When I first played
No, no, no.
No. Yeah.
We can't make
With the lone
Yeah,
zombies.
For me.
Oh my god.
Another
Oh, no.
tower put in like tier C.
Just
Yeah, for real.
There is no way that there are
At
8
least
towers
I'm gonna
better
need
than
a
this.
smoke break after this one. Oh.
Let him cook. Let him cook. Let
Guys,
him cook.
let's look at the positive. At least
Guys,
put it
guys, let him
above
cook.
the Infernal Mage.
How is the Infernal Mage
Yeah, I
better
have
than the
no brain left.
Mausoleum?
DJ probably he probably upgraded the extra specters only, and it was like this tower's okay.
Oh no.
Guys,
Star stability.
let him cook.
There's only 2 of them. There's only 2 of them.
Yeah. He's probably gonna make that argument again. There's only 2 units.
Oh.
Okay, I shall begin.
Yeah.
this game years ago, I thought this was the best tower in the game. Upon further
Because
Oh my
reflection,
god, go back.
We're going back?
Don't
No,
get me
what happened?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Gosh, I got
I
scared.
meant DJ should go back because you said he thought it was one of the best towers before.
Yeah, what happened?
Yeah.
Yeah, what
Yeah,
happened
go
to him?
back.
What's the character arc?
Oh
Yeah,
gosh, he
what
had a
changes
villain
to be
arc.
on this tower?
It's going insane.
Alright, come on.
Evil DJ be like, this is one of the best towers ever.
Evo DJ be like,
This
I'm
game
actually a good player.
I thought this was the best tower in the game. Upon further reflection, no, don't get me wrong. Great tower.
Oh.
I mean, the rest of them on the list are. The main attack is decent. It's nice that the Spectres stack, but that rarely comes into play. Like I said in my last ranking, the towers really only have time to stack attacks between rounds. And most of the time I'm rushing rounds to get the extra cash. So that really limits the damage building time. Where this tower really shines is its abilities. Of course I like the gargoyles. It's nice to have those blockers right in front of the tower. The extra specters are good too.
Mute your
It
mics
makes me
while
wish
we're
the
watching it.
Mausoleum would shoot faster with this, but no, it can just build up more. The other upgrade is really hit or miss. Possession ability. I've had some really good possessions where the tower grabs this really huge enemy and it goes and kills a whole bunch of stuff while injuring itself, so it becomes easier to kill. And then I've also had some possessions where I get some garbage enemy that does nothing and dies. I mean, either way I'm getting a kill, so it's not all that bad. Solid
Oh wait.
tower with good abilities.
Okay. This
Okay.
is a massive
Okay,
L.
he didn't praise
Oh,
them.
it's extra bad target. You know, that's every ability. Come on.
Possession
Every
actually
target
has
ability is problem.
no. Possession actually has like max HP as its prioritization. It's actually got smart targeting. So for him to have that problem is on him. If it's targeting the wrong enemy,
that's him
like
being
there's
bad.
probably no other
I didn't
enemy in
even know
range.
that. Wow.
Hello, Nemesis. Welcome. Nemesis always stands out to me because he was like, I remember him as the guy that was good at Legends of Kingdom Rush. But oh hey Peaky. Anyways, yeah, I can't say that I agree with his reasoning. Like he basically
Yeah.
conceded that everything was good, still, but like everything is great actually.
Yeah.
Other than the extra like stacks, I guess, because it's like quite a bit too expensive.
The middle path ability is kind of meh. You can go without it.
Yeah, so like you save your gold on that, and then you get the gargoyles for blocking, which are really decent. They had to be nerfed actually, because in the beta test of the game, they were even more.
Oh
OP.
yeah.
Like, can you imagine that this tower was nerfed in the beta, and it's still like a top 2 tower in Vengeance?
Oh yeah. This tower is incredible. Why would he put it here? I'm very confused.
Or maybe not top 2.
I'm
I don't know,
shocked.
but we can debate that later. So yeah, we all disagree. We can move on from this one. I say.
If we talk about like basic
Yeah.
towers, it's
Number
pure
8.
top 2.
Goblin War Zeppelin. Great DPS. One of the highest in the game. Holy crap. Ugh, they're
Great
so
DPS.
ungodly expensive. I like that you can move it around and position it to the best spot on the track. It only really has one good ability though. I don't care about the oil one or the spawn the guy one. The best upgrade is the one that gives surrounding.
Doubt a bit.
That was very funny.
That was Discord, I think, because it was everyone.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Probably. It was
Discord.
too big group chat for
Discord
them to
mail.
handle.
Did anybody hear anything that I said?
What did you say?
Okay.
Half of it, but
So okay,
I didn't hear any of it.
in summary, the Goblin War Zeppelin like stuff that he said, I pretty much disagree with it because he said he only likes the range boost upgrade.
Well, guys, as far as on the YouTube side of things.
I think we're good.
Hang on, guys. While you're like talking about this tower, which I don't really have any strong opinions on, I'm gonna go and eat, and then I'll be back. So
Fair enough.
take your time and like really discuss this one while I'm gone, okay?
Okay, sure
Oh,
thing.
okay.
Well, I guess some people are having.
The aesthetics of this tower, I am
Man,
quite
that
a fan
Cozynez
of.
guy is a real piece of crap.
Oh yeah, whoever he is. Oh god, I actually watch his videos like without the
Without him knowing,
knowing
yeah.
guy. Yes,
A lot of
indeed.
people do.
A lot of people have done. Yes, Kingdom Rush is one of the games that I pay attention to.
Okay, it says that the stream is
Okay,
lagging for
well-
everybody, so let me go back and check what's going
Yeah.
on. This is working.
Mm.
Let me see all the other technology details. Not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Hmm.
Yeah. Although the
Oh,
stream is
they
maintained. Oh wait.
It's
Yeah.
good now, I say. It's good now.
Okay,
Yeah.
I
it's
have
fine.
the screen on my second screen.
so
So stream on my second screen. Sorry.
So yeah, JPRT made an interesting comment. He said, "I just find the inconsistency in his opinion about micro interesting here. I think the exception he's making for this tower is because normally when you're rallying something, it's normally not a AoE damaging thing. The exception to that being, of course, the battle mecha, which is obviously an entirely different tower, entirely different video. But that being said, as far as the Goblin War Zeppelin is concerned, I'll be honest, I didn't hear much of what was said during like the whole interim where everything was just shit. But as far as my own personal opinion about this tower is concerned, I'll be honest, it's kind of like Wicked Sisters in the sense that it's nice to have if you're worried about things stunning or stopping your towers from attacking in general. Outside of that, though, I don't really have a reason to use it. It's okay. It's not
Really?
great.
Huh. I find this like the one artillery that can be useful in the game, and for that reason, it's an easy A+ tier.
It's
outside of melting
I
furnace,
think
yeah,
we're going to
it's
get
gonna
more
probably-
disagreement on this tower than anything. Like all 6 of us would say that this is like anywhere from like C to like S. You know,
I'd say it's
Where
like
are
B
you
or
guys
A.
S?
No, I don't think
I'm in the B to A.
For me,
range.
it's high A tier.
I'm putting
Okay.
it in low A, high B maybe. This tower
So we
is
got 3
okay.
people saying A to B. We got 3 people saying A to B, and then who's saying S?
Voduke.
Yeah, I would.
Cozynez.
Yeah, I would say like it's A+.
Wait, he's not even here.
A plus, okay. I mean, it's comparatively in the higher end because, you know, this is the only good artillery in this game because the other one sucks.
Yeah.
I don't think just because of that it has
It's
to be.
expensive, and the AOE from its blasts aren't that good. I was having
Just don't use
actually like a
artillery.
yeah, exactly. But like I was having kind of an argument with MNMLH about this specific tower not that long ago. And he was saying like it's a lot better than people think, not because of the AoE or anything, but because it attacks so fast with like 55 to 110 per hit or whatever, that it's doing like somewhere around 60 explosive DPS. So even if it's only hitting one enemy, he thinks, and a lot of people think that that's like good. My argument is that it's too much gold, and if it's not hitting at least 2 people with the vast majority of blasts, then I'm just going to get archers or something else.
Or Melting Furnace. And the other thing too,
Yeah.
I don't agree as far as like the range being the best ability. I honestly, if I had to do a
I've
challenge,
never used the
Oh,
range. ever.
definitely. I have never used the range.
I would use the
Never.
Sapper
Yes.
first before anything.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and obviously
I don't know
oil is
about
the
that.
best.
The Stopper is
Oil is
fine.
the best ability easily.
Yeah.
No,
You
argument.
just like
Use,
Dark Bomb is the best.
Pair of poop lovers.
you use the
Yeah, Dark Bomb is too very OP if
The
you use it
goblin's kind of
correctly.
cute. I like to get the goblin just for
He
reasons.
is wholesome. He's a happy
He's
little fellow.
wholesome.
Yeah.
If only he dealt damage, but yeah.
He's a happy little terrorist. He just
If
throws
only
a
he
bomb.
did something.
Terrorist.
Well, he's super cheap, so like it's just you might as well get that to add on to your DPS by a little bit. You know.
We have to get Jay to do what Cozynez did for Kingdom Rush 1 and make a cuteness tier list for vengeance.
let me do a cozy this moment. I can get some cookies. You guys have fun.
Yeah, you know what? Speaking of food, do you guys want me to order pizza? Because I'm actually kind of hungry. Y'all want anything? Like pepperoni?
I want some
Bacon.
holographic meatloaf again.
I've lost all respect for you.
Voduke is the only one who understood that reference, I think.
SpongeBob lovers unite.
Yeah.
Best friends forever. Now, here's what I would say about the Zeppelin. So basically, DJ, all of his opinions that he stated here got countered by what Pollux said automatically, because he said that he doesn't like any of the abilities except for the range, and that
Yep.
he likes the basic attack the best on this tower. So again, like if you like the basic attack, why not get the Sapper to add on to the damage?
Right. Well, that's just it. That's just it. You get more coverage because you can drop the Sapper in one location, then micro the tower somewhere else.
Why is he called a sapper and not zapper? That's a big L.
Yeah,
That's
really
just
weird.
another vengeance cell. That's Ironhide not even remembering their
Yeah,
own.
they don't even remember their enemies.
They don't even remember their own lore because no, they had to not have because I'm pretty sure there was a different team of people working on this from the original edition when Goblin Zappers
Maybe.
were first introduced.
Well, okay,
Isn't
this
that
is
correct?
no, that's the localization team, which is separate from Ironhide. They usually make a lot of mistakes. So the only way to know if Ironhide themselves forgot is to check the code in Vengeance, see what that guy is called, and then see what he's called in Kingdom Rush 1's code.
I could pull up the files right now. If you want.
Yeah, might as well double check while we wait for
Oh,
Cozynez
I don't
to-
have the decrypted files for the original, so I can't do that.
Oh, I should send you that because we finally decrypted the game scripts, which means that we should be able to do literally everything now.
Wait for what? Oh, for vengeance?
No, for Kingdom Rush 1, we should be able to do
Oh.
everything. Like like new levels are in the works. Spoilers.
Yeah.
All
But,
right. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, let me just drop
hold
that in
on,
the middle of a stream.
I'm going into Vengeance right now. No, what am I looking for here? I'm looking for unit settings, and then also to
Yeah,
compare
unit settings and then localization.
Okay, control line. So Sapper? No, okay, so
Alright,
Sapper.
so I have returned.
Oh.
What's the take
Wait.
here?
I completely forgot. No, I got it. Okay, he's called Zapper. Zapper. Wait, Reinforcement Warmonger's Goblin Zapper. And then underneath that, it's the animations file for the paratrooper. Okay, so this is the paratrooper.
Yeah.
So he is called the Zapper in that. Oh no, wait, I forgot I have the modded version that I was working on. Wait, no, is this? No, it's Rexy's before I rage quit. Yes, I remember that. Speaking of which, I will stream that again at some point soon. I just have to take a break.
I want to do a tier list on those freaking reborn towers. Those are awesome. Orc Warrior Den is like my favorite tower in Rexy's mod.
Seriously.
I mean, you can make a tier list if you want, so that'll be nice.
Do it. Make it. You gotta do it for the content, man. Honestly,
whatever you want. Because I know you're busy most of the time.
Yeah, we interrupt this live stream now for a lunch break with Cozynez.
Yeah, little intermission. Okay.
Kingdom Hearts for lunch.
Commercial break.
Anyways, shall I defend my stance on this tower being close to S tier?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
You can give it a try.
All right. So once again, I rate it very highly when a tower can be placed in like the bad strategic points in Vengeance, since there's so few to work with in a choke point. So this one can be like a pure addition to your choke point in a lot of cases. Really noticeable on the winter stages, the elite winter stages, that is. And also, like, as cursed as it is, you can force it in, sort of, thanks to the single target DPS, to be useful in situations in, like, the Halloween stages, and the Anurian stages as well. Oh, and against Mogwai in the Chinese stages, and Carnival Dragons. Like, I just feel like there's a use case for this tower in so many places, and that because it's, like, a discount battle mecha, that fundamentally... or the fundamental utility of a battle mecha, which is single target DPS combined with AoE, is good enough to make this like pretty solid. But also, I don't even find it that costly. Like, sure, the initial upgrades are pretty expensive, but it's like about as expensive as the Orc Shaman to get like as a base tower, which is already like that comparison already tells me that the Goblin War Zeppelin's not so bad. But the abilities are so cheap on this thing. The tower is like, what, 68 gold per upgrade tier?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's disgustingly cheap for how strong it is.
Yes, the tower is quite good.
All of them are. All the abilities are good. It's just you kind of need them, unfortunately, to make the tower better, or I should say, like, good at all, in my opinion. Because this thing is like a base tower with just its main attack. It's okay. It's not great.
I actually like Voduke's first take about like how this tower, you can place it far away from a choke point with little strategic points and then have it be a nice addition. Because it is a nice addition in the end.
I think any tower you can make that argument for, though.
No, because this tower has like way bigger range than all the other towers.
I will just say, though, on top of everything else, the fact that I'm pretty sure he still hasn't covered Rotten Forest or Grim Cemetery means that this tower and his logic is worse than both of them.
Hey, he's using both in the screenshot, okay? Let's roast the setup.
Literally.
Look at the comments. Balta said, since when does Ultra Jason play KR?
I've been playing for most of my life, actually. When I used to do computer class in 2nd grade.
I just realized something. That statement is now actually true for me, because I'm 24, and I started playing when I was like, back in 2011. So yeah.
Oh wow.
I was about 11, 12 years old at that point. So yeah, basically almost half my life I've been playing Kingdom Hearts. That's insane.
Alex was 11 or 12 like 6 months ago, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
And I turned 80 yesterday, so.
Yeah. How you holding up, Grandpa?
Who would win in a fight with Duke or Ultra Jason? But Duke, do you think you could beat me in a fight?
What?
I'm reading the comments.
I have there's too many variables, I would say. Like it depends on where we fight. Is it like a boxing ring type of thing?
I have no idea. It's just a non-specific fight according
Yeah, because
to
like
the...
if I was teleported into your room, you would have a massive advantage because you would know
Yeah,
where all of your like
indeed.
weapons are.
all of my sharp objects that I have.
Yeah,
Alright,
all
the
the-
next
Vaduke doesn't
tower.
need a weapon. Vaduke just needs a book, and he's gonna be like John Wick and freaking.
But Duke's the type of guy that would say, according to my calculations, fighting is wrong.
Yeah.
I used to just
That's
play
how he
Kingdom
does
Rush
it.
instead.
And then you guys would be like, yeah, honestly.
Yeah, 1v1 me in
Yeah.
like a Legends of Kingdom Rush speedrun.
Oh, I'm
Yeah.
doing this, but 1v1 me in the Balloons 2d6 boss fight. Speedrun.
Oh, to get a better time on like the leaderboard?
Or we're a race.
Mhm.
Oh god.
Or race. I am much better at races than you would do.
Oh yeah, that's
I think
true.
we settled
I
it.
hate races in BTD6. Oh, you know, since we're talking about balloons though, I would say because of the comparison to, or no, not because of the comparison, but because of the utility of getting the War Zeppelin out of range, I would kind of compare it to a sniper, except instead of having the global range, it's just like you can still just put it off to the side and it can still support where you're attacking. I mean, the
I
sniper doesn't
love how
always-
people are guesstimating my height. Someone's calling me 5'1". That's an insult, okay? I'm 5'2", actually. I'm actually.
I mean, guessing
That 1
5'2".
inch matter.
Most of us are in the 5'5" and below, except for Cozynez and Rexy, I assume, is tall. I don't know.
No, I'm not really that tall.
What?
I'm pretty short.
Have you forgotten that Pollux is here?
Yeah, well,
I
it's
know
just
how
the
tall
general
he is.
knowledge.
I'm at his house right now, looking at him through the window.
Hi, I can see you out the window. I'm waving.
Hi,
Anyway,
in the bush.
Oh, wait,
Outside
how-
guy.
For a moment. Wait, how tall are you, Trevor?
I'm 5'5" and a half on a good day.
Okay, so I'm 6.
On a good
On a
day.
good day.
Fluctuates.
Wait a minute.
You know
So,
what I
you,
mean.
oh
Oh,
man,
okay, there's a war going on. People hate balloons.
So
now,
for those of
depends
you
on
guys who
what
are
you know.
European, that's 183 centimeters. Or close to it. I rounded up for simplicity.
You beat me by quite a bit.
That's
That's
you're
how
talking
much
about
it is?
you're
I thought
talking
it
about-
was like 165 centimeters.
yeah. Pollux
No,
is talking
oh,
about
I
his
am.
own
It's
height.
like
He's talking about his height.
it's like 182 point something. It's close enough.
Oh,
to
never
round it
mind.
up.
I was thinking inches. I'm like 65 inches or something.
Yeah.
I would be 72.
Like just under 160 centimeters.
Yeah,
I am-
158,
well, last time I
right?
checked.
It's like 157.4, so rounds down to
Oh, okay.
157.
I need to update the
Wait,
server
how tall
height
is
ranking.
Rexy?
Last time I checked, 176 centimeters, 180 on a good day.
So you're almost 6 feet tall, I think. Because 6 feet tall is 180? Is
No.
that right?
It's 182.
No, I think it's something else.
It's one. I can
Wait,
literally
I was
Google
just-
it.
Yeah, just check it out. I think it's closer to like 180 something.
So 6
Maybe
feet. I'm googling it right now. 6. Yeah. Wow, this got really off topic. Okay,
You know,
Okay,
what?
it's
I'm gonna go to the
182.
bathroom. I'll be right back.
it's 182.88 centimeters or 1.8
I knew Rexy was tall. I
meters.
could tell.
100%.
Wait, so you aren't still discussing the Goblin War Zeppelin?
No, we're talking
now
about
he
James
gets
Cozynez.
back. Now he gets back. It's about fucking time.
Have I been going long?
How
How
is
tall are you in millimeters?
Wait,
Yeah.
how,
How tall are you?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, how tall are you?
173.
Yeah, let's go on, tallest. Let's go.
Oh, God. You're 20 centimeters taller than me. The pain. 25
I'm 27.
centimeters.
20 centimeters taller than you?
Yes, I'm 5'2", which
Is
is
that like 5'9"? Cozynez is like 5'9".
probably something like that. I'm
Somewhere in there.
157 centimeters.
God, what? You're even shorter than Voduke. How is that even possible?
I'm Asian. It's genetics.
Ah, okay.
You
Yeah.
can sneak into your house more easily, basically.
Exactly. It's actually a buff because I can just
Basically Asian. Come
trip
on.
you over. You know, I'm so tiny I can trip you over.
The place
Alright,
that
what's
I
the
work
next
at,
tower?
well, the Duke's still on the
the
body.
Duke's in the
Did you
toilet.
actually
wait for it to
discuss
get
the
back.
Goblin War Zeppelin, though?
The Duke is taking a deuce.
Yeah, the Poo Duke.
Yeah.
Poo Duke.
Did you actually discuss the Goblin or Zeppelin, or did you just like?
Yes, we all said like somewhere around A tier,
Yeah,
basically.
roughly A.
Yeah, on average it's A tier.
Yeah.
My only impression of it is that it's one of the better artillery towers, but it's not really saying much.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That is
I have almost never used it, honestly. I never used it until I did the all Zeppelin challenge video that me and Rexy did. That was like really the only time I got a good look at it. And then I had no barracks in that, obviously. So the oil slick was like, oh, this is really good. But yeah, I just don't like artillery in this game at all.
Yeah, artillery in Vengeance is pretty bad compared to the other three.
Specifically because there are like 2 enemies in any given time.
Yeah, even in Origins, artillery is more useful.
That's saying so much. I love you.
Yeah, that's actually. I never thought about that, but that's actually true.
That's
Shall we
actually
continue?
so funny. Yeah.
Yeah, let's say we
So,
move on to number.
Alright.
All right.
Okay, let's move on.
But hey, thank you for actually waiting for me. That was so polite.
No, we just roasted
I
me
didn't
my height.
expect you to listen to me.
Oh God!
Here it comes.
Oh, you forgot about that one, huh?
What happened to the
It's higher than War Zeppelin.
I
Oh
have been
god.
saying throughout the entire video. Remember, Grim Cemetery is not here yet.
We still haven't gotten around Forced yet either.
Oh no!
That was actually the first one in the game.
All right, here we go.
If it's in the top 5, I'm gonna rage quit.
Oh yeah. He's gonna be like,
So
this tower
smart
does
about
true damage.
I love so many
Get
things
torn.
about it. The tanky zombies, the cheap price, the fairly good upgrades, the fact that there can be up to 5 blockers. The only thing this tower really needs is the ability to move around the units. That would make this tower so good, it's crazy. Sometimes when you
It's
use
crazy.
Yeah.
the zombies get placed right on the edge of the path, so they become basically useless. Yeah, it doesn't happen all the time, but it's really annoying when it does. The abilities that go with this tower pair so well, too. One gives you stronger zombies, another makes the zombies explode on death, dealing damage to enemies, and the last one makes hands burst from the ground, holding enemies in place. Everything this tower does stops enemies in their tracks, not letting anything by.
That werewolf
Only if it
literally
had the
just
ability to
sprinted through the
move
hands and didn't even
units.
slow
This
down.
tower was so close. Number 6.
Okay, well, great.
It's gonna be on Forest. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, he just did a quick test. The same thing that the Ironhide developer did, because I saw what level that was.
Yeah. Pretty much the
Anyways,
same
though,
thing.
yeah. So we already
So his logic
let's
is 5 is more than 100% of 2.
yes.
Case closed, man.
Okay, so
Yeah, 5 blockers.
I don't understand the obsession.
5 bloggers, easy
It's
money.
more like 1 because
Necromancer
they're
has
so
8.
spread out.
Okay,
Right,
I'm under the
yeah.
impression that all you guys are gonna
That
like
doesn't matter.
crap all over this tower, including me. But like,
Yeah.
it is really good at stalling. It's basically better than stalling than the rest because they kind of have true resistances in that they just have a lot of HP and there's a lot of guys.
Well,
Am I
yeah,
kind of
but
dumb for thinking that, or what?
true
I
stalling
don't like
towers
that
in
they
this
can't
game
be
suck
rallied, obviously.
because
It
the
matters
mausoleum
that you can't
exists,
rally them
and yeah.
100%.
Yeah, the lack of rally
True
points
resistances only really matter on the Enorian levels because you have normal attacking and magical attacking happening, I guess.
I've never found a reason to use this tower in vanilla gameplay. 100%.
Yeah, I think I used it
Same.
twice on the vanilla version, and then I forgot about it.
I used it once and then I said, this is so stupid, I'm never using this again. And I
You
just
get
didn't.
3 to rally and revengeance though, which makes it amazing.
We're not talking about Revengeance though,
Of
unfortunately.
course we're not. This tower is definitely F tier.
Made a lot.
I think it sucks in Revengeance too, honestly.
Not to
Really?
mention its abilities are complete cast. What are those upgrades?
Yeah. First of all, you
Isn't that
make
one
it
that
like you make this
glowing?
physical damage tower slightly better.
Slow is it feels like it should be doing more than it is, but it's not.
Or just be reworked into something completely different?
Yeah, what's the point of having a barrack?
What if it
And
pulled
somebody-
enemies into the ground and then had them resummoned as like weaker zombies to additionally help solve? That would be cool.
Back.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Get rid of the insta kill would
yeah, that
actually
could
make
be
it do
cool.
something.
It kind of already does the opposite of that. When they die, it creates a zombie, doesn't it?
Oh, well, that's true. But I mean,
Yeah.
how often does that happen?
Including the caravan.
So do you guys know about like the like deeper mechanics that aren't explained in game about this tower?
I think I've heard you
Clearly, we
before,
don't.
but I've forgotten. So, like, refresh my memory.
Okay,
Yeah.
let me go on the wiki to make sure that I'm also getting this correct. But
Isn't that also like a big bug with one of its abilities? Like it doesn't work or something?
yeah,
we
so
have
the
we have some comments that disagree. Grim Cemetery is broken. The ground hands are good.
Round hands.
There's a good reason why Grim Cemetery is good. It could spawn more than 3 units.
Need
Oh,
hand.
more like 1 because how spread apart they are. God, and you can't even rally them. Yeah.
Yeah, JJ made a really good comment where he said if the zombies attack a unit, they should regain some of their health back. That would be cool. Like having a life stealing effect. Although, I mean,
Yeah, they like eat,
Yeah,
they
it will be cool,
like,
but
kind of like the
it's not
savages. Like they have like
yeah, like the
cannibalization.
cannibalization. Yeah. Well, it's not really
Cool.
cannibalization. You're
Well,
I
not really.
think it's just in the context
yeah,
of this
I
game.
guess.
This tower sucks because there's like not enough strategic points and choke points, and so just getting a pure stalling tower is already bad. Instead, you can be getting bone thieves. On top of that, there's not enough enemies for all the zombies to be stalling. In all the clips he's showing, like half the zombies are doing nothing. And
Yeah,
so,
not to mention the 2 wyverns right there.
yeah.
Those zombies are gonna do a lot against those.
oh no, they can't hit flying. All right,
This game, yeah.
here's
It's not a
here's
good
the
tower.
main thing. Bloated corpses, right?
Mhm.
Some people have argued that this is the worst skill in the series because of the way it works. Every
would agree with
12
that.
seconds, so meaning that since the last time this happens, you have to wait 12 seconds plus more time basically because you need to wait for a zombie to spawn from a killed enemy. So it's not one of the natural spawns from the tower, only ones that spawn from an enemy. So
Okay.
that one happens to spawn with a glow, and then once it dies, it does 15 instant damage and then 27 poison damage.
Oh my
Like,
god,
over
that's
time.
brilliant! It
Yeah,
makes
it's
this the
pretty
best
bad.
tower in the game. That's pretty craft.
Yes.
I don't remember, like, the explosion deals physical damage and the poison deals true damage. I think that's how it works.
But either way, it's fucking
Because
nothing.
instant damage, like, what does that mean? Is it physical? Is it true damage?
If I took off my shoe and I threw it at the enemies, it would probably deal more damage. It'd be more consistent. My shoes are pretty hard.
Yes, I'm staying my ground. This tower is awful specifically because of the game it's in and also just it's bad.
Yeah,
I
bloated
would,
corpse
I
is
would
really
prefer
bad.
to get hand.
The fundamental like utility, I guess, of having a bunch of units to stall with isn't really that good. Like as Pollux put it, at least I think Pollux said it, that it doesn't stall, it just slows enemies down, was the most
Yeah.
persuasive thing I've heard about this tower. Because I was on the fence on like agreeing with everybody that it's terrible or like thinking, well, maybe I guess it could be useful on paper, but nah.
It's
That-
like a
that
shittier
convinced me.
version of a smaller area of the Rotten Forest slowing ability, and it doesn't. even do
Wait,
that
wait,
well.
we need to hear his Ron Forest opinions.
Oh
No,
no!
no. Now
Yeah,
we're
we'll
gonna
get there.
talk about this one a little bit more.
At least they are pretty much the same tower.
Oh no!
We haven't even spoken about the grabby hands.
Yeah,
No.
cold
Oh my
grip.
god, the best ability!
We
All right,
did,
here's the
we
stats for
did.
cold grip. Slow
Yeah.
down 30% and then 60% at tier 1 and 2. And then it's 4 seconds duration at both tiers for a cooldown of 15 seconds and then 12 seconds.
What?
So
Yeah, I mean, it's
4
average.
seconds, 12-second cooldown. But does it start ticking as soon as the ability is used? I can't remember.
Yeah, when does it
You
start
have
ticking?
cast animation before it affects anything.
Does it
I'm gonna
cast
assume it's as soon as
duration?
it's used, and therefore it has like a 1/3 uptime.
Hmm.
Like it's up
Okay.
for
I
4
don't
seconds,
like it.
and then the
I
remaining.
would
fades down.
automatically assume that it's the opposite when it's vengeance.
Yeah. There's a lot of really fast enemies
No,
in Vengeance
because,
as well.
I think that's
It's not very good.
Okay, assuming that this is how it's coded, the cold grip or like the hands is a projectile with an invisible like movement, but then the effect that it leaves on the floor is like the projectile landing, so it just shoots that projectile every 12 seconds, like fiery nut sort of.
Okay, that
Okay.
makes sense.
That's
That
how
makes sense.
pestilence is coded at least, and it's quite similar
okay.
to
So what you're
this.
saying is that it's worth to get ground hand.
No, but it's not that bad. It's just that bad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I would say
Right.
that this one is able to rank above Orc Shaman and Rotten Forest, and maybe Rocket Riders. But after that, it's the worst.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm in agreement.
Grabby hands.
I think it's
Tell
worse
us
than
the
Orc
hands
Shaman.
Okay.
Didn't he say that like the grabby hands was like the
Mhm.
best ability or whatever he called it?
Yeah, because like when you don't know the stats of the tower, it just seems so much worse, or it just seems so much better, or worse, I
Yeah.
guess. It depends on your perspective. Like if you don't know the stats of like the Sylvan harassers or whatever they're called.
Yeah, dude, just send a link to the wiki to this man and let him redo all of his lists, and we can do this all over again.
Dagnabbit, Pollux, what
number
the heck? Why is
shows.
Pollux being cursed?
What is Pollux saying?
I can't tell.
I
if
didn't
it-
want to say it out loud. So I just typed it in chat.
Actually, yeah, you know what? I'm not gonna read that out loud either.
The fucking
Yeah,
the comments of Jane
Let's
put them
just-
silently
yeah.
in the chat.
Let's
Animat-
just move on. Let's move on.
I like Animatistics comment as well. My grandpa's toenail deals
Need a
350
hand?
piercing damage. Now, okay,
Anyways,
let's see number 6.
Ability to move units. This tower was so close. Number 6, Rotten
No.
Forest. Okay.
Oh yeah, number 6.
Rotten Forest is not good. for
Jesus,
everyone.
teenage.
It's
Christ.
What? Wait a minute, wait a
What?
minute. Okay, nobody say anything, okay? This is
Shut
a
the fuck
challenge.
up.
Everyone say nothing as we do Rotten Forest.
Okay.
Okay. I'll
Alright.
be honest. Rotten Forest is not good for every map. Its relatively
stop
small
that.
range and specific use isn't always that great. But oh man, when it works, it works. I love placing this tower around some big
Oh,
corner
yeah.
out in the center area. It's such a great supportive tower. Enemies get damaged and slowed while walking through the forest. It's perfect to place some troops right in the middle of the forest to maximize its effect. Plus, Rotten Forest has some pretty good upgrades.
Dude, can you back it up for a minute, please?
Alright,
can't.
alright.
Like about,
No one can do
Does
the
damage
challenge.
when you place it on-
back it up about 10 seconds and just listen to what he just said.
Yep.
Just back it up further.
It does pretty good damage. Shows a clip of it doing like no damage. You
Yeah,
can barely
there was
see the whole part
three
going down.
of that thing doing absolutely jack shit to me. Now play the clip again. Play it again. Play it
Yeah,
again.
look at the back foot, man. How like little damage is done.
It's not even moving. Play it. Play it.
Here?
Tower. Enemies get damaged
Yeah.
and slowed while walking through the forest. It's perfect to place some troops right in the middle of the forest to maximize its effect. Plus,
Wait, they get
Rotten Forest has
damaged?
some pretty good upgrades.
Yeah, okay. There's
no
a lot
way.
wrong
Dude, it
specifically
has
with
to be
the,
trolling.
the skeleton clip that he showed
It's
as well. Like
perfect
not
to
just
place
this
some
dealing no
troops
damage,
right-
but like, do you see how this entire sub
Doesn't
lane?
even reach half.
I know the entire subway is not even getting hit. I was like, this is a great tower.
Bro's
It's so great.
gaslighting
Damages
himself.
and slows.
Yes, gaslighting. That's his whole review of this tower. He keeps saying it's phenomenal, and then all the
Well, show me
clips are
clips of
like
it
sucking
sucking.
ass.
But he admitted it at first. Like this tower is not good. But what did he say at the beginning?
But it does great damage and slows all the enemies.
Like he just needed to like
It's like DJ
this
was
time
born with
this tower is not good.
Actual chat GPD.
Again, yeah. Like
that was
I could
great.
ask ChatGPT, "Hey, I'm struggling with the Rotten Forest. Which or back to the Rotten Forest. What should I build?" And then it would say this and say these opinions. Like, dude, you should deal chip damage to hunted skeletons.
Yeah, yes, indeed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's the enemy we would
You know the fact that they heal every time they die, yeah, that doesn't matter.
No.
Oh, holy shit. That was great.
All right, let me see how much
No,
longer
that's
it's
some
going.
god tier quality.
Right in the middle of the forest to maximize its effect. Plus, Rotten Forest has some pretty good upgrades. The Root Grab upgrade holds enemies in the damaging forest for longer. The Tree Ant upgrade attacks enemies, holding them in the damaging forest for longer. And the Fog
But there's
upgrade
only two.
makes the enemies have a hard time killing the Tree Ants, once again, holding the enemies in the damaging forest for longer. Yeah, it really doesn't do all that much damage, but it is great for crowd control, and it serves as a
Yeah, it doesn't do much damage.
Wait, does that really? Wait, really? Wait, really?
Bro.
Oh my
Doesn't
god.
that
Dude,
sound
there's
like
no way.
You know
There's
this?
no way he's serious. There's no way.
Okay, so I have a theory, guys. I have a theory. I think what happened here is DJ was not educated during middle school about Dare, and so he went out to the street. And while he was playing Kingdom Hearts, some guy came up to him and was like, "Hey, here, got something to show you. You want to try this?" So he tries it. And then he just gets high as fuck and goes back to playing Kingdom Hearts Vengeance.
He's like, this tree, man, it's the best.
But the range is so huge. Why are the roots extending all the way to the edge of the map?
Yeah, it's probably something that happened.
I
how
was-
did you check out the this tower?
He's dyslexic. He doesn't even realize it doesn't reach the full sublanes. Oh my god.
Like even here, like it doesn't show it damaging that one like recruit. It's so crazy.
But it's great for crowd control, guys. It's great.
I
Like,
mean,
he basically admits it's dog shit, and then he's just like,
But it's gaslighting. It's actually like it's like a toxic relationship. Like the toxic forest. It's a toxic relationship.
It's a rotten relationship.
Yeah.
exactly.
Oh my god.
All right, I'll
Also,
just
that invisible so far.
does he realize he put it at number 5? Like,
Oh, it's number 6. This is
It's number
six.
6.
Yeah.
Solid is number 5.
If it was a top 5,
I meant to say it's the 5th worst tower.
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
maybe
if
he's
you put
doing it
this
in
tier list in
reverse order.
reverse, you understand.
like
Yeah.
you
Honestly-
can't say the abilities make up for the low damage. What the fuck?
Honestly,
the
if the
abilities
list,
aren't even good.
like, if the list was upside
only
down,
two
it would be more
trends.
accurate.
Guys, no.
DJ,
Let's give
two bloggers.
DJ credit. Let's give DJ credit. This is a really great tower, guys. I mean, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it just slows down enemies. That's about it.
Therefore, it's the best tower in the game because it slows. It doesn't do shit.
Yeah, 40%
no
slow, the
damage.
best thing in the game.
I'm
Who
pretty
needs
sure.
damage when you can slow the enemies?
I'm pretty sure the
It's
enemies.
also so expensive, man.
Yeah, it is pretty expensive, huh? Like,
Yeah,
okay,
like
it's
190 is the first upgrade. Like, what the fuck?
All right, so what would you guys say? Rotten Forest is like D tier or something like that, somewhere
Yeah,
around there.
D tier.
D or C.
One of the absolute worst.
it depends on
Yeah.
whether or not we want to
I
have
think
an F
Rocket
tier.
Riders are kind of worst, honestly.
It depends on whether or
Yeah, I
not you
think
want
it's
to
the
have an
worst
F tier
tower.
at all. Like, if you want to have an
Yeah,
F tier, then it would belong in there. But if you don't really think that an F tier is necessary, then you don't need to do that. Because, like,
D tier.
it depends on what you want
F
to
is
count
like
as F.
unusably broken. That's what I would think F means. And like Rocket Riders, if they were half the price, they would kind of be usable theoretically. But like that, I don't know. So hold on.
Tier.
Like, it's so hard to rank the worst towers because there's so many garbage towers in Vengeance. Like, it's like,
Yeah.
this one is really bad. Oh, there's this one. This one's really bad. Or this one. Oh, this one's trash. And then there's this one. Oh my god, this is
Mhm.
fucking dog shit.
That's how
Yeah.
I feel playing Vengeance, yeah.
I feel like
towers are just not usable.
I feel like you could also say that if you want to make the letter grades based on a bell curve, so that way like most towers fit into like the B, C, D, or like just the B and C
Yeah, for
categories.
Rotten Forest, it's a
No, I have an idea, right? For all the other game tier lists, we don't have an F tier. We have S to D, and specifically for Vengeance, we have an F tier, just because how bad Vengeance is as a game.
Yeah, I
Okay.
might actually rank all the towers from worst to best, including Vengeance now, because I feel a bit more confident doing that. Because now I know where I would put most of these towers.
Yeah,
I think
and the F tier is
with
just
separate ranking
Vengeance.
for Vengeance, like a list like DJ would do, you would have like two lists. One where all these towers are unusable and these are actually usable.
Yeah, you need to
Yeah.
separate them.
Make a V tier for
You
Caribbean.
need to separate them.
We could have a Z
Like, the
tier for a
difference
tower that
between
does
them is
zero
so
things.
massive.
Watch
Yeah, for other
I
games.
think you have to rate all these towers in this game. I think all the other towers you can rank in one tier. I think all of us are kind of on the same page with that.
Yeah, we're on the same page with this
S-tier
tower, definitely.
Garbage tower and then S tier like usable tower.
I feel like with the other games, we can do an S to D tier list. With Vengeance, there's two tiers: usable and unusable.
Well, one thing though,
Essentially,
like
yeah, that's how it is.
one thing that I don't like about if I was to include Vengeance though is that the like the most broken towers in this game are so broken that like the battle mecha might potentially not be number one like on the whole list, and I would rather have the Battle Mecha be number 1 on the list. As a completely
Oh yeah, that's
subjective
gonna
personal
upset
reason.
people.
It would just be more
If you don't put number
satisfying.
one.
If
Half the
Mecha...
comments are already gonna be Tesla Coil number 1 or like Necromancer number 1.
Yeah,
So-
probably because of how overrated these guys are.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you just can't win. Like, even if you put the Battle Mega at number 1, there's gonna be a lot of people who are gonna be mad about the Necromancer not being number 1.
Necromancer!
There's going to be
I'm
some.
not sure.
They all treat the Necromancer like it's a DPS tower when it's clearly a stalling tower. I'm like, are you guys blind and deaf?
Yeah, the variance on this attack is not good.
This community is dumb. That's like Voduke said.
It's a reference.
Yeah, I referenced myself.
Oh
So
my
wait,
God, reference.
does that mean that
Shall we
whenever
move on?
whenever the community does something dumb, does that mean it's a reference to me?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
I suppose.
this community is dumb.
Yeah, Orb agrees with me. All right, I say we proceed here. What else is left actually?
Yep.
There's the Deep Devil's
The
Reach.
next one is going to be Shaolin Temple.
Don't spoil it.
Shaolin.
Yeah, Shaolin
We can't
Temple.
remember.
Then
You
there's,
have Blazing Gem.
yeah, there's Blazing Gem, Deep Devil's Reef, and Bone Flingers. Which, like, okay, fair enough.
Okay.
2 of those I agree with being in like the top spots. The other 2,
Yeah, I can't remember the rest.
The Reef not, Shaolin also, not really.
Oh yeah, the
Shaolin's
swamp
good.
thing. That's still left.
oh wait, what?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I forgot
Swamps is
about
good.
that.
Just oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Wait, now I
that's-
know.
That's
Guys,
all
you
okay.
ruined it, man. I couldn't remember all the ones, so I couldn't be surprised. Now I know all
Oh,
of
I'm
them.
sorry. I have such a good memory.
Oh yeah, we probably shouldn't have said
It-
anything. Oh well, let's just
Yeah.
go. Also,
Yeah,
no.
I couldn't get a word in, man.
It's an
Ignis
excellent
Altar.
Helper Tower. Number 5.
I don't think he included
This
that at
also
all.
is not here.
This is a pretty
No.
underrated
What?
range tower. It's great at crowd control and does a solid job
I have
stalling big
legit
enemies.
never
It's
used it.
not doing the most damage, but it doesn't really need to either. The Shaolin attack sends out a monk on the path, dealing damage and stunning enemies. Honestly, it serves as a decent barracks tower in a pinch. I really like the upgrades here too. The money upgrade is always nice. And what's especially great about it is that the temple doesn't have to get the kill to earn the extra cash. As long as it gets a hit off, you will benefit from the upgrade. Also, the Dragon Warrior is pretty strong, and the other upgrade to get more monks is great too. All around, such a good tower to have in your arsenal.
Okay.
Okay, that's what he said about the gold. Is not true.
The
It does not
technicals
have
now.
to get. It does not have to get a hit off at all in order for the gold to apply. The enemy just simply has to be in range of the tower when it dies.
Yeah, this isn't Barrisad's passive here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's more like it's more like the yeah.
yeah. So that's just straight up not true. I'll
So,
agree with where he placed it on the list overall. Honestly,
Good placement, though. I
Yes.
like this tower.
that's one of the few rare placements he's made that's good.
It's like reverse Shadow Archers, where it's like Shadow Archers. It's a barracks deciding an archer disguised as a barracks. This is a barracks disguised as an archer.
Yeah, that's the sad thing that surprised me the most was Merglin's passive ability to add extra damage to towers. I was wondering why this wasn't working. I went into the code files and I discovered that this tower is treated as if it's a barracks tower. The units that
Yeah.
it spawns and sends out, and I was
Yeah.
just like, "You got to be shitting me!" It can hit flying enemies because that makes sense. What do they jump and leap kick into the air like 20 feet off the ground or some shit?
Exactly. I can do that as well.
I have more
as an
things in
individual.
Kingdom Hearts Vengeance that don't make sense. Part 7, let's go.
No. We need to meet up in real life and not just do it to you. I jump up 20 feet.
Like I can jump up
believe
pretty
it.
high. I wonder if it's a short person thing, but like, so I'm 5'4", but I can jump up and touch the ceiling on my house or like the roof of my house. No, the ceiling.
That's because the ceiling is 6 feet high, just like mine. We live in hobbit huts.
No, mine is like twice my height. I can jump up and like reach up to about 10 feet with my hand, like
What?
stretched out. I mean, like
Are you
Really?
99%
Dang.
black?
He's using Rocket Riders rockets to help boost him up. That's how.
Oh yeah, of course.
no, I just have strong legs.
You would use flubber.
Flubber, yeah. You know what? Voduke is the type of guy to use flubber.
You're probably the only one on here that understands that reference.
Blubber.
Rocket Rod has puddle liquid.
Oh my god.
But
All right,
anyways, though,
challenge
I,
temple
I would say
was
that
good. What's the next?
agree on like how high it's placed up though. I'd say this tower is like better than the Shadow Archers and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like if you put the,
Yeah,
the
it
Shadow
is.
Archer in like if we put the Shadow Archer in B tier, then this thing would be like B plus or maybe A minus, but probably B plus.
Yes. Yes.
Bye.
Yeah, it'd be like A tier. I'd say this is an A tier
Yeah,
tower.
somewhere around 8 tier.
Really? Okay, I
I
just
have no
personally don't like
opinion.
it that much.
Not to mention that it stuns people who have troublesome spells and spawners, which is like what MNMLH says a lot. They're like, just get this tower, it'll just silence someone permanently. And you're like, yeah, it pretty much does.
Yeah, it basically negates infusers, which are like
It interrupts their attacks
oh
constantly.
yeah. Like the mecha dwarves, if you stack this tower, like 2 or 3 of them, the mecha dwarves will never hit your units. Straight up.
Yeah,
Same
they
thing
just
with
get
the high
perma-stunned.
They're very good.
Okay, here we go. We're getting Voduke the type of guy jokes.
Oh,
Okay, yeah,
this
you know
here.
what? I guess I can agree to it being like in the low A tier. I would just have to use it more, I suppose, because like I kind of
Have you not used it that much?
Not really. Like again, perhaps I might be undervaluing the stun from the
Yeah.
Shaolin monks. But like a lot of the DPS, it depends on you having enough units in range, and with the trickling waves, it on paper doesn't seem that good to me. But yeah, I might be wrong. I think with the trickling waves, you can still get like enough units to maximize the DPS here. Like I would assume that the like similar towers like the sorcerer, where they're maxed out in power at like 4 enemies in range, would do really, really well in vengeance because there's just enough in the trickle to be optimal. So yeah, this probably is actually a good tower. I take it back.
I like it.
Wait, so if it's a good tower,
I wouldn't put it in A tier personally, but yeah, I think it's good.
Has it been changed in Revengeance? Does anybody know that?
Yeah, they have they replaced
don't
the
remember.
extra
matter.
monks was replaced with an ability called 6-star strike that no one uses. That's pretty much
Wow.
it.
Okay.
What does it do?
What does it sound like it does?
Before then.
It's like some burst damage, and then it reduces the melee damage dealt by the target that it hits.
That doesn't seem bad. Why are people not using it? That seems like a decent.
This tower is S tier in Kingdom Rush Reborn. Kingdom Rush Vengeance Reborn. It's freaking amazing.
Yeah?
The gold generating ability is my favorite thing ever.
Okay, I can't wait to try it. I'm almost
It
done
gives
with
you what, an
Vengeance.
extra 50%? It costs a ton, but like on really, really hard levels, it's your only way to generate enough gold to make it through. I'm convinced. I was obsessed for weeks, man. Weeks.
Actually, gold is always good, yeah.
I have a confession to make. I have never played the this DLC that this tower came in.
Yeah?
Nor have I played Primal Ravage.
Oh, fair.
Wait, is he ranking the Primal
I
Ravage
don't like
tower?
the Chinese DLC.
You don't
I
like
don't
the
think
Zeta?
Primal Ravage came out at the time of this video, so maybe
Yeah,
it's
I
not
don't
there.
really
I
like
like
the
the hero,
Chinese
Dian
DLC,
Young. I like
glad
him.
you-
He's like my favorite hero, but yeah.
I'm glad you said
Yeah.
DLC.
Yeah, I watched the Voduke's review of him. It seemed kind of cool. Like
I
the
don't
most
like
like
the
balanced
maps.
dragon hero in a while.
I've
Yeah.
never heard of this Voduke person. I'm gonna have to look him up. Woof.
Yeah, he's Demon's neat, but
my
like
favorite thing about Dinium, or whatever his name is
Uh-huh.
in Ninjas, he's called Onion Ring Dragon. Like it's so it's so
it's pretty
because
OP.
everything is in Revengeance is so serious, nothing is silly, and then he's just called Onion Ring Dragon.
yeah, him and
Well,
the cannon.
the direct translation
Silver
is
Archer
lightning
Tower
cloud in Chinese.
for Golden Archer.
Oh my
It's
god.
really silly.
You know, I actually spent like 30 minutes trying to practice how to pronounce his name, and I still never got anywhere. But shout out to Wilfer if he's out there listening to this for trying to help me.
Yeah, I can do the same thing. It's really funny. How everyone pronounces it Dian Yang, even though it's Dian Yun.
Yeah.
It works though.
Shall we
Yeah.
continue?
It was like Yanyan or something.
Yeah, I guess we can proceed now. Let's see what's next. I hope it's a deep
Let us
double
know.
series.
Alright. See what do
Number
we have
4,
up in here.
Bone Flingers. What the? Why?
That's actually not that bad.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
Wait,
of
is
course
it-
it should
is
be
it
up
bad?
here, but like it's bad that it's bad that it's number 4 and not number 1 or 2.
You think it should be number 1 or 3? Seriously?
Yeah, maybe like I think 4 or 3
Wow.
is decent.
No, okay,
I
there's
actually number
higher
two.
opinion of
My
this tower,
opinion
personally.
is Blazing
Seven.
Gems, Spectre's Mausoleum, Bone Flayers.
yeah,
That's my opinion.
Wow.
Should be number 3.
yeah, it should be number 3, I would say. As
You
well,
guys are
like
both wrong.
So I mean, all things considered, this opinion is not that bad. Like, sure, I would probably put it a spot or two higher, but I mean,
He's on the right track. Yeah, the bar's low now.
he's on the right track.
Yeah.
I'll give him bonus points. I'll give him it can hit flying enemies points.
Bone is points.
Like 3 barracks points.
I think number 4 is fine for this tower.
Yeah, it's definitely a top 5 tower. I'm not sure about top 3.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
Not even close.
I'm trying to think what else would be better because I honestly think it might be better than the mausoleum.
Really?
No,
Yeah,
Blazing
it's-
Gem, then
it's-
this tower, then
Probably has
Mausoleum.
more usefulness. I
Yeah,
think.
it's pretty close, but the infinite range of the skeletons, as Trevor has said before, makes it better
Yes!
in my opinion.
It's so busted.
That's a good opinion.
Yeah, and also possession.
It's a good opinion.
Like possession is the main thing that carries the mausoleum as well.
Yeah.
But like the bone flingers have multiple utilities because their
And the
DPS is so
gargoyles,
high.
they're pretty good.
Exactly.
Possession's
Gargoyles,
high, yeah.
I would argue, do better than the
Gargoyles is better than Bonum.
100%.
Yeah,
for
the
sure.
bottom is too underpowered. It's just not worth the game.
Wait, it's not only in Revengeance, but the Bonum can hit flying enemies.
The problem with
It's not
ranking
only
towers,
Revengeance.
the
Because I
problem
can't
with ranking
remember.
towers like
I'm pretty sure it's
mausoleums and bone flingers is the fact that they both are meant to do 2 specific different things. One's for physical DPS, obviously. The other is for magic. They're both obviously very cheap to max out and just to buy the upgrades for in general. And they both have their own passives, or I should say, the mausoleum at least does. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm fine with where he put it on the list here as number 4. I'm content with that. I don't
Oh,
think
yeah,
it's
sure.
un-
I just
Let's hear his take then.
yeah, okay, let's hope that he also has
You
good
might
reasons.
get the stats all wrong and say like,
Watch him say Bonum is the
like,
best
worst
ability.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious.
I was gonna say-
Skeletons are like the worst ability, I swear to
I
God.
was gonna say the damage.
I hope he doesn't say that.
The damage isn't that high, but the bonum can hit flying.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's not hard. That's not hard.
If he says that, I'm gonna be so mad.
I'm gonna be happy.
Okay, let him pick this.
Yeah, return to the it can hit flying enemies.
Why are the bone flingers so unironically good? It's so much damage. And fast, too. Before the Got Milk upgrade, the bone flingers do an average of 43 damage per second, which is
That's
already
stats.
pretty good. It's about the same as the Shadow Knights,
Oh.
but
I'm so
with
proud
the
of
maxed
him.
out Got Milk upgrade, the DPS jumps to 70 damage per second, which is the second highest in the entire game. What? Yes, their range is small, but God, that damage is crazy. Also,
Third,
nice
he's got
upgrades,
harassers.
too. I already mentioned the Got Milk one. The giant skeleton is pretty good, and the summon skeleton is pretty take it or leave it. But still, holy crap, that...
predicted it!
Whoa!
I predicted it!
All right, DJW.
I predicted it!
I literally said that he was going to say some dumb shit about the walking skeletons, and what happened?
Yeah.
Oh hey, look, is this
Bonum's pretty good,
Like,
and
that's
Skeleton take it or leave it.
is this the
just
Sasquatch as a
proves-
skeleton here?
He like only he never
the
tries to
skeleton.
buy any of the abilities he's not interested in. Like he's like got milk, bonum, okay, cool, and then he's just like he just stops there because he like used the skeletons once in like a bad situation or whatever, and he's just like it's not all that, and then he never tries it again. Like
Yeah, an ability that's cheap that sends high statted freaking skeletons through the entire level
you
is
gotta do a
bad.
ranking. You at least gotta try, give all of the abilities a chance, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the
What the
skeleton.
hell?
The skeleton
Yeah,
summon
use
is like
Crow for 20 hours before you know that it's bad. You got it.
Okay, but that was the
Crow is
exception.
better than the
You can
summon
look at
I'm
the
just
stats.
being
Yeah, the crow is the only exception to this rule. Nobody uses that.
So here's a question for you
Or
guys.
the bugged Orc Shaman's Den ability.
If you guys were to rank the abilities in the series from worst to best, where would the
Oh my
Walking Dead be? Like, would it be
That's
top
one
5?
Number 1 or 2
Number 1 or 2?
Probably
Okay.
in the top
out
10.
of every tower ability in every game.
Yes, the
Yeah.
whole series.
Oh, this is like top 5 then, guaranteed.
Yeah,
That's the
100%.
top
I'd agree with that.
Either, I would say more towards top 10, but I suppose top 5 is decent.
All right,
No.
somebody boot Rexy off the call. Just kidding.
Yeah, like
No, it's top 5 easily.
I don't know. That's
Number one's obviously Crow, you know? And don't
The
we
number
have,
one that makes you want to jump off a cliff is Crow.
don't we have the Bears, you know? Bears are
Dude,
quite
like, how
good.
many good abilities are
Oh,
there?
no.
Even crazy guys, so
Beep.
good.
Beep.
Lane,
Jason.
Lane in the chat. Lane in the chat says DJ probably buys the Sasquatch at Iceland Pass.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's much awesome.
But yeah, I would say that
Okay,
the
but-
only abilities that might be better than Walking Dead are like maybe Furnace Blast, and even then, like when I think about that, I think The Walking Dead is probably still
Really?
better. Yeah, that waste
Furnace
disposal.
Blast, overcharge, oil from
is
from,
competition. And oil,
missiles
yeah.
from Mecha. Like these are all the top
I wouldn't
5
say
ever.
missiles,
In
missiles
Wrath of the
are not
Forest, all these are like S++.
Wasp missiles, I would say, are
I
probably
wouldn't say the
number one.
missiles up there.
No,
Wasp
Wasp.
missiles are probably the best in the entire series, I think.
100%.
Very
Yeah,
clearly.
they're very strong.
No.
Very
I am gonna fight all of you guys on this. Even waste disposal is better than the Wasp missiles.
What
Exactly.
the fuck are you smoking?
Okay,
No,
wait,
no,
wait,
this
no,
guy
no,
can't
way
stop
better
all
than
this
Wasp
other
missiles.
video.
All right, Voduke,
No.
we're gonna take your YouTube channel from
Yeah.
you.
A 10-hour expose video.
We're starting a Twitter exposition video.
No, it's phenomenal against bosses, but like 99% of the time, missiles are hitting everything everywhere at all times. So it's just
Dude, listen,
No,
it stuns. Like, come on, it freaking stuns.
Everything
Yeah,
ever
it
all at
stacks with
once.
the stun. You group it up in choke point. Nobody moves anywhere when there's like oil plus stun.
Okay, but
It's
dude, need I
ridiculous.
remind you how to beat Seralgaze's lair on impossible mode with just Frontiers Towers?
Oil.
All you have to do is just
Mecha
spam
stun?
the shit out of missiles.
No,
That's all
no,
you do.
oil.
Yeah.
No, forget
Can
the
you do
oil.
it without oil? Did you do
Yeah,
it?
that's
Paul?
what I did. I
Oh
don't think I got
dang!
oil.
They don't
Case
use at least
closed.
one.
One test is all we needed.
Okay,
Move
look,
on.
I have
Yeah,
somebody
move on.
on my side on this, and it's MMLH. So I hope his credibility accounts for something.
Okay,
He agrees.
yeah,
the
everybody-
only thing that I'll admit that you guys are right with the oil thing, like it's
Everybody's
insane. It
gangster, so
basically
everybody
replaces a
makes an argument.
barracks, but like it's phenomenal for bosses, and like you need it for impossible. You have to have it for bosses, and you can't beat them without
you
it.
don't.
I'm
You don't.
convinced.
Yeah.
Missiles.
Yeah,
Missiles.
it's a really good one.
Most bosses.
I mean, the missiles are the superior ability, that's for sure, but still, the waste disposal still has its place in the meta.
Let me counter argument here. Who the hell
Yeah, who the poop?
gives a shit? Who the poop gives a shit about stalling if you could just kill him with missile spam? Just look, we need to learn from North Korea. Missiles are the way to go. If Kim Jong Un can do it, so can we. Guys, remember, guys. It's just the Geneva suggestion, not the Geneva.
Come on, look, we
All right,
already
next
know.
tower. What's the next tower?
We already know Iron Heights meta, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
let's go. That's
We'll discuss this later. Next podcast episode,
It's
abilities.
crazy to believe it, but still, holy crap,
next
that
video probably
damage!
from you.
Whoa!
No, next video should be about
Orton
organs.
Swamp Thing. This is another one of my favorites. Holy
how
crap!
is that not higher?
Questionable.
Higher than Bone Beat
At
players?
fourth level
Season
with
8.
star upgrades, the Swamp Thing does
It is pretty
99
strong.
to 110 damage every hit. That's so nice.
So
and
attack
so much
effect.
more consistent than basically every other tower in the game. Here's the thing. The ability to set the tower to defender mode or sentry mode is nice, and it's kind of cool. I mean, we've never seen that before in Kingdom Rush, but I almost always leave it in sentry mode. It just seems so much better. The range is massive. You can place it anywhere, and it always has something to shoot. I don't know why they made the Swamp Thing a sniper, but hey, I'm not complaining. I wish some of the abilities were better for the Swamp Thing in sentry mode. One of the abilities is exclusive for defender mode, giving the Swamp Thing more health with each hit. I'm not exactly sure if the Smash upgrade is only for defender mode or not. It says each hit
That's
has a small
incorrect.
chance of insta-killing its primary target, which could be both, I guess. But the image of the upgrade is the Swamp Thing smashing its fist, so it really seems like a defender mode kind of thing. The last upgrade,
Does
however,
this game not go on the wiki?
each attack has a chance of stunning enemies for 3
Needs
seconds.
to look up the
And the
wiki.
chance of stun climbs all the way up to 60%. This is a solid tower that's useful wherever you place it in the level. Number 2.
Okay.
Okay, wait, hang on.
About what he said about
Okay.
the HP regaining, it does not increase the total HP of the Swamp Thing. It merely
Yeah.
adds it back to its current normal total. So it's not gaining HP. It's not like the ghouls where every time it kills an enemy, it gets a little bit of extra HP. It's always going to stay the same at 3,000 at level 4.
Yeah, it heals him based on max health, I believe. It was like 35% or so.
I believe.
Oh,
that's
so
correct.
Okay.
Before you guys get into the nitty gritty, I just want to say that him like asking why the Swamp Thing is a sniper like proves his cluelessness. Like the fucking Swamp Things. Like
Has he not played the first game?
In the first
Has he not
game.
played Carol 1?
That's why they're iconic. And
No,
why
I
they're
would-
annoying.
I would disagree actually, because they weren't snipers in the first game. They had an AOE projectile at a low range. So
Excuse
to make it
me?
Yeah.
a single target
Yeah,
high
they
range,
are
Pretty
super
high
low.
range.
They were sniping your units from behind the cover of treants, noxious creepers, husks, everything under
I
the
mean,
sun.
they aren't like deathcore.
Oh yeah, but that doesn't mean they have a long range.
Sorry,
They're
I would
literally
say-
hard to get to.
I mean the range is maybe like 100
They're
pixels
the
in
closest
diameter.
thing to like
Yeah, it's medium.
sniper, because
Or
they
radius,
do
I
like
mean.
massive damage.
Like okay,
It's
the-
not death quill range, obviously, but it's
The
not-
range is
it's not
medium.
short.
Their AoE attack has very long range though.
I would not.
AoE is humongous.
Yeah, the AOE is the main thing about it, and they changed it to single target, and then they made the range much larger. So it's a valid question, I would say. I think the tower would be more interesting if it
Yeah,
was
I
AOE.
mean, I
instead.
thought I kind of thought he meant that as in it should have been just a barracks tower.
He just
By that,
missed
I
it.
would disagree. It would be way cooler if it was like an artillery. Yeah.
No, well, it would be cool if it was like
That would
the
be cool.
harasser equivalent of artillery, where like instead of the high single target, it was like pretty good range. Like it was a better Zeppelin, but you had to micro it more intensively and not get in melee.
Oh, that could be fun. Yeah.
Yeah, probably OP. Like
Sounds
just,
interesting.
you would probably lose the OP-ness of it being like a tank with regen if you did that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But oh well. Like you could
I
have
thought
like
you only ever wanted to increase OP-ness.
yeah, so that
Pretty good
that would be a
tower.
point against it. But like you could theoretically have like baby
You
swamp
could
things.
also, well, you could have it
Just have a
really
bunch of
tanky,
babies.
but some enemies be like super effective against it. If that, would happen to wacky. We would make it into a mini game.
Yeah, if the game was more like if the enemies had more specialness to them, and you could like
Yeah.
have fire damage deal extra damage to like
I mean, that could be a new thing.
natural units like
Like,
this. Yeah, it would be
The
good.
enemies being a bit more like interactive with your different units. Now that there are so many different towers, that could be like hella cool. Anyway, more missed potential with vengeance.
Yeah. Oh well. Anyways, I do have a hot take on this tower. I think it's a bit overrated. I think
What it is.
Yeah, I think it's an 8 tier.
Yeah, it's slightly
Actually, I would-
overrated.
I think it's A tier, but not S tier.
No, it's not as true.
Yes, I was wrong.
Like Shrek
Back
is
in the day.
good.
I thought it was phenomenal, but like it's just good.
Yeah.
I think I ranked it a little too high on my tower list.
I think we agree with you, Luke.
Same goes for me.
Luke.
Mhm.
I think all of us want to redo our tier list for basically everything.
Yeah, I
maybe I'll
remain
need to
clean
make a
because
new
I
tier
don't
list.
have
Except
a
for
tier
Voduke's
list.
hero list. That's the only thing that hasn't changed really.
I changed it a little bit. I mean, I had to make
Shifted slightly.
I had to change it anyways because 3 more heroes came out. But like I did move stuff around. Like they made a patch, so like Veznon is now number 10 and Kath is number 11. Because Veznon's,
Yeah.
Veznon's AI isn't disobedient anymore necessarily. Or like he has smart targeting with the soul burn. Like he targets max HP in range, which is so good. Like he could probably arguably
I remember arguing with you on this one, Duke.
yeah, like he could arguably be better than like Elora even, but I don't want to get into it. I
Yeah,
will say
it's
though,
a
that-
Oh dang, shots fired. I think he might be. I don't know.
Hey, Voduke.
Yeah?
I just wanted to let you know. The swamp thing when DJ makes the ranking video, you're annoying.
based Swamp Thing.
Yeah.
But
Okay,
Okay.
but for real though, if you put it up against the Bone Flingers, then the Bone Flingers demolish it.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
No,
Bone
when it
Flingers
comes
were
to-
superior.
this is how I think about them.
This might only be a
I can see your
tier
point.
tower.
If you think of the
No, I stick with it here.
if you think of the Bone Flingers and Blazing Gem and maybe Mausoleum or Harassers as like the gold standard for towers, so that would be like 100%. This tower is maybe like 80% or 85% of what they can do, which is still good, but that's enough to
Yeah.
like be a letter grade lower, I would argue.
Yep.
Anyways, I say we can proceed here. I actually have more of a hot take on this next tower.
Seconds.
Oh,
And the
wait,
chance
we
of
haven't even
starting
done.
times all the
Yeah,
way
I
up
also
to
think that the next one is
60%.
quite a bit
This is a
overrated
secret
as well.
Devil's
power
Reef, I
I-
would assume.
wherever you
Yes,
place it.
I would rate it much
Number
lower.
7, Deep
Oh
down.
yeah, I don't like
This
this tower. It's
tower
too
really
expensive.
surprised me.
What?
It's basically the whole package.
I-
You've got excellent
Okay,
magic
actually,
damage.
yeah. We'll
Yeah, what?
I'm finished.
No. I forgot he didn't put this one yet. What?
Oh, that kind of what? Okay, yeah, let's hear him out, and then I'll say my opinions.
Okay.
Which, by the way, is 59 damage per second, the same as the Infernal Mage. And you get 2 fish fighters to go along with it. It's basically the perfect tower. Yeah, it's pretty expensive, but look at everything you're getting for the price. This alone is a great defense, especially with all the upgrades to go with it. The Chosen of the Sea upgrade increases the stats.
When I used to waste Azra's insta-kill.
Already pretty good. The Perfect Storm ability summons clouds that strike deadly lightning down on enemies. And then there's the Net Throw upgrade, which traps enemies along the path. It's got good damage, it's got blockers, it's got nice abilities. I mean, really, what more could you ask from a tower?
The nets suck.
Insta-kills, AoE, I don't know.
The abilities
this tower is very overrated in the vanilla version.
The abilities are kind of bad, to be honest. Literally, the only thing that's kind of worth upgrading is maybe the Chosen of the Sea, just because it's a raw stat boost. So like they can't get it wrong if it's just more stats. But even then, like you don't need to buy that.
I have a hard time ranking this tower. I mean, like I guess I would say like B tier, you know, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Maybe C. I don't know. What do you guys think?
It's basically if you buy the Infernal Rage
tier.
plus a low tier Orc Warrior, then pretty much.
It's B tier.
In my opinion, B tier all the way.
Yeah,
B tier.
mid
I'm in agreement. It's a high B tier. Not completely bad, but still.
I would go like lower mid B tier.
Well, okay,
Really?
to go back to what I was saying about the Inferno Mage, I would only really get mages for like the raw magic damage itself, or like I would sooner just use Boneflingers or another like Archer for the single target damage, because mages are kind of not even that good for the single target. So for this
I
tower,
know what you mean. This tower is more just good for like Dwarven campaign, you know?
Yeah, like this tower,
everything has armor there.
It gets worse and worse the more you try to use it in elite stages, and I value those a bit more than the campaign.
Yes, exactly.
So for that reason, I agree with Trevor, and I would put it like C, like close to D tier, like C minus.
Oh, I don't think C. I think like low B, maybe C plus.
Oh, okay, my
Nowhere
bad.
close to D for me.
Yeah,
it's cheap enough. It's like you don't want any of the abilities really, but it's like it gives you an automatic good enough barrack to stall, and like the actual mage does good enough damage where it's like, yeah, this is fine, and it only takes up 1 tower spot, so it's like you don't have to buy an orc and an infernal mage, because like this is almost replacing that, and I think that that's good, but only good enough for the bottom B tier.
No, I actually would disagree with that, because the tower is a bit too weak to even fully replace them. You need more magic damage to deal with ghosts and frozen souls than what this provides.
I disagree with that.
What does this do for its damage?
Superior.
What's the DPS for this tower?
66 to 100. It's 66 to 132. I don't know what the DPS is. I just know that.
And then it attacks every like 2 or 2.5 seconds.
It's not.
Well,
It's like 60 DPS, I would say, about.
Isn't it?
I think it's like
60?
1.8.
DPS sounds pretty good.
Close to 2 seconds.
Let's consult the wiki.
I'm pretty sure it's below 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's below 2 seconds. It's a 60.
Yep, 1.5.
is pretty good.
Yeah, it's better fire rate than the Infernal
44 to
Mage.
132.
Okay, nice.
I was very
little long.
Yeah,
Little long. I got the upper
Okay.
range right there.
Fair enough.
Okay, yeah. It's about 60 DPS.
Yeah. I mean, the only thing that the Infernal Mage beats that is the attack range. It does have a little bit more attack range on the tower.
And cost efficiency, because if you're just using it for the magic, like if I was
you're
struggling against
right, Voduke. If you only want magic for the ghosts on like that specific levels, then it's like, yeah, you'd always do Infernal Mage, obviously. I just don't think that that's that relevant, because I'm like, well, those ghosts only appear on like 3 levels out of the 30 or whatever levels that exist. So I'm like, well, the majority of the time I would pick, you know, Fish Tower over Demon Tower, I guess.
No, my point was that was like an example of times when you would want magic damage. It's just like the most extreme, but you would want to use it for again, Frozen Souls, maybe possibly Frost Giants, which is also one of the only times when the like Perfect Storm is useful. What other elite stages are there? I mean, I wouldn't even want to use this in the Enurian stages, to be honest. Because like you want,
use them.
Yeah, because the chasers are just going to
At the
jump on
exit.
them.
Yeah, the
If you
Chasers gotta
micro
counter
them-
this tower.
Micro them towards the exit. They're okay.
Well, yeah, but you have very limited amount of positions that you can put this tower in.
Did you guys see that world famous YouTuber on Can You Spamming on Primal Ravage though? This tower destroyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Primal Ravage is a good showcase of it as well, I would say. But like,
I
Yeah.
disagree with what you
It
said.
beat
about
everything
it
pretty
being bad.
easily on Impossible, which I thought was impressive.
In the elite stages, you said that this was a worse and worse tower the more you use it or try to use it. I don't agree with that. I use this thing actually very extensively, just in general. It is like one of my go-to bread and butter towers.
Yeah, I like it.
Would I say it's like deserving of like the top 5 spots? No, but it still is viable enough, and the passive is good enough. Like the real Morgan said.
and that sounds like the same thing as the Orc Shaman though. Like you can use it and make it work, but I feel like it's not that good of a choice.
I would use this 100% before I would use an Infernal Mage or an Orc Shaman for the record.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What I used to
we all would.
I agree on that.
Right?
So
No, I
think
would
it's a-
I would put
think
the
it's
Inferno
like a
Mage
good-
over this tower. I like the Inferno Mage better, personally.
I don't understand the obsession. Those abilities
That's
suck.
cursed.
That's
They
interesting.
don't do.
Dude,
Okay,
take that
it has
back.
maybe one good ability, which
Yes.
is the geysers. That barely does anything.
Nah, the
I
Inferno
see
Mage.
what Voduke is saying. You know, it's like if you just want magic for magic's sake, then Infernal Mage level 3 or level 4, just for its base attack, is preferable. But in most other situations, you would want a level 4 Deep Devil's Reef. I think that's where most of us are at.
Well,
Yep.
Mausoleum.
Because it comes with like a free Orc Warrior then.
And there's me who uses the freaking Wicked Sisters because I actually recognize their potential.
Oh yeah, the Wicked Sisters I definitely think is much better as well than this tower.
They're pretty good,
Yeah,
actually.
they're good. If they
It's
land
better
your- if
Wicked,
they land your
Wicked
attacks,
Sisters
they're good.
base attack or Infernal Mage base attack?
I would say the Inferno Mage because the Wicked Sisters
So
attack
can you look
slower.
at the Infernal Mage? I can't remember like the like the damage of that tower.
It's like 160 something on the high end, if I remember correctly, and it's
I
like
think it's
70 or 80
on.
53 to 160.
Yeah,
Oh,
the-
1.8 seconds. Oh, it's slower.
It's
That's
about the
interesting.
same. It's
See, that's,
slower.
that's
The
arguably just as
variance
bad.
is kind of like
variant
about the same then.
Yeah,
as
it's
far as
fine.
your shaman.
Wait, this is actually a little bit worse in the variance, but it can deal a little higher damage.
It's
Mhm.
it's not a great tower. I don't like this tower, and I don't understand people's obsession with it. They're like, "Oh, it's so good." No,
Oh yeah, huh? You
No,
might be
it's
right.
not. It's definitely not really good.
Okay, I might take back what I said about the Deep Devil's Reef
Alright.
then.
Next tower. Next tower.
These
Next tower.
Yeah, let's move on.
We all know
We're
who the
almost
next
there
tower is. We're
uh-huh. The moment we've all been
Alright,
waiting
finish
for.
line.
Forest again.
Cemetery.
Rams, Rotten Forest.
Number 1. This tower might be better than any other in Kingdom Rush history, surpassing the titans like the Tesla Tower
no.
and the Necromancer.
He just doesn't talk about the battle.
He actually said the Necromancer.
He said the Necromancer.
He said the N-word!
Necromancer OP.
Yeah, the battle mecha.
That's the
Dude,
best
battle
ever.
mecha.
Necromancer.
Dude, I was
You
like,
include the Necromancer, but not the battle mecha. That's insulting.
he was so close to
I
having
feel
like
offended.
Uh-huh.
he was so close to ending it off on like a good note because the Dark Obelisk at the top. Okay, all right, fair enough. But then he has to say something stupid like that.
Yeah, like doubly stupid. Like, okay, I will agree that it's better than the Necromancer. I won't argue with him about that.
Yeah,
But it's probably not better than the Battle Mecha.
Yeah.
No, he actually left out Battle Mecha because he knows Battle Mecha is better because he's actually really good at the game.
No,
Most likely, yeah.
have you guys not seen
No,
his,
I'm joking.
You guys haven't seen the Frontiers tier list, huh? Like, do you not
told
know?
me about it.
I have nightmares about it every night.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like he doesn't consider it the best tower. He thinks Crossbow 4 and Necromancer are both above it, which is interesting.
oh my god, yeah.
Crossbow fart. Yeah.
But like, I would say, it's one thing to like miss out on like the battle maker. He still put it pretty high on the list, But I would say it's much worse to put the high Elven Mage at number 1 than it is to put the battle maker at number like
3.
what was it?
Yes.
3?
Agreed. High Elven Mage is the worst tower in that
Like, I don't
game,
know how
arguably.
you can
And he
play
put it
that-
all the way at the top.
How can you play with that tower and think it's good? Like I don't understand.
I mean, people are arguing that our
At least-
Druidhenge is worse, which I don't agree with.
It
And
at least has blocking.
No.
and
Yeah, at least
damage.
it's bears. The bears
High
are
Elven Mage is
fine.
locked into magic damage, man.
Yeah.
It sucks.
I
The
have
Silver
tested
Birds can
it out.
also do some stuff from time to time if it
You
hits the
can
right
do-
enemy.
Dude, you can literally just take the Archdruid hint and incorporate it easily into a strategy if you just like try and play around it, you know. But the high level mage is so incredibly difficult to force into a strategy.
It's just
like,
statistically weak
mode.
Yeah, like Trevor, do you remember?
You have to do so many mental gymnastics to make that work.
Right?
Like, it's just like you want Forest.
Like Trevor, something that
gaslight yourself.
When I make the tower tier list,
speak.
one thing that I plan on doing is citing your like High Elven Mage and Durex only challenge, and how literally just building low level mages was way better because of how cost ineffective the tier 4 upgrade is. Like you pay an extra extra 300 gold.
MLH playing too. Because he's just better than me, you know. So
yeah, like literally
that exaggerates it even more.
For 300 gold, you get like barely any more damage, and sometimes worse damage per enemy because it's split into 3 now. It's so bad fundamentally.
Yeah.
Did you just time out Orb?
Yeah. We're having a lovely
I was just about to say that we should get immolation here, but I feel like if we did that, then there would be no discussion because we could just like cite all the facts.
Okay, let me see if I can.
Like, yeah, I agree.
Let me see if I can untime out him like quicker by doing this. Hopefully, it doesn't stack to 310 seconds.
I don't think anyone's ever heard his voice.
What Orb?
Right?
I have.
No, I'm MLH.
I haven't.
Yeah, I've talked to MMLH before. His voice is so sexy and deep.
Hey yo.
Oh.
Hey yo.
Like if I did a collab with him, I'm sure Selena would be all over that.
Bro.
Good.
Okay, let's continue on to the next.
I wish he had like a better name. I'm getting like a stroke every time I have to say his name. MMLH.
Yeah, I wonder what that's referring
like
to.
Waffle, he had like he called.
I know what it refers to, but I'm sworn to secrecy under the penalty of death.
All right.
Anyways, let's proceed.
Rush history, surpassing the titans like the Tesla Tower and the Number 1, Blazing Gem. This tower is incredible. The Blazing Gem will lock onto an enemy and slowly increase its damage level by level until the enemy dies. It caps out after a few levels, but Jesus, it does so much damage. The abilities too, they're all fantastic. One ability gives the tower a further level to increase the damage, which was already nuts. The second turns the beam into an instant kill rate every 20-ish seconds. And the third explodes the enemies after they're killed, dealing damage to all nearby troops. The devs also upgraded the targeting system for this tower, so it doesn't always target the furthest thing down the path. If it did, the tower would be trash because it could never build up damage before something left its range. This tower instead targets things near the beginning of its range, to build up raid levels to deal maximum damage. I cannot stress to you how good this tower is. It's my favorite in the game by far. And if you stall enemies in the Blazing Gem's range, they're done for. At phase 4, the tower will be dealing 70 to 105 damage every 0.4 seconds, which averages out to 219 damage per second. 219. The second closest being the Bone Flingers with 70 DPS. The Blazing Gem does 3 times more damage. Exist. The margin between these two numbers is 149 damage per second. Oh my god. How much power is
the only tower in the series that has higher DPS is the Necromancer, actually.
Blazing is number 1
according to our genius community.
149 damage per second, and it has the other amazing abilities to go along with it. I'm sorry, Tesla.
Oh god, the music.
I'm sorry, Necromancer. The Blazing Gem has you beat.
I'm sorry, Necromancer.
Okay, well, this is a great
Okay.
Now, all right, I'm gonna say this.
No.
You want to know something funny? As he explained what was good about the Blazing Gem, I was thinking to myself whether or not I would rank it above the Mecha, right? And as he was explaining why it's better than all the other towers, I convinced myself that the Mecha is still better. Because the Blazing Gem, its DPS is so good, despite being single target, because of the fact that the trickling waves make that type of tower so good in this game, right? But the Mecha is single target AoE, meaning that it literally counters both types of things. That's why it's so broken in literally every game that it's modded into, and especially in Frontiers where artillery is just so useful with so many enemies anyways. So I would say that it actually still beats it by
You're
quite a
onto
bit.
something extremely important that most people don't say and isn't even on the wiki. Things are always looking at DPS in reference to one target, which most archers, most abilities, most things can only hit one target at a time. If a Tesla's arc hits 5 or 6 enemies, it just did 112 or whatever the number is, all at the same time. Yeah, you have to divide that by the 3-second shot per time. But still, that average is not just like they're hitting one enemy explosively at 100 DPS. They're hitting like 6 every single time. That's why artillery is the most broken towers in the series. That's why number
Except
1 and
for the
2
last
is
two
Mecha
games.
and Tesla.
Yeah, pretty much.
Except for what?
Yeah.
Was that Jason? I didn't hear.
Except for the last 2 games, Origins and Vengeance. The artillery is pretty bad in these 2.
Yes.
Especially Vengeance.
And that's how they operate. I
Yep.
think that there's an inherent major flaw with artillery that hits one spot because it's just not hitting that many enemies. You know, that's why
Okay.
Tesla is so good. It's like guaranteed hitting 5 guys every single time, basically, almost always. It's doing 500 every single time it hits. The other one will be like doing 100 or 200 unless they're all stacked up, which you have to invest a lot in. You know, Tesla just does that all for you, and it doesn't miss. It can't miss.
Hmm.
I mean, this
Yeah.
bot can't miss either.
I really like Tesla. Yeah.
Yeah, we can agree. Yeah, Tesla's
Yeah,
a good tower.
Tesla is quite
Yeah,
good.
Tesla is good.
Well, quite a hot
Okay.
take.
Yeah, you know, I should like make some sort of troll video and just say a bunch of cold takes, and just say like Tesla's pretty good.
It's like hot take, guys. Battle Mech is quite good.
I love the
All right, everybody, I
Necromancer.
have to go. I'll see you later. Blazing Gem OP. Bye bye.
Alright, bye.
Bye.
Yeah, thanks
See
for
you later,
coming.
man.
I really appreciate you being here.
He's already gone.
He's gone
He knows.
with the wind.
Yeah, he can
Oh,
always
is it
watch.
already over?
Alright, so let's follow this up with 2D's Balloons Tower Defense tier list. I'm just joking, we're not doing that.
Oh my
I would
God.
get a migraine.
That one will be even worse.
That
I
one
need
is
to
way
unfortunately
worse.
also dip, but it's literally been 3 hours and I haven't eaten anything yet today, so I think I'm gonna go grab myself some lunch. So
Yep,
But
I
yeah,
gotta go
thank
eat
you.
too and shower and do all sorts of other stuff because I have to go to work later today.
oh no,
Shit.
I'll have fun with that.
Alright.
Yeah, ironically,
Shout
I'm
out
probably
to
gonna.
the chat.
Huh?
I was just saying shout out to the chat. Peace out everybody. See ya.
Yeah, see ya, Pollux.
Indeed,
Shout out to you
Jeanette,
too.
streamer
See ya.
stuff, like, subscribe, or die.
Yeah, if you guys don't subscribe to Voduke, I'm gonna be frogging angry. Okay, peace.
Voduke, please pay quarters of the old city. I'm begging you. What, right now?
Damn.
Rank Ignis Altar. I mean, it's not okay.
Yeah,
Fine.
I'm not doing that.
It's okay. I've played it once. Yeah.
I've never used it.
I've used it literally one time.
Oh yeah, okay. So I guess we should discuss the Ignis altar now that we're done with all the other towers, but none of us really have an opinion on it, so we can't. like
Yep.
Like
It's kind
Pollux-
of difficult to rank it.
Pollux and Rexy and maybe Trevor have opinions on it, but like now we're just 1 out of 4 of us that have an opinion on it. I
Yeah.
kind of don't like the tower, to be honest.
I like the golem, but it's just aesthetic reasons.
Yeah, like aesthetically pleasing golem is good. It gets bonus points, like friendship points.
Exactly.
But
Aesthetically pleasing golem.
it's kind of like the Ryan Forest. So like I find it fundamentally not good.
Yep. It's not really that good in my opinion.
I would probably
Okay,
call it
but
like a
it looks-
C tier tower. A lot of people rate it B, but I would call it C.
I feel like DJ might put it like very high because it's like pretty cool.
Oh my god,
Like,
golem is so
Necromancer,
good.
like, it's like a volcano.
I genuinely don't know what his opinion of it would be.
I need to
Because,
know
like,
what's his favorite
I don't
part of
know.
the necromancer.
There's
Is
no
it
internal
the bone
logic
knight?
like to the other lists already, so it's impossible to predict where he would put something else.
Yeah, it's like
Exactly.
all over the map all of a sudden.
like this tower, like the number 6 tower, is rated highly for a completely opposite reason to the Blazing Gem being rated number 1. You know?
Yeah,
Like, what's funny though is that this list, when you zoom it out like this, actually looks somewhat agreeable. Like Melting Furnace being pretty low makes sense to me. Now that I think
Yeah.
about it, this is probably like the next tower that I would rank over all the ones that are like guaranteed to be low tier. Like all the
Yeah.
definitely bad ones, like Grim Cemetery and Rotten Forest, would be just underneath the Melting Furnace, and then it would have that. Now, where this
Yeah,
factors
it's the
into the
lowest non-F tier, I would say.
yeah,
But I
the
mean, it isn't. There's the Orc Shaman, the Rocket Riders, Grim Cemetery.
mhm.
What else?
Let me
Goblin
see.
Ranks, maybe.
Yeah, Goblin Ranks I
Below
would put
Melting
like
Furnace.
next to Melting Furnace.
So it should be the Melting Furnace should actually be pretty high considering how bad it is.
Yeah, like relatively speaking. I guess if I was to make like a list right now, here, let me go on Google Docs. What is this? This is probably like a YouTube
Okay.
script, isn't it? Oh no, it's the rebalanced changelog. Okay.
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh.
Gotta love our change logs. Also kind of cursing that Gerald only has a buff. But I disagree with his like boss nerf, so I try to undo that. Oh wait a minute, that changelog is out of date. Uh-oh, I need to update that. Just realized something. Okay, let's do MMLA formatting here. Where is it? Double spaced. Times New Roman, size 12 font, right? I don't know if you guys have this as a standard as well that you need to do, but like that's what we always had to do in our essays.
Standard should be Comic Sans.
Yeah.
I'm joking. Please
Yeah.
don't kill me.
Oh gosh, look at how long.
English teacher is going to give you an F if you don't use Times New Roman.
I genuinely don't know what the punishment is if you don't do this right, because I always did it. Like I always
Uses
remember
Comic
to.
Sans.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Because I'm not from the States, and it's different in where I'm from.
I
MMLA.
don't like
Oh,
that
did I
you
say
know
that
MMLA?
meme.
I'm so used to saying MMLH that I said MMLA, and I just meant MLA formatting. Which GG tier list would you agree the most with? Unironically, I would agree with the Frontiers one the most, despite
Yeah,
some of the
me too.
placements. But like Dorp and then Battle Mecha, like side to side, is at least like good in theory. I would just move the Crossbow Fort down below the Dorp, and then Necromancer below that, and then Assassins maybe in between Necromancer and Crossbow Fort.
Like the Frontiers one is also the one that there's like you're least likely to go wrong with the ranking of that because it's the most balanced game. Like I feel like for me, it's like you take the Templars, put them at the bottom, and then the two artillery towers at the top, like obviously Battle Mecha at number 1 and Warp at number 2. And then the rest of them, I feel like you could rank them however way you wanted, and I would just be like, yeah, that's a cool list.
Yeah, exactly. Like I always argue that it's the most balanced as well out of all the towers, but like people say it's Origins now.
So
Like,
number 4 should be Elite
No,
Harassers,
I'll
I'd say. That's my opinion. Or first.
Yeah, it's easier.
Uh,
It's easier to sandwich the list, in my opinion. Like to put the top and
Okay.
bottom first because they're so
I think,
obvious.
I think number 4 is Elite Harassers.
Okay.
Yeah, you may be
Well, I
onto
guess I'll
something
let
there.
you guys finish that off. Unfortunately, I think I'm gonna have to get going.
Oh, okay,
Oh, it's
Rexy.
alright,
Yeah.
man. Been here for a
Yeah, I
while.
also have some other stuff to do, but
Thank
that was
you.
definitely fun. We'll join again next time.
Yeah, this was
Yeah.
something else.
Well, yeah,
Podcasts, that's awesome.
yeah, podcast
All
content
right.
now.
Alright, well,
I'm
see you guys
actually
then. In the chat,
podcast.
goodbye, and be less cursed.
Yeah,
put the harassers
Harassers definitely number 4. That's my opinion. I think right below Harassers should be Swamp Thing, right? Is there anything better than Swamp Thing?
Something? Yeah, maybe.
I don't think
Like,
there is.
let me see.
Yeah,
Better than Swamp Thing.
Did I already put Mausoleum?
Mhm. I mean, Mausoleum is definitely better than Swamp Thing. I think it's Swamp Thing.
Yeah, small thing, because the other thing is like maybe Dark Knights, I think.
Swamp Thing, and then maybe Goblin War Zeppelin. Do you like it more than Dark Knights?
I like
I
the
would
Zeppelin
put-
more than Dark Knights personally.
Yeah, I think Zeppelin's over.
I think Dark Knights is above Goblin War Zeppelin, to
Hmm.
be frank. Like, it has an insta-kill chance, and the thorns are like hella good, but I mean, then there's also the fucking ill of an ability, which I can't
Yeah.
remember what it's called.
The Impervious ability.
Yeah, that kind of drags it down a lot. So, and there's also only 2 blockers, so maybe the Goblin War Zeppelin is higher.
I'm gonna give
I
Idle Guilds a
don't
pin
know.
of shame.
Yeah, I would give number 6 in Goblin War Zeppelin. Like, what else is there? Maybe it's Shaolin. Do you like Shaolin more than
Shaolin?
Goblin War Zeppelin?
Shaolin. I guess.
Shaolin, I guess. If you,
I mean, we all
something.
pretty much agreed that it was pretty good, so that
It's
has to
pretty
mean
good.
something, right? And I have no idea about it.
Really?
I guess.
Oh yeah, you said you haven't played it.
So if we did this, so Shaolin monks, and
I
then
mean, this is only a draft, right? So
yeah, this
you
is.
just go wild.
Oops,
Go
why did I
stupid.
type that?
Go stupid.
And then Dark Knights. Honestly, I would agree with the Dark Knights as well. It is actually a legitimately good barracks tower.
Yes.
Oh right, I forgot. Then you should have
I
like
think you agree with me here.
either rocket riders,
Zombies.
and then Grim
Yeah, rocket
Cemetery.
riders.
Okay. Zombies better than rock riders. I
Zombie
agree.
ranks.
Maybe. I feel like the rocket riders are like so expensive, whereas the Grim Cemetery is like not that expensive that you don't shoot yourself in the foot as much if you build this tower compared to investing in rocket riders. And then let me see what else is there. Honestly, I might put.
There's also the like Goblin ranks and then Infernal
pretty
Mage,
low.
maybe, and the Melting Furnace.
I think orcs are low.
Yeah, orcs should
Oh yeah,
probably be
there's
kind of
also
low.
Orcs. I forgot about them. I don't know where to put them.
And then
It's just so...
Gobbler Rings, and then Melting
Upper
Furnace. That's so.
Ranks, Melting Furnace,
Infernal
and
Mage first.
Shadow Archer, I think.
Melting Furnace above the Infernal Mage. What the hell?
Really?
Yeah, I
think
mean,
Infernal
you saw
Mage is better.
you saw the stats of this tower,
I mean,
but like,
Melting Furnace, the boost is okay, and the like where the bigger attack speed is also okay, and then it has like one trash ability, which is the Burning Coals, but then Infernal Mage has two trash abilities and one that's okay.
I really don't think that the boost is that good because like, why not just build another of the same tower?
No,
if
it's
so
only
close?
okay. It's only okay if you can get it to boost like two. There are spots where you can get it to boost 3 towers, but it's very limited.
I don't know. I feel like the
it's so trash
utility.
and it doesn't really matter that you put it in a bad spot anyway. Like not that much.
Yeah, like to put these side by side in the draft is fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You can
I
just put it side by side. Infernal Mage, and then
internal
Orc
rage.
Shaman. Infernal Rage and Orc Shaman. That's my.
Oh no, I have Orc Shaman all the way down here.
Oh, your Orc Shaman is low. Oh my god.
Yeah, I put him very
You're the
low.
anti-pilot.
Shaman. I'll never use
Okay.
it. Shaman.
Okay, I actually agree. Yeah,
I would say
was
maybe
just like
Wicked Sisters.
Wicked Sisters.
And like, I'm missing something here.
Shadow Archers. Shadow Archers.
Would you put Shadow
I
Archers?
think.
I would put them
I'll put
above
Shadow
Wicked Sisters,
Archers
maybe.
above Wicked Sisters. I would say. I'll put the
Shadow
new
Archers
tower.
is, like,
I'll
high,
put Ignis
high
Altar below Wicked Sisters.
Oh yeah, the Ignis. Okay, I forgot about that. I might actually put this. Where would I put
Below
this?
Goblin Ranks, I think. No, it's not bad. It's not terrible. I think it's like at least better than Orcs.
Yeah, it's definitely worse than the than the Melting Furnace, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
We do this, and then
And
the Zeppelin
then
down.
probably the highest one relatively should be the Reef, I think. Yeah, the Reef is pretty good.
Yeah, would you say the Deep Devil's Reef is better than Dark Knights? Probably not, right? Because no insta kill.
No. I don't think Devil's Reef is higher than Dark Knights.
No.
And what are we missing? We're missing one, I think. Because there's 20 in the list, right?
Yeah, there's Shadow Archers that we need to put down, and then
Yeah, Shadow Archers,
I'm missing one other thing, which is, let me read all this.
No, you're not. You, I think you just have one extra thing. Look at how many you have. 21, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
There's only
21.
20. Yeah, Shadow Archers. That's the last one.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I thought I deleted the other one already. I guess I accidentally made 2 total.
An agreement?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Let me see.
I guess
I'm good.
I'm fine with
I'm
this
good.
list.
I'm completely okay with it.
I mean, I
It's
would
a better one than the one on the
Mage and the
screen.
Melting Furnace, but
Yeah, you wouldn't argue over that. I just feel like having the magic damage is like useful enough to make it stand out. Like innately, magic damage is kind of good to have in the elite stages.
yeah, that's true. I mean, I don't know.
The
it's
ways
so
altar
hard
worse than
to
Goblin
compare
Rings?
the two.
Nah, man. If you're saying that the altar is good for any reason, then the Goblin Rings would be better, like in pretty much every way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I
I think
KM5 is saying altar is better than the Goblin Rings, but
I don't know how good the altar is because I just simply haven't used it much.
As I haven't used the altar, so I can't say. But
Yeah.
I would
Altar's
just,
better than
I would prefer it to be better than the Goblin Rings.
Ground DOT is okay. it's kind of like
Yeah.
it's kind of okay, I guess.
I mean, this is area damage in the game where we keep saying that artillery is not fundamentally useful, and on top of that, it's like localized.
It's not atrociously low area damage, and the golem's fine.
It's just that it's localized in a spot where like it's like the Rotten Forest basically, right? Where it's just dealing low damage over time.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
pretty much.
The attack rate
Okay,
improves. Okay, this actually seems kind of nice. Right? This is 40 damage per second.
Kind of.
Wow, okay, that actually does seem like pretty good damage, now that you think about it.
Yeah, it's
that's the range
not
of height of
atrociously
DPS.
low as whatchamacallit, as the Rotten Forest. Like I've been using it, and it holds its own next to, like, honestly, all the Revengeance towers when I was using it. Because
Okay.
I forgot to uninstall the Revengeance.
Then I would probably
It's
put
not
it
terrible.
maybe here.
Yeah, that's what I was originally gonna put it, like when you were like you had a space between Infernal Mage and Wicked Sisters.
Oh, okay, yeah, because
But
I think
again,
the
it's
Wicked
like-
Sisters are quite a bit better because they have the insta kill.
Mm-hmm. Like the insect kills are good in this game, yeah.
Yeah,
Especially against
surprisingly.
the big dwarfs in the dinosaur campaign.
Yeah,
I
big
actually beat
dwarves.
the dinosaur campaign.
Sorcerers, and that's kind of it. Like if you insta kill the Demolisher, that's all right too. But like you usually have enough gold to kill them all anyways. Like it turns into frontiers in the later Endurian stages.
Ah, yeah. The dinosaur stages are pretty easy, and the boss is a joke. the boss is actually a joke.
That list is pretty reasonable.
This is reasonable. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I'd say like there's a huge divide in some areas. Like the difference.
Do a bunch of space in between number 1 and 2.
Yeah, like
It's
the space from 1 to 2 is high.
Yeah.
Even no, I'd say like Harassus and Mausoleum are pretty even, but like 4 to 5 is a pretty big space as well. And then Swamp Thing,
4 to
I'd say
5,
it's also
yeah.
quite a bit better than the Shaolin monks.
Yeah. And then of course, like, everything's a lot better than the Rotten Forest and Grim Cemetery. And that's just anything below that.
Yeah, like again, the Wicked
Tarot God.
Sisters to Ignis Altar is also a big gap.
It is because it just has an insta kill.
Yeah, and then a big gap here at 16 to 17. Arguably even another gap between like Rotten Forest and Orc
19 and
Shaman.
20.
Yeah. Like this one is like a really obvious worst choice.
This one doesn't do anything. This tower, oh man, it doesn't do anything. It really just doesn't exist.
Holy shit.
Swamp Thing got them balls.
The Wicked Sisters are not better than 40% true damage, 50% slow. Wicked Sisters are lower than the Infernal Mage, in my opinion.
Huh.
Not very good.
Let me look up their stats as well.
I'll leave it to you guys, because like I don't know jack shit about the Wicked Sisters or the Ignis Altar.
let's see
Same
their
for the
damage.
Wicked Sisters. I think they're fine. Like the 2 times I've used them, but I don't know jack shit about the tower.
78
It
to
seems pretty
182.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Oh my god, the attack rate is so bad.
Yes.
Oh,
that's the main
yeah.
issue I have with it.
Okay, I remembered it being better than that, but my bad. Then yeah, it should definitely be a bit lower then, even with the broom in mind and like all the other utility that it has. Like it has good utility.
Ribbit is nice. I like
Ribbit is nice.
I
Ribbit's
like
good.
Ribbit. It's like a Pollux reference.
The extra like space so that way it doesn't take up a really good spot is also quite useful. But
And
yeah,
it's way
you
more.
guys-
It seems way more versatile than the Infernal Mage.
it's just that like even if you are gonna like tack it on, it's very tacked on if the DPS is that bad.
Yeah,
So-
I still think it's like better than the stuff we have this low. Maybe not better than Infernal Rage. I don't know.
Yeah,
No
like
input.
it depends on how much you want to value the insta kill.
Mhm.
Like the fact
And
that
do
it
you value it?
like it basically, if you want to ignore the bad attack damage, you can just think of it as an extra insta kill that you add into your choke point if you micro it with the broom.
Okay, or you can use
But
something more
the
Zappin.
insta-kills in Vengeance aren't like that useful.
Yeah, they're not that good, but
as
they
I pointed out.
they can be useful. Let me see the gold cost again with the frog.
Yeah, but like
Oh, this
on the
is
Dark Knights is
first.
really useful because you can pick your target easily.
Yeah.
Dark Knight's like probably one of the only ones.
That's
you
like
can
the
pick your
only
target.
type of insta-kill I would use.
But like
Mhm.
the Wicked Sisters is the same way though, but if even more range. on the rally
Mhm.
for that reason. It's just that you don't
Well,
get
I
the
guess you
stall
can kind
too.
of pick a target by moving them around, maybe.
Yes, you can.
Well, the thing is, like, that's on a cooldown where you have to wait for the Dark Knights to get it with luck. But, like, I still rank them quite high. I would still definitely put them above these ones. But, It's really a toss-up between whether or not it should be above the Ignis Altar. But, like, I'm putting the Shadow Archers here because they have, like, a good basic attack plus the insta-kill. Whereas the Wicked Sisters is a bad basic attack plus an insta-kill plus the Rally Point Freedom. Or not the Rally Point Freedom, but, like...
It's worse than Shadow Archers, though. So it's like, is it better than Infernal Mage or not? Because the Infernal Mage has a pretty good basic attack.
I'm using the Inferno Mage so that way it can kill, like, ghosts and stuff.
Yes.
So, like, if the Wicked Sisters DPS is that bad... I'm trying to think here.
It's not awful. Maybe it's just me playing Revengeance a lot. It's pretty good at Revengeance.
Yeah, the Wicked Sisters are the best tower.
Yeah.
In there.
That's cool. Yeah.
I put it there.
The hardest thing about ranking these towers is that Revengeance keeps overriding your memory of the towers.
Yeah, it accidentally feels like, oh wait, is Grim Scepter actually kind of good?
Actually not that good.
Yeah, like I thought the attack rate was so much faster there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Melting Furnace is not bad.
Faster in Revengeance. Melting Furnace is very good in Revengeance.
Like I would put I don't know, like a symbol here to say, oops, that's the wrong symbol. To say that there's like a big gap in the utility from the other towers. Here. Like this and stuff.
That's fine.
And where else was it? Here? And then like yet another gap as well, because the Shaolin I'd say is quite a bit farther
the Infernal
behind.
Mage is still up there. I don't understand the love for the Infernal Mage that much.
I mean, it's pretty much almost exactly in the middle.
Consistent.
So, but like,
yeah,
it's kind of low down here. There's another gap, I'd say, somewhere in here.
I think it's just how big of a gap between the top towers and the middle towers.
It's kind of like hard to visualize your opinions in a list. I feel like.
It's fun for me though.
I've always felt like that the Infernal Mage was like people gave it way less credit than it actually got. But now that I see it put so high in the list, it like triggers me.
Yeah.
I feel like right. The issue with this game is you bring 5 towers and look at the top 5 for our list. You just bring those and just don't do anything else. That's the issue with this game. It's how the game is designed. So like Infernal Mage, you feel like it's ranked too high, but honestly, if you look at everything in relative to everything else, it's honestly a pretty fair ranking. It's just you never use it because how bad everything is.
Yeah, you might as well just use Mausoleum and Gem.
Yeah, might as well just use the top 5 and nothing else.
Well, like, isn't the Mausoleum a little bit less consistent at defeating ghosts?
I mean, Blazing Gem?
That might sound like pretty true, maybe.
And yeah,
I mean, also the
Infernal
Mage also does pretty alright in the Anurian stages, from my experience.
Yes, I like using it there. Oh wait, I have to.
Yeah.
I usually just use my heroes for ghosts.
I feel like the Mausoleum, it like more so comes into play once the bigger enemies start emerging more frequently.
Okay, we look at this. Okay, first of all, look at the lack of variance on this attack. That's so good.
That's awesome. Yeah. It's just slightly less DPS. It's slightly less DPS.
And it doesn't it doesn't attack that slow either.
But it doesn't have the variance. And that's like the big thing.
It's so
you can
consistent.
like rely on it so much more.
Yeah, it will.
It's about, I would say,
it will attack twice in the time the Wicked Sisters get to attack.
Oh dang! This tower is good. This tower has like at least like 40 to 50 magic DPS. That's like compare this to Infernal Mage, which is about 60. That's not bad because this tower is also cheaper and does other things.
Yeah, it stores the bolts, so that already like helps set it apart.
It stores them, so the first one's gonna one shot the first ghost. Yeah, this tower is very good. Fun fact, hot take.
Yeah, that actually.
Guys, hot take.
You just realized the Mausoleum is good.
Yeah, so that takes into account the like that 10% weaker Tesla comparison again, because like now the Inferno Mage being useful to deal with armored and physical immune enemies is even less special because you can rely on the Mausoleum on paper for this.
Mm-hmm.
But again,
on paper, you definitely can. It's so much more consistent.
Although this is again like the reason why I initially didn't want to do Vengeance, because like I'm just looking at all these stats on paper because I don't want to play vanilla Vengeance to like gather the stats on this. Like
Yeah, you can only really look at the stats on paper because vanilla is not that fun of a game.
yeah, I would be no better than the tier list that I just made fun of if I just
Wait.
kept going off of the data.
Mm-hmm.
Because like
Something I just thought about, like recently when I played Revengeance, was that another reason why I don't like playing Vengeance, like in general, even because this is also a problem it's not really a fixable thing, at least not right now in Revengeance, is that the game feels so unresponsive.
yeah,
I don't know, there's like, it feels so slow. Like there's like an input delay on every single input that you do. And sometimes I feel like I click something and then I thought I bought a tower and then I haven't bought it because it's so fiddly. To like you have to click like right in the middle of the tower icon to actually buy it or something.
yeah, like
it
I
really
try to
does feel like that sometimes.
It feels so fucking. There's like no feedback on it either. Like I feel like when you upgrade a tower in the first Kingdom Rush game, it's like quick and easy, you know, and there's like feedback that to show that you upgraded it, but it just feels everything feels so fluid and flat in Vengeance.
You know, I agree completely. Like, have you ever seen this happen before where you're trying to upgrade a tower multiple times quickly and like it just glitches out and you just see the range of the tower with nothing to purchase?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's
It
right.
is.
But it's like it's something I've never really thought about. I only thought about that recently, and I don't know why, because I always felt like there was something off about playing Vengeance. It's just like
Yeah.
makes me not want to play just by interacting with the interface.
That and the reinforcements and so impact are just not fun. Flat out. Like reinforcements, I get the concept of Pit Lord, but you need to get it every time. Like the 50% is stupid. Maybe every 2 times, but no, not 50%. That's stupid. Also,
It should have never been in the game. It never ever should have been in the game.
Yeah, it just shouldn't exist. The chance of randomly getting a Surd reinforcement on top of that soul impact is more like soul tickle. Doesn't do anything.
Voduke, can I join EC? No, it's probably time to get going now. It's been like an extra 40 minutes than intended.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got sidetracked about this.
Another Vengeance I don't hear a lot actually, which is like it's pretty much a nitpick, but everything is so small in that game.
Yeah.
I feel like your hero is much smaller compared to the other games, and like the icons on the map. When you look at the map, all these stage icons are like so small compared to, like, it's really cursed if you played a lot of Kingdom Rush 1 and then pop into Vengeance. Everything is just so small.
I guess, yeah. I mean, I like the wider maps, except for like the Chinese stages where like the game actually forces you to make multiple choke points, which I find annoying. I like doing one choke point.
I mean,
that's my playstyle.
Wait, what the heck is going on? Oh, okay.
Also, since like enemies get buffed with the water, you have to place both of your choke points at the beginning. I think the Chinese stages are like kind of off-going to how I play tower defense games.
Yeah, they are. Like that. I guess that kind of makes them difficult, but they're still not very good. Like
It makes them difficult, and like the challenge itself is fun, but just it goes against how I have fun in tower defense game, which is building like a one fuck you choke point in the very back. Which is most people play tower defense games, yeah. The stack buffs and stuff. Which is, I guess, the issue with Kingdom Rush why I like Bloons more is because like there's barely any like tower buff stacking, like direct synergies where the towers are giving each other direct buffs. Only semi-synergies where you're using like artillery with units in a choke point or something like that.
Right.
I personally find just the stacking damage the most interesting thing in any video game, and that's why I like tactics games more than tower defense games. But you know.
Yes, and that's why I like RPGs as well. Let me stack all the effects.
Exactly. Buff stacking is the most fun stuff in video game ever.
Neuron activation. All right.
Exactly.
Now it's time for stream deactivation. Auto stop. What the heck is this? I don't even know what this button does, but I can't use it anyway. Okay. Thanks everybody who stuck around. We literally halved the amount of people in the voice chat and the amount of people in the stream as well. So you can tell that like 10 people are like Trevor fans, 10 people are Polyx fans. etc.
Alright.
So,
yeah.
alright, everyone who's a Jason, Cozynez, and Voduke fan, you guys are the real ones. Thanks for sticking around.
Yeah.
Ah, yes, the one person who recognizes me in the stream.
We want to be real sorry about not interacting with the chat a lot in the stream. But there was too much going on.
Yeah, I suspected this would
tried
happen.
it, and then it was just bad opinions, like people defending Grim Cemetery, but yeah.
This was a fucking political debate and a half.
Oh look, it's another stream bingo, which is a user showing up just in time for the end of the stream. Sorry,
One thing
Bright
I
Red.
also didn't expect about the stream was that we didn't even like roast DJ that much. We mostly just started arguing amongst ourselves about the towers.
No, it's like such a given that DJ is bad that we have started like comparing his bad opinions, like predicting it. And then comparing how his bad opinions are like inconsistent. ChatGPT.
Right. All right. Bye everyone.
All right.
For like